be rude. I just don't know the lingo. What did you say to me?
Say alaikum salam.
All right. Does any of that have to do with theology? Like
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah. You're supposed to say peace be upon you, brother.
oh, alaikum salam. That's all it means. All right, cool. Alaikum salam. Hey,
Yep.
turn up.
Yes, sir. Um, so yeah, brother. I mean, what do scholars actually say about the Quran? You know, me, you can clarify this. You know, a lot of
Hmm.
brothers say that has a lot of good, beautiful knowledge.
Yeah. So the conversation. So the conversation that I've been seeing a lot lately is about the different modes of recitation of the Quran, and
Okay, okay,
and what that actually means in regards to the preservation of the Quran. I don't know if you have any.
okay, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yep. So
What about it?
huh?
What about it?
So the idea is that there are seven ahruf that were originally revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. And there's certain things about that that I call into question, but we could talk about that in a minute. And then after the seven ahruf, whatever the seven ahruf means, apparently the scholars don't agree on what that really means. There's like my understanding is there's 40 different opinions on what an ahruf means from the scholar's point of view. And that's also concerning because if there's 40 different opinions on what an aruf can be, then that basically means that if any one of those interpretations are used, that would be considered allowed essentially under Islamic understanding, right? And then after the ahruf, then we have apparently 7 to 10 different kira'at that are made of those seven different ahruf, right? And so when I put all that together, that just seems to me like a possible backwards rationalization for what turned out to be a not perfect preservation. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but yeah, no, it's still perfectly preserved. So, regardless of what you think, it's still gonna be perfectly preserved because it's on the people's hearts. And if you get rid of all Qurans in the world, you're gonna still be left with people that have it in their hearts.
Right, but my question would be what was perfectly preserved, right?
The God's words.
Yes, and so would that include the seven ahruf?
Yes, of course.
And would that include the 10 kiraat
Yes.
and all the different variations that come from basically mixing the seven ahruf with the 10 kiraat?
Yes, of course, brother.
So
All of it you
essentially,
got. Hey, hey, hold on, hold on. Do you not got all of it right now?
that's my understanding that Muslims do have all those things. But what I'm trying to clarify now is so in other words, what you're saying is that uh, the Quran was basically variations occurred, and what is preserved is those variations. So that would be like saying like there's a perfect preservation, right? It to me that would mean that if I wrote a book that the way that I wrote that book, it was perfectly preserved. That means there would be absolutely no variations. That would be the immediate understanding, right? But if you're then going to say, okay, well, variations did occur, and not only one or two, but several, right? Seven out of roof, 10 kira, and those combinations, then I would no longer consider that preservation.
I would still consider that preservation. You want me to tell you why?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Hadith, you can go to the Hadith and kind of find these types of things out and what he said and what how he referred to these things.
Right, but I don't know. Do you understand what I'm getting at a little bit? I'm not sure if you're catching what I'm saying here.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, it ain't gonna refute nothing.
Right, right. So I guess I'm gonna try to word it differently. So let's just imagine it wasn't preserved, right? Let's just pretend it was not preserved. I don't know what that would look like for you. Like, what would
Yeah, it
it look?
wouldn't look good, but it already looked good because it is preserved.
Yeah,
So
but what I'm saying is, what would it look like for the Quran to not be preserved, right? Because we're already saying there's variations in text, variations in meaning, variations in dialect, variations in words. And you're saying even with all that, you're still claiming perfect preservation. So perfect preservation. So what would it look like? What would unperfect preservation look like? Is what I'm asking.
It would look like a whole mess. It would look like the whole Bible. It would look like different denominations. It would look like people ain't really in contact with their actual understanding of what one God means. It would look like everybody don't know what the hell God's talking about in the damn Quran. That's what that would look like.
Right, Ahmad. So
Stop
give me
barking,
some.
bro.
So give me some examples of some issues with the Bible that you think are not occurring with the Quran.
Yeah, the way it's transmitted, the way that institutions got a hold of it, the way that societies has grabbed the idea of religion and
Right.
institutionalized it.
Right, Ahmad. So would you say that there are textual variants in the Bible?
What do you mean by that?
So different words that are not found in all of the different manuscripts that would change the meaning.
Contradictions.
Yes, sometimes.
Okay. Would you say that there's contradictions in the Bible?
1,000,000%.
Okay. So what if I told you that those things are also found in the different recitations of the Quran?
Show me.
All right. So for example, let me pull one up here. In Quran, have you ever heard the one where it says that in the Hafs version it says that I don't know which one it was, but in one of the versions it says that Muhammad wonders, and in the other version it says Allah wonders.
Yeah,
Okay, and what is your understanding of that? While I pull it up.
I don't remember it, but I know it was talking about a specific type of story.
Uh-huh. So in one version it says that Allah wonders about something, and then in another version it says Muhammad wonders. Would you say that that's a contradiction?
Nah, because they both can wonder at the same time. It don't matter.
Okay.
Just like when Christ, it's kind of like when Christ, right? He could do the same thing as God, like when it comes to his attributes and stuff like that. Sometimes.
Right. So this is actually what I hear most commonly from Muslims is that the explanation is that in one Quran it says you wondered, and actually this is Quran 37:12. The Hafs version says you wonder, addressing Muhammad. In the Khalaf recitation it says I wonder, addressing Allah. Right. And so even though this would apparently look like a contradiction or a different Quran, you're basically saying that what you have to do is you take them both to get the full picture, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. So then if I only was to read the Hafs version, am I getting the full Quran or not the full Quran?
You getting the full Quran too.
Okay. So if I read both of them, I'm getting the full Quran. But if I read just one of them, I'm still getting the full Quran. That's what you're saying?
100%.
And that makes sense to you.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So even though one says Allah wondered and the other one says Muhammad wondered, and I only read one, I wouldn't know about the other person wondering. Then what would be the
Yeah,
point of a
that's cool because it don't really change the whole situation, and you got to read it in context too. You're not reading it in context, so you got to really be careful what you're doing here because you're really not trying to trick me right now, and I'm really not Lucifer, and I'm really not the devil, and you're really not the devil either. But you're trying to act like it. You're trying to be you trying to be the shaitan.
I'm sorry, how am I trying to be the shaitan?
Because you trying to play his words, you trying to deceive us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is the one true God that created everything. It's obvious. You just gotta look outside of the trees.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out though, because if one Quran is not this, if one Quran, for example, one says Allah wondered, the other one says Muhammad wondered. Can we say that the words are different, at
Yeah,
least?
the word is just a linguistic thing. It ain't really nothing about the story, like that. 'Cause the story remains the same.
Okay, so then if the words are in fact different, then can we not say we have different Qurans?
No, because I'm telling you, it's about You don't get what I'm saying, bro. I'm not even
I'm
gonna.
trying to.
I'm not even
Trying to.
finna talk no more, brother.
Huh?
Cause you making fun of my religion. I've seen you make fun of my religion a lot of times on here. You make fun of the prophet. You say he's a PO.
What'd you say?
You say he's a bunch of things. You say you talk down on our religion of Islam. We don't like that.
Oh, I do that?
Yup.
I do that?
Yup.
Are you sure you're just not trying to cop a plea right now to make yourself feel better?
Nah, you tripping, dog. I'm finna get on your top head, your big pina colada looking ass, your big drip cocktail looking ass,
Anything else?
oh
Ahmed?
big wormy worm ass looking ass.
Anything else, Ahmed?
That's why Jesus is a prophet. Alhamdulillah.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
Jesus is a prophet. That's
You look
facts.
like you used to listen to Suicide Silence back in your day, your
Type
goofy
shit. Type shit.
type shit, your goofy ass.
Oh God.
Yep. Anything else,
Them
guys?
headphones. Them headphones having a hard time staying on that head though.
Your big ass head, your big mushroom top,
How you
big
got?
blue
How you
ball
got
blue
such a big
ball.
brain and think Jesus a God, bro? That's crazy.
First of all, I'm not a Christian, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, he is. He leans towards Christianity.
Bro, stop the cap, bro. You know damn well.
You know you like Christianity.
Hey, that's how you know Islam is the truth. It's always people that are like atheists that attack Islam. They don't attack nothing else. Because you know Islam is the one that really they can't get to. Because they know Christianity's already cooked. Judaism is baked. So Islam is the next contender, but you're not gonna win on that one, buddy. You're gonna take the L. Islam's gonna take over, man.
Okay. Can I show you another verse about this issue?
What you talking about, man?
Yeah. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of how many Qurans you guys have.
But we only got one Quran, homeboy. Sunni Shia, we only got one Quran, brother.
Okay. So, did you hear what this guy just claimed about the two Qurans being one?
Bro, ain't no two Qurans, only one Quran, buddy.
Okay.
Sir. So man, hey, you gotta go with the get down or lay down, man. Go with the winners, man, or just be with the losers. You got to make the choice, man. Islam is the winner. It's the last religion, final religion.
Is the winner going to be decided by brute force?
What you mean by that?
I don't know. What are you getting at when you say I have to get down with the winners and get down?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the biggest religion, the fastest growing religion. It's the only religion that makes sense.
So if it's the biggest religion, does that prove anything to me?
Yeah, it's the fast growing religion, bro. Even though people like you and all the Islamic haters try to shut it down, it's still for some reason growing everywhere, bro. Y'all put boots on our countries, y'all unalive our children, unalive our women, and we still taking W's, bro.
Let me ask you a question, Peter. What does the Quran say about Christians and Jews and their religion? Peter?
Why are you asking somebody else, bro?
I'm asking you.
Why are you trying to cause problem between me and a Christian, bro?
So you could talk about what I'm
cool.
supposedly saying, but you don't want to talk about what your book says.
Yeah, because you're the one that's coming for Islam.
I'm just curious. Did I start it, or did somebody else start it? That's what I'm curious about.
You got the live up, right?
Today, but this started back in the 7th century. So
no, bro, I seen you. I'm talking about you. I seen you coming on.
Hey, can I say something?
So you just don't want us to talk about the origins. I see.
Okay. You can talk about it, but just be genuine.
What'd you say? Who's that? The sister.
This man said that we go unalive people in his country.
All right,
those
ma'am,
countries.
I'm sorry. Don't let him take you to off topic. So yeah, I mean, again, why don't you want to talk about the origins?
Bro, we got scholars for that, bro. If you got a toothache, you go to a dentist.
Okay.
You don't go to a plumber.
So can we go to the scholars?
Bro, you're not a person in a position to be talking about that.
The scholars are.
Yeah, but you're not a person in a position to try and go and decipher shit with your own tools, bro. You have limitations. You have language limitations. You have theological limitations. You have fundamental limitations. You don't know the basics about Islam.
Again, let me try to reiterate what I'm trying to say here. We have the Quran, which I would admit that it's written in Arabic, and I may not be able to translate correctly, but we can read the scholars what they say about the Quran, no?
Yes, but even with the scholars, there's limited stuff
Even
in
with
English.
the scholars,
not
we
everything.
still can't.
No, the scholars.
So
that's not what I'm
basically,
saying.
we're just left with trust me, bro. At that point,
No,
right?
that's not what I said, bro.
So how's
As
it
much
that
as
you
wanna push that.
have? So how's it that you have such strong conclusions about what it means?
Because I'm a Muslim, I practice the faith and I respect our
Mm-hmm.
scholars. But I know my place. I know my lane. I stay in my lane.
What's your lane?
Yeah, my lane is that I'm not a person that has the intellectual capacity because of my education level to be able to sit there and open up
Okay, so
Bukhari
in other
and try to read
words,
it without context.
what you're saying to me about my understanding of it could also be wrong, no?
What I'm saying?
What if we read your scholars and we find out
No,
that
but I
you're
practice the religion.
Yeah, but what if we
I
read your
practice the
scholars?
religion.
What if we read your scholars and we find out that you're the one that's actually wrong, and not me?
About what?
What we're talking about?
We ain't talking about nothing. All I'm saying is that
We
you.
ain't talking about nothing.
We're not
Or-
talking about nothing. We're just talking about how you are a random person.
or
who's an
are you
atheist.
are you just realizing that you are way in above your head and you're trying to figure how you
We
can
didn't even
tap
talk about
dance
nothing.
or how you can tap dance your way out of it? Is that maybe what's going on? What do you think?
No, what it sounds like to me is that you're a person that's an Islamic
Okay, so then
hater
can
and
we
you
read
see
the
Islam
scholars? So can we read the
bro,
scholars
look, you're
then?
interrupting now.
So can we read the scholars or no?
No, we can read the scholars all you want, bro,
Okay.
but it's not gonna prove
Okay.
nothing to you.
All right, let's read it then. And I want you to stay here, okay? Don't run or don't
I'm working.
Don't magically just drop off.
I literally gotta go right now.
Oh,
But
I
if you
gotta
want
go
to say
right
something
now.
yeah, bro, I'm getting to the bag, bro. I put money first, bro. Money comes before TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's read.
You getting money on here?
Let me
You're on
pull
here
up the
doing this for
verse.
free.
Let me pull up the verse for you real quick. Okay. You see the verse
As far
on
as
the
I
screen?
know. Fight against those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day, and who do not consider unlawful what Allah and His messengers have made unlawful, who do not accept the religion of truth from those who are given the scripture until they give you Jizyah. Okay? So?
Okay. I'm gonna let you get it out your system, as I can tell that this verse gives you a lot of anxiety. So go ahead and get it all
Nah,
out.
what? Nah. What's the
I don't
problem with
know.
that?
I don't know. You're reading it almost as if it's pissing you off or something.
No, it's not pissing me off. I like that verse.
Okay. So what does this mean to you? What does this verse mean to you? What does it say?
Yeah, we're
to you?
saying, yeah, it's talking about Jizyah.
And what else?
That's what it's saying. You're trying to talk about Jizyah. You think you're about to cook with the Jizyah.
I'm not cooking. I'm just letting the Quran.
No,
Remember,
you're attempting. I know. Oh, I
this-
know you're not cooking.
This
I'm saying you're
live
attempting.
this live is actually not me saying anything. This live is what do the scholars say.
Bro.
That's this
Bro.
live. I don't say nothing. I don't have an opinion.
Trust me. So yeah, what's your point? You brought the verse up. Like, what are you trying to say about it?
So according to this verse, it says, "Fight those who do not believe in Allah." How do you feel about that?
Okay, yeah, there's some Christians, Jews, non-Muslims out there, people that don't believe in Allah that want to fight us. Then we go catch the fade.
Where does it say they want to fight you?
In the beginning of the surah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
we don't.
in
We
the
don't.
beginning.
We don't.
So hold on. Maybe let me speak to Lowe's because Lowe's maybe knows more about it than you do. It sounds like.
No, we can have a discussion, bro. It ain't gotta be a one-on-one. I'm a respectful person, bro. I can stop talking if I need to stop talking.
I know, but this is what I'm sensing from you, Peter, and I'm saying this with all due respect. It seems like you're defensive, and it seems like you don't actually want to find out what the truth is, and you just want to speak from maybe what's in your heart or your
No,
you've been told.
I just told you I have no problem with that verse.
Okay, perfect. So let me just address Lowe's real quick. So Lowe's, you're saying that we have to read the beginning of the chapter. Is that what you're saying? Because we can and we will, but I just want to make sure that's what you're telling me.
You could talk to Lowe's. I'm gonna drop off. You can talk to Lowe's, bro.
Okay.
I mean, you started talking to him, bro. It wasn't me. I was talking to you, but you started talking to him.
We're talking. Why are you?
No, but like in the middle of the convo, you were like, "I'm gonna talk to Lowe's. He's more knowledgeable than you, so I don't need to be here then."
Who wants to talk?
I don't need to be
do you
here.
want? No, you're right. Do you want to keep talking then? I'm
yeah,
just trying to
it's cool.
include Lowe's.
No, that's cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate
You're
that.
okay.
You know, you seem like a decent guy. You know what I mean? You're trying to have a conversation. I get that. But I'm gonna let you go. I'll let you talk to Lowe's, man. But for you, bro, I feel like even if you get the answer, you still don't want
Brother,
the
I
answer.
hope you feel like that, but just at least if you're gonna drop, then at least stick around and listen, right? And just to let me know if you feel that way when we're done.
I gotta get
Don't.
to work. But when I
That's
finish
cool.
what I'm about to do, look, when I finish what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to handle a task. When I finish that, I'll come back on and listen.
No, I'm saying you can't put your headphones in or something while you're working.
Bro, because I'm gonna be engaging. I'm gonna be engaging, bro. I gotta handle a little transaction.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish that. It's gonna take me 10 minutes. I'll be right back. I think
All right.
Lowe's is gonna be on here talking to you. I'll be back.
Bet. How you doing, Lowe's?
I'm doing good already.
Doing good, brother. So I've been reading this chapter along with all the tafsirs for maybe 2 weeks now. Okay, and the conclusions that I'm getting from the scholars is completely different to what I'm hearing most people tell me when they come up here. Because most people say what you just said. I'm pointing out here that the Quran is saying, fight those who do not believe in Allah, and especially according to the group of the people of the book, which would imply Christians and Jews, right? And from what I'm reading, when I read the whole context starting from verse 1 through verse like 100, whatever, including the tafsirs, it makes a distinction between those who broke the peace treaty in previous verses and the people of the book. Do you disagree with that?
Yeah. The people of the book are the ones who broke the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. You'd have to present evidence or an argument on the position that IF 29 specifically is going to be talking about a different group.
Yeah. So again, this is the claim that everybody's saying to me, but I have yet to see proof of that. Can you show me which tafsir, which hadith I need to read?
We don't need tafsir. We can just make an inductive case that's going to be in reference to the ayats before it.
Did you say an inductive case? Is that where we're going with this?
Yeah. We can just
So-
introduce an inductive case in this notion.
No
I don't see
problem.
the
But
issue.
so just to be clear, you don't have any evidence. You now just want us to deduce from the text itself, right?
No, I can present evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
No issue. But it's going to take me a minute to present evidence.
Yeah, I don't have a
It's
problem.
gonna be
I mean,
easier for
take
me.
as long as you want, honestly, because like I said, I've been doing this for 2 weeks now, and I'm still waiting. Some people are still looking for it, and they still haven't brought it. So I'm just, and then not only that, but when I do read what the scholars are saying, for example, Ibn Kathir, he directly contradicts your initial claim. So I'd be kind of surprised if you could find something that contradicts what Ibn Kathir is saying about these verses. You still there, Lowe's?
Yeah, I'm still here. What does Ibn Kathir say about it? That's contradictory to my notion.
So Ibn Kathir says that, number one, that this specific verse here was written before the Battle of Tabuk. So according to what I know, the Muslims supposedly claim that they had a perceived threat from the Roman Empire. Is that correct?
No, that's not the Roman Empire. The Battle of Tabuk isn't about that. In the beginning of the surah, it talks about the Treaty of Hudaybiyah and the ones who broke the treaty.
Who
That's the
was
main
the
case. When it comes to the Romans,
who was the battle? So let's go read the verse real quick, because I think maybe we could just come to an easy conclusion with that. So according to the Quran, are the people of the book and the polytheists the same group, or a different group?
according to the Quran, they're two different groups.
Okay. So verse 1 says, this is a declaration of disassociation from Allah and his messenger to those with whom you have made a treaty among the polytheists.
That was the issue.
I think if you're being honest to the question I just asked you about who is the polytheists and who is the people of the book, you would immediately see the issue.
Yeah, even within the notion of distinction between the Ahl Kitab and the polytheists, right? The polytheists themselves were the main threat with the Islamic, with the Treaty of Hudaybiyah in itself was made with the polytheists, right? But who were the polytheists aligned with? It was the Jews, It was the Yehudi tribes in Medina. So the tree was also with them. I don't see a problem.
All right. So let's just be clear here. Where was this when in verse 28 the Quran says after this situation with the peace treaty with the polytheists, it says that they are no longer to be around El Masjid Al Haram, right?
Yep.
Leave no idols among you, bro. You JC worshippers don't deserve it, bro. No idol worshippers.
Robbie, calm down.
No idol worshippers, no gay boys. Like if you lip,
Robbie, calm down, Robbie.
you're not supposed to imitate women
Okay.
without lip piercing.
All right, that's your strike 3. Lowe's, so correct me if I'm wrong. Every time that I've had this conversation so far, these last 2 weeks, everyone's told me that it's okay for me to understand that this battle was basically between the pagans in Mecca, the Quraysh pagans, essentially. Do you have a different understanding of that?
Yeah, it was with the Quraysh pagans, right? When it comes to the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, after the Muslims had defeated the pagans of Mecca, right? After the Hijrah to Medina, due to the attack of the Meccan, what's it called, the Qurayshi pagans, they were also aligned with the Yehudis. So the treaty itself was made with the Yehudis as well.
Mm-hmm. So let's get this straight. So because I'm trying to pull out the underlying principle here, right, of what the Quran is trying to teach. So let me just give you an example. You're saying that I guess somebody or some group attacked the Muslims, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they just so happen to be from a specific tribe or a specific religion, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's just say, for example, if that happened now, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, hypothetical, let's say a religion called the Blue People, right? There's a guy from the religion called the Blue People. They're all over the world. They have billions of followers or whatever. But just a group of them, just 10 or 12 of them from a specific country, let's say, I don't know, let's say India, whatever. They came and they attacked America, let's say, right? And then as a result of that attack from that specific group, let's say Trump came out and he said, now attack all the blue people. Would that make sense to you?
When it comes to the notion of offensive jihad, right, there's no notion of just conquest. If we want to conquer and make everyone Muslim, I don't see a problem with this. Right, so in this case, if Trump was trying to make everyone American and American was the true religion of God, it would not be an issue.
Okay, so basically everything you just said earlier just thrown out the window.
What about the Treaty of Hudaybiyah?
Right.
Not really. I don't. Both positions can be in line with each other. I don't see the issue. You
Yeah,
can
but I
have
mean,
the notion of the Treaty
so-
of Hudaybiyah's existence and offensive jihad.
So why are you saying that if this is all about a peace treaty and being defensive, how can it also be about being offensive and just conquering the whole world as long as you have the true religion? How can those two things be true?
No. First and foremost, the entire thing, it started with defense, right? The beginning of the surah starts with defense against the kuffar. We made alignments. We told them to be friendly with us. They didn't want to be friendly with us. When it comes to the under the sharh, according to the ulama, if there is a true leader among the Muslimin, we are fully allowed to do offensive jihad and conquer this issue.
Yeah, so basically, in other words, the defensive thing, even though it may have happened, it's just basically an excuse. It was just a justification, right?
No, the main, you can use it as a pillar of justification. The main justification is going to be just to make everyone Muslim. I don't have an issue with this.
Correct. So in other words, like if we read verse 4 and 5 and 6 of this chapter, Allah basically says, hey, even with those who did not break the peace treaty, they have a certain time until we're going to fight them anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
when it comes to ayah 3, 4, and 5, it's given to the Meccans, right? And they're told to leave the place. So they're given an amount of time to leave the place or they'll be fought.
Right. So in other words, there was a migration, no?
A migration, as
Mm-hmm.
in like exodus, yeah, in the matter, yeah.
Correct. So basically, these people are being displaced from their land because the Muslims are coming.
Yeah, yeah, we conquered the land.
Right. And you again, you have no problem with people coming from another land and
They
displacing
didn't come
the
from another land. The same, the same. They lived in the land. They were kicked out, so they kicked them out. What's the issue?
right. So, but this is essentially a displacement now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's not the
And
land though. That's
yeah,
not
so
really. I don't see
let
a
me
problem with it though.
let me read you to the part to where I'm referring to, right? So, according to verse 2, it says, "You idolaters may move freely about the land for 4 months, but you should bear in mind that both you and you will not escape God, and that God will disgrace those who defy Him." So here is given a time period of 4 months, right? And then it says here in verse 4, "As for those who have honored the treaty you made with them and those who have not supported anyone against you, fulfill your agreement with them until the end of the term." So again, this is talking about people who didn't break the treaty. Even their term has a limitation, right?
Yeah, because the treaty isn't forever. The treaty has limitation itself. The
Correct.
treaty was set on a time.
Correct. So in other words, what this tells me is that once once a land is considered holy, right? The people who are not supposed to be there have to go, right? Who are deemed as unworthy or unclean have to go, right?
Alhamdulillah.
Regardless,
Yeah,
eventually, right?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay,
Alhamdulillah.
so basically we can kind of extrapolate that. Do you think that this would apply similarly to the Holy Land in Al-Aqsa?
Would I apply to Al-Aqsa? First of all, when it comes to Al-Aqsa in itself, the area surrounding it in a holy land. What is considered a holy land by the Mufassirin and the ulama is what the land that is surrounding or the land that Al-Aqsa Masjid is built upon. That area is considered holy.
Right.
Right.
So
So in
in
that case, yes, anyone who is not Muslim should be expelled from anything surrounding the Masjid Al-Aqsa or anywhere near the Masjid Al-Aqsa.
right. And where is
Yeah,
Al-Aqsa
that's the
right?
rule, man.
Where's
Allahu Akbar.
Al-Aqsa?
Allahu Akbar. That's the rule.
Where's Al-Aqsa right now?
Al-Aqsa right now it's in Jerusalem.
It's in Jerusalem. So we can kind of like look at this scenario here with Al Masjid Al Haram and people needing to be expelled just because they're not Muslim. We could kind of look at that as an example of what could happen with Al Aqsa, essentially.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, yeah.
Right. This is why, like, when I look at what happened on October 7th, the group, the H group, they call it the Storm Al Aqsa operation on October 7th.
Yeah, the H group doesn't have valid reasons to do or valid conditions to do an offensive jihad. So
What does that
I
mean?
don't care about them.
What does that mean? Because
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard that before.
When it comes to the offensive jihad, as Sheikh Salih Al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah spoke about, he said, today, in the days that we are living in today, there is no one who can do offensive jihad until we have what? A proper khalif, a proper leader. Then you can do
Yes.
offensive jihad.
Yes, yes.
And I have
I've
an
heard
issue
this
with
before.
this.
So again, so I could clarify for the listeners, what Brother Lowe's is saying is that I guess certain rulers have said, or certain leaders in the Islamic community have said that now is not the time for offensive jihad, or in other words,
Not certain rulers, right? What is derived, the ruling in itself, the shurut of offensive jihad is derived from the deen, right? So the conditions for you to introduce an offensive jihad or a conquest of the kuffar land is from the deen itself. You can't be a people who is not led by a proper Muslim leader, somebody who is not trusted by the ummah,
Yeah.
and can go and lead an offensive jihad.
right. But so some people hear what you say and they confuse you with saying that that Muslim leader he was having some sort of compassion on the kuffar. Is that why he's saying that?
Who?
Whoever you said that now is not the time for offensive jihad.
No, there's no compassion for the kuffar, right? Many of the critiques of the H group, right, when it comes to the H group in Gaza, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them all, right? Many of the critiques of them is that they did it with other reasons, right? Many of the ulama talk about that they didn't have a proper leadership,
Right.
that they shouldn't have attacked without proper leadership, and this in itself doesn't meet the conditions for them to do offensive jihad against the Yahudis.
Right, I
La'natullah
get
alayhim.
that. So again, so my question is, the guy who's making that ruling, he's not doing it out of compassion or anything like that, right? Or saying it's
No, because Sheikh
morally
Saleh Al Fawzan, he passed away in 2001, so he had no knowledge of the attack on October 7th.
right. But again, just given the scenario, we can assume that he was not speaking from a place of compassion when he basically outruled offensive jihad, right? He wasn't saying because of compassion.
He didn't outrule it. All of the ulama outruled. There's ijma upon the position that the offensive jihad isn't allowed today.
Right. Again, look, I'm just trying to make sure we're on the same page. It's not because of compassion towards the kuffar, right?
A'udhu billah. No, we don't have any compassion with the kuffar. Allah bless us all.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. What does alhamdulillah mean? That's like saying, "Oh hell no," right?
Yeah, in a sense, in a sense.
Yeah. Okay. So again, just to clarify, because people, I appreciate you because you're being super honest right now. This is actually the easiest conversation I've ever had, or one of the easiest conversations I've ever had, where I don't have to debate you about anything. You're just like, yeah, bro, this is what we do.
So
So
I don't have
yes,
an issue with any of these things. You're not presenting any
yeah,
arguments against them.
and I don't think yeah, go ahead.
Inherently you're agreeing with my position. There's no issue with you either.
Yeah, no,
I don't see a problem.
honestly, but you would also agree, Lowe's, that I mean, just from my experience, maybe you don't have to agree, but from my experience, most Muslims don't think this is what it means, or
Yeah,
that this
most
is
Muslims are knowledgeable upon their deen, right? This is a very bad thing that the Muslimin have today. They're engaging in debates with kuffar, who are themselves juhal, right? Many of you guys don't understand any of these things. Trust me, like, and none of you guys, like, you guys act like you read the Mufassirin's books, you guys read little tafsirs, You guys have one or two hadiths or like four verses in your under collection, and you guys think like you understand the deen completely. It's very disappointing.
but
Most of
Lowe's,
you guys don't understand the Islamic fiqh to actually debate these positions with people of knowledge
yeah, yeah,
on the
but what I
understand.
was what I was thinking, and maybe you could tell me, maybe give me some more insight on this. I was thinking that when, like, let's say a younger person or like a new convert goes to the mosque, that maybe they just give them like watered down versions of the story. Maybe that's what I was thinking. What do you think?
Not really.
No?
When it comes to, it's just simply a common thing within the Muslim world itself today that many of the people are not learned. They haven't learned. It's the same for the Christians in the West.
Hmm.
They're not learning any of their books. They don't know anything about their Bible. Like some of the Muslims, they don't know anything about some of the things on the Quran, and they just talk out of their mouths. Okay, and
So
that's not
then,
the issue.
most of the people that I'm talking to, that they say no, the Quran doesn't call for conquest and all that. You're saying they don't even go to the mosque. Basically, that's what we're thinking right now.
No, they go to the mosque. This is not what it means. Right? When it comes to understanding mufassirin, understanding the sharh behind notions, understanding usul al-fiqh, these are things that are advanced in the deen, and it takes time for someone to learn. And many of the people who live in the West, who live in Europe, who live in America, they don't learn this stuff.
Let me give you one scenario just to wrap up this specific topic here about the perceived, quote unquote, possible offensive violence. And I want to get your opinion on this and just see if you've ever heard about this before, because I found it very interesting when I first read this. It's from Ibn Kathir, where he says that the Jizyah was a compensation for the closed markets of Mecca. Have you ever heard of that?
What do you mean the closed markets?
So, according to Ibn Kathir, when he reads chapter 9, verse 28, it says the people there, they feared poverty when they closed down the market. So, if we can read verse 28 here, it says, "Believers who ascribe partners to God are truly unclean. Do not let them come near the sacred mosque after this year," right? And as we know, the sacred mosque in Mecca was like a trading hub at the time, right? And then so it says, "Do not let them come near the sacred mosque after this year." And then Allah says, "If you are afraid you may become poor, bear in mind that God will enrich you." Does that make sense?
Yeah, seriously.
So Ibn Kathir talks about this fact that the Muslims were afraid of becoming poor from kicking out the idolaters. You following me? I just want to get your opinion on this. So it says here, so it says, so he quotes here, and if you fear poverty, this is Ibn Kathir, right? He says, and if you fear poverty, Allah will enrich you. He says, Ibn Kathir says, Muhammad bin Ishaq commented, the people said our markets will be closed, our commerce disrupted, and what we earn will vanish, right? So this is what was going on, or this was the thought process apparently of the Muslims when they kicked out the idolaters from Mecca. You with me so far?
Yeah, yeah.
They thought they were going to become poor, right? And so Allah revealed this verse, and if you fear poverty, Allah will enrich you, right? And then he explains here, and feel themselves subdued. Now he's quoting the Jizyah verse, and he says, this ayah about the Jizyah, this ayah means this will be your compensation for the closed markets that you feared would result. So what it seems to be saying here, again, this is the scholar's opinion, is that the jizya was simply a compensation for the closed markets that occurred when they kicked out the idolaters from Mecca.
Okay.
So what I'm saying here is that they almost created a scenario themselves where they were forced to leave Mecca and find Christians and Jews. Is that am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, it's just I don't understand where you like produce that notion from, right? It wouldn't be a notion for you to present. Like I don't understand. It just seems presumptuous.
Okay, so just tell me, what part do you think I'm
Yeah, because
falling in line?
you're just producing a random notion into the place. Like the proposition itself has no. Like, yeah, I don't know where you're getting it from. Like you presented formally with an inductive case or something. I don't understand.
Yeah. So let's go back again. So he says, when Allah says in the verse, right? It says, if you fear poverty, Allah will enrich you. He's saying, this is Ibn Kathir saying, Muhammad bin Ishaq commented, the people said our markets will be closed.
You're just reading the same thing again. I don't understand.
Right. So I mean, but I'm trying to, because I thought we were on the same
How
page.
does it formalize it? I don't
So
understand.
let's talk about each one point by point. Hold on a second. Captain, can
It's
you
not how
please stop
formalization
interrupting?
works.
Captain, please stop interrupting for a second. So okay.
All right.
So help me understand where I'm getting off track here. So my understanding is that when the idolaters got kicked out, this caused Okay, hold on, I gotta drop Captain. All right, this caused the markets to be closed. Do we agree on that?
Yeah. When the kuffar, the polytheists got kicked out, many of the businesses they owned were closed down. What's the issue?
No issue. So what I'm saying is, and if the markets are closed, then this would cause a scenario now where, like the verse, or like they're saying here, that they have now a loss of income.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Because we know Mecca is basically in the middle of the desert. There's no like agriculture or anything like that they could survive off of.
There is agriculture.
Okay,
There's a lot of
help me understand why he's saying here that the people thought that they would become poor, and he says what we earned will vanish.
Yeah, because many of the people they believed that once the kuffar and the polytheists actually like I don't see the issue. Right? I don't know how.
I'm not presenting any issue. I'm not presenting any issue, Lowe's. Actually, what I'm doing is
it's just going to be one sec. It's just going to be that the people are fearing that they're going to lose livelihood after the kuffar have left.
Right.
And there's no issue with this.
I don't think so either. I'm actually trying to strengthen your argument that you made earlier that you have no issue with the fact that you believe that the Quran calls for a conquest of disbelievers. I'm just trying to basically add to that by saying this was one of the reasons why they had to supposedly be conquered. Ibn Kathir is presenting that one of the reasons is because of the loss of income from the closed markets. So let me continue reading. So it says, this ayah means your compensation for the closed markets that you feared would result. Allah compensated them for the losses they incurred from severing ties with idolaters by the jizya.
Yeah, no issue.
Right. You with me? So what he's saying is that the compensation for the closed markets was now where the Quran says, fight those from the people of the book until they pay the jizya. That was to make up for the loss of income from kicking out idolaters from Mecca,
Yeah, alhamdulillah. It's like,
right?
what's the issue? I don't.
No issue. I just want to know, did you know that before? Have you heard that before? That argument or that stance from Ibn Kathir?
The position on the money, no, no.
Right.
But I
And
don't have an
so
issue with this, though. I don't know. Are you
no,
leading
no,
somewhere with this, or
no,
just
no,
like just
Los.
questioning?
It's just again, I just because these are the things that I never hear Muslims talk about. They make it sound as if this was just defensive, right? These are like almost as if the Christians and the Jews had done something wrong to them. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like, does this lead somewhere? What the hell? Like, I don't understand.
No. That's like as long as you're saying you agree that the only justification the Quran is giving for fighting what they would consider a disbeliever is simply for their own
The only, the only.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
This is just gibberish, right? First and foremost, we presented two different notions on why the Muslims would fight the kuffar, right? This is the one presented by Ibn Kathir, and also to make the Muslim. I don't see the issue with the Muslims conquering the kuffar and putting them under Muslim rule to make them Muslimin.
No,
don't see any
again,
issue with
Lowe's, if that's your stance, I'm not arguing with you. What I'm just simply saying that those two reasons that you gave, no, they don't include some sort of defensive position. It's
It doesn't
purely
have to.
offensive.
It can be purely offensive. That's why I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
offensive jihad was
Okay,
allowed.
cool. So
That's
if
the
we
issue.
agree on that, then no problem. No problem. Normally, I would have to go further into the tafsirs and keep explaining that. The tafsirs explain that they are simply being attacked for their beliefs. It says that plain as day. It doesn't say because they feared anything or because it was defensive or none of that. And you seem to agree, so I guess we can move on to the next
Now,
topic.
listen, like we gave them chance to submit. You know, like with the Romans and the Persians, we told them submit under us and become Muslimin. They didn't want to. So they had to
Right.
conquer them. That's the
So
issue.
my understanding is Muhammad sent letters, right, to the people, to the Roman emperors, right,
And the Persians.
and the Persians, and they said submit to Allah or we can't promise you safety. That's basically what the letters were saying, right?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
All right, cool. So let's move forward then. The next question that I have is your understanding of the preservation of the Quran. So is it okay if we talk about this with you, Los?
My understanding, like I don't understand. What do you mean by my understanding?
Yeah, just the so the standard
Like,
narrative.
are you presenting the Quran is not preserved? Is that what you're presenting?
I feel like I feel like from what I'm reading, it seems to me like it's definitely not preserved from what I can read.
Could you give the argument for that? Go ahead.
Yeah. So my initial understanding because when I first learned about Islam, one of the biggest claims was, hey, the Bible is not preserved. It's got all these different variants, and some of them change the meaning, and there's different words, right? And Muslims presented that as the biggest issue in the world, essentially. How can the word of God not be preserved, right? Almost making it sound to me like if God reveals something, then we should have that same exact text with no variations. And I was like, you know what? I don't think Christians really believe that. I don't know if Christians have ever made that claim, but I do understand if from a Muslim's point of view, why they would consider that like a powerful argument, right? You with me so far?
Sure, buddy. Sure.
Okay, so then I assumed because the Muslims were making that argument against the Bible, that when they then said, however, the Quran is preserved word for word, letter for letter, then I was like, wow, that means there must not be any variations, right?
Can we get to like the arguments?
Right. So, but then I found out there is variations, several different types of variations, some of them with different words that even change the meaning.
The seven ahruf.
And so this is where I first, but this took almost like a year of having these discussions before anybody even mentioned the word ahruf or kira or anything of the like.
No, the Akanati ahruf were being mentioned by the Christian, the Arabic, the Copts a long time ago. It's been presented like for the past 30 years. It's not really anything crazy.
Right, but I guess you can maybe sympathize with my surprise.
I don't know your surprise. Right, I don't understand.
Yeah, so again, that the initial claim was presented as if the Quran had only one version. and
No,
then to find out.
that was never the notion presented by any Muslim, right? It's just simply a preservation. When someone argues a notion of preservation, they're not going to be arguing that there's going to be one version of the Ahruf of the Quran. That's like you're just presupposing that notion. The fact that they're arguing with you about the Bible, and these aren't analogous to each other.
Okay, well, I mean, all I could do is just be honest with you, and what I was told and how I perceived what I was told was that it seemed to me, because if they're gonna tell me that there is several variations, right, and that there is different words in different Qurans, and even some of those words have different meanings, if they're trying to tell me that that is what got preserved, then I really, to be honest with you, I would not be impressed by that anymore.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, appealing to like the notions presented by other people with me is like I don't see the benefit of this and how this is fruitful to our conversation. Like
Say that
you're
again.
supposed to argue. Yeah,
Say
you're
that
you're
again.
just appealing to like what other people said to you or what other people presented to you, or the arguments and what you've like what's it called what you interpreted from that. Like I don't understand how this is fruitful to the conversation. You said you had an argument against the Quran being unpreserved. I want the argument for that. Like, can you get to that?
Yeah, so what it seems like to me is, if the Quran was not preserved, right, and it would cause variations in the text of, dialect and words and meaning, right? And then, so if that did happen, if those let's say quote unquote corruptions did occur, then adding on this understanding of ahruf and qira'ah is just simply a justification for that.
Adding on, we can find the ahruf within our earliest ahadith first and foremost, right? So it's like you're actually presenting no argument. It seems like subjective notion, like subjective like interpretation of what you think something is. I don't know how this is an argument against like the preservation of the Quran.
Not to mention, just because it's in different dialects doesn't mean it isn't preserved.
Right. So again, let me try to reword it. It seems like backwards rationalization occurred. That's what I'm saying. Especially the fact that when Muhammad first brings up the topic of Ahruf, he doesn't bring this up until 20 years into his prophethood. Before that, people didn't even know that that's what was going on.
Okay, great. So, are you agreeing? Are you in like that? All of these ahruf go back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
My understanding is that your scholars don't have the chains going back to Prophet Muhammad.
Where are you getting that from?
Huh?
Where did you get that from?
That's what I've seen, and that's what I've looked up.
Are you weakening the hadith that says that about the ahruf? Is that what you're doing?
What do you mean?
Because the hadith that mentions the ahruf, you're saying that our scholars don't have any chains that go back to the Prophet. So are you weakening it?
Are you saying the hadith says something about the chains? Is that what you're saying?
The hadith in itself mentions the ahruf. That's the whole point.
Okay, but what does that have to do with the chains?
A hadith primarily is composed of two things: the chain and the substance that is being translated. So, like, whenever you're mentioning,
but the question, what's being called in question is not the chain of the hadith. I can, from what I can tell, maybe the hadith seems authentic to me as well. But what I'm saying is, the claim.
Okay, no, I'm saying these 7 ahruf and like the qira'at, like, do you have contention that they don't go back to the Prophet, or because you're saying this is like in a way, shape, or form this is like ad hoc, or that this is like.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm hearing at least.
So again, I'm seeing these conversations now widely take place across the Muslim Christian debate, right, sphere, and from so far from what I've seen, every Muslim pretty much says the same thing you guys are saying, where it says where you guys are saying, well, we have the chains going back to the Prophet when it comes to these 7 ahruf and the 10 qira'at. However, I'm seeing the Christians coming back and challenging that. And then I'm not seeing any evidence from the Muslims to the contrary.
So I'm confused. Like, what is the argument?
That so far that the only thing that they have chains to are back to the, I guess it's the 7 reciters, not to the beyond that there is no further chain.
is there an argument behind this, or like I'm confused? Like you're just saying, from my point of view, I see this. Well, that isn't like an argument.
Okay.
You're just saying from what I see, like in the debate world, I see this.
Uh-huh.
That,
So far, I mean, I'm assuming you're hearing me saying that I'm looking at what could be backwards rationalization for corruption.
I mean, this is number one. It's just from your subjective point of view. Number two, you aren't providing any like evidence for or against the claim. You're just saying, "I see this, respond to it." There's nothing to respond to. Like you're not providing. Okay, I see this. The evidence against it is this. What's their like response to that? Like, there's no argument being provided. You're just saying, "I've seen people debate this, and I've seen supposedly Christians respond to it." You're not giving what evidence they use to like, go against these claims, to refute these claims. You're just saying, I've seen them respond to it, but I've seen no response to that. Meanwhile, not providing any type of response in the first place.
Right. So the scenario would be one of two things could be happening here, right? Either, there's backwards rationalization for the variance, or well, I'm giving you the two scenarios and you tell me what you think, right? So either there's backwards rationalization. Ibn, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so either there's backwards rationalization because mass corruption was happening, right? Or we go with the story that no, it's just the Quran was just revealed in so many variations that it would make it impossible to prove corruption anyway.
It's neither of those. I mean, the Quran was originally the Quran was like revealed into the Qurayshi dialect, but the Prophet ﷺ asked for other dialects to be like presented in. Is there an argument against that, or?
Yeah. So I mean, number one, you're saying they were asked for, but I mean, from so far, maybe I'm not sure if I remember that it was asked for. Maybe asked for by who?
Prophet.
Oh, okay, asked for by Muhammad. Yeah, that I think there is a hadith for that. But my point is that if this was a situation where Muhammad was trying to help people who were receiving the Quran from him, don't you think he would have made it known to them that he was trying to help them in that way?
Sorry, one sec.
Yeah, host, like, I can't lie to you. Most of these aren't arguments, is like appeal to possibilities. I don't understand how any of these like give a rebuttal or lead to us believing that there's corruption.
Yeah, brother. So I mean, one thing that I know for sure, especially when it comes to religion, is people, and I'm sure you guys experience this all the time with Christians, right? You can explain something to a Christian a million ways from Sunday, and they're never going to accept what you say. I know that. This is where we're stuck, apparently. But I think this is something that needs to be discussed so that maybe you could possibly see a different scenario. And maybe maybe you won't admit it to me that you see it. I understand that, but I'm not here for that. I'm not here for you to admit it, because I know that rarely ever happens.
First, like, I'm honest to like the two scenarios you presented, just full on just appeal to possibility on what you think possibly happened, or like what you think possibly this thing could be like going against.
And I get
and there's
that.
like no actual there's like no actual formalized like concrete arguments to defend either of those.
Yeah, and I get that, but what I'm just simply saying, so you have your interpretation of it, right? And I have mine. And I'm just curious, like, do you have some further information that I may be missing that might help me to like kind of maybe see it more from your point of view? Because from what I'm seeing, it looks like there is no way to prove perfect preservation based on the parameters set by the standard Islamic narrative.
First, I don't know what
if corruption was happening, there would be no way to prove it, because there's so many.
You said something correct. You said there's no chain for the qira'at that go back to the prophets.
Correct. That's what I've heard the discussion.
Do a quick do a quick Google search right now. Just do an AI search. Do Google
okay,
I would prefer, especially because this is a very sensitive topic, just to get primary sources in this case, not AI's interpretation of the narrative.
Even if I grant like your position of just being like put like coming down all to inductivity, right? Our position is going to have the higher probability of being true, Yours is going to be like a presumptuous notion of just saying, "Oh, I think this happened." Like there's nothing behind it. It's just simply you think this happened. Like
Yeah, well, but if you're saying that you're going towards the higher probability, right? That's also, ipso facto, an assumption.
no, I said if
Do you
I
have any
grant your
Then,
scholars?
then,
notion
then,
of
then we would have
inductivity.
to then we
Laws.
would have to just discuss which one's higher, which one has a higher
Host,
probability.
do you have any scholars that
Okay.
agrees with your position regarding the Quran not being preserved?
Bro, forget scholars. Like I'm just trying to find evidence because like at the end of the day, like your entire like point that you're bringing up just boils down to you saying I've heard this, therefore this. But like you're not providing what originally you heard.
Ibn,
You're
but
saying
I'm
I've
trying to
heard good responses.
Ibn,
to it,
I'm
but, like,
trying to explain
what
to
is
you
your response?
I'm trying to explain to him in as much detail as I can what I heard. Okay, this is because I'm not trying to explain to you what I heard. I'm more concerned about what I didn't hear. Okay, what I heard was
But, like,
the Christians say. Hold on. What I heard was the Christians say, and again, this is a minor point because this really has nothing to do to
no,
change
but I'm
my
saying,
argument.
look at it from
I get
our
what you're
point
saying,
of
but let me
view.
finish. Let me finish. Just again, what the Christians said was that the only chains go back to the 7 reciters and not to Muhammad. That was the claim, and until now, I have not heard a Muslim show me any evidence to the contrary. If you have that, I'd be more than happy to hear about it. Right, but that's not even my full claim yet.
So you don't have an argument.
Again, guys, so we can agree that nobody has evidence to the other side, right? Nobody does.
No, but you
Neither
haven't made an argument yet.
I
That's the
have
thing.
made it.
How about we just point out the differences? Seriously.
What is the
Why don't we
argument?
just point out the differences?
We're gonna pull.
It's
We're
a
gonna.
lot
We're
easier
gonna.
to discuss that.
We're gonna pull
Yeah,
out the
but
differences.
what's
We're gonna pull out the
what's your
differences.
can you clearly give us your argument?
Yes, it seems like to me, based on the parameters given in the standard Islamic narrative, that there would be no way of proving unperfect preservation, even if it occurred, or corruption. Let's say there wouldn't be a way of proving corruption, even if it occurred. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and
based on the fact that you are given so many avenues or so many what I would consider loopholes, essentially, to get out of the claim, because you have things. Let me explain. Let me say you have ahruf, which first of all, the scholars don't even agree on what ahruf even means. There's 40 different opinions on what an ahruf could be, right? And so that already allows for 40 different types of variants. Now, on top of that, you get the 7 to 10 different qira'at, which allows for even more variations of variations, in a sense, right?
Can you give us three of
Can you
give us three of those opinions?
Hold on. And then you have things like abrogation could be allowed, where that includes things like if somebody forgot something, that just means Allah abrogated it, right? So when you take all of that into account, it just what room do you have to prove something that something was corrupted or not?
Can you give us three of those opinions? One could give it. You said there's 40 opinions on Ahruf. Can you just give us 3?
You know what? Honestly, when I saw that, I just took it at face value because the Muslim agreed on the point.
So someone said there's 40 opinions. Mm-hmm. You didn't look into it to even see if there's conflicting opinions.
Right, because
I regurgitated it.
So because and I'm gonna just be very honest with you right now. I did last time when I had this conversation with a Muslim, I did give him the source and he looked it up. He found the page and he said, okay, yeah, it does say that, and we talked about it. But I didn't save that, and I don't feel like going looking for that right now. But that's up to you if you want to believe me or not.
Like the thing is, you're asking us to argue with a ghost. Like there's no evidence being provided. There's just a claim and supposedly a response to that claim.
The only part. The only part I actually want to.
The response. Oh my God! You're not telling us what the response was. That's supposedly convincing that
I
there's
found the
a
source.
weakening of
I found the source. Okay, I found the source, so you guys could get off my case. Okay, so I'll sue you.
It's not even just that. I'm saying
okay, guys.
In general.
It's just because honestly, I don't want you to argue with the source. I want you to argue with my contention, which is simply what we do agree upon. What are you laughing about?
You don't want us to argue against the evidence you're bringing?
Sure. Okay, look. Like I said, what we do agree upon is there's 7 qira'at and 10 ahruf, right? And abrogations. Yeah. That's my main point. Cool. Now, let me give you the source. Okay, let me give you the source and let me see if you actually do something about it since you really wanted this so bad. Okay, so we got Al-Suyuti in Al-Itqan Fi Ulum al-Quran, page 105.
Al-Suyuti?
Like, you see what I'm saying? Now they're going to laugh about the source. All right,
I'm
page
sorry, bro.
105.
Did I know Suyuti the source?
Page 105. Page 105 lists over 40 opinions on the meaning of the 7 ahruf. Okay? And then it says Ibn Kat, I don't know how to say this, Qutayba. Ibn Qutayba recorded around 35 different opinions. And many sources cite this, is what it's saying.
Wait, what? Can you give me the citation for Ibn Qutayba?
It doesn't, I don't think it says that one. It just says Ibn Qutayba recorded around 35. That's all it says.
Like, is there a source for that?
I didn't see it, brother. All I see is it says the one I spoke about with the actual with the conversation I actually had with a Muslim a couple of days ago was Suyuti. He didn't seem to have a problem with it. He went to it and he's like, okay, yeah.
To you, bro. Like, I could throw Al-Suyuti under the bus like John of Damascus, but I can't even lie to you. Like, I take nothing from that guy.
I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem, brother. The only thing that I'm saying, the only thing, like I said, so this is the part where, look, I understand from a Muslim perspective, you probably want to throw out Al-Suyuti. I don't, whatever. I don't know what that means.
Because like,
I don't know who Suyuti is, right? Okay, I don't know who he is.
Some people don't even consider him a Muslim, bro. I can't lie to you. I'm not taking Al-Suyuti.
No, I don't have a problem with that. But now I would say, okay, if Suyuti is so, whatever, if he's so bad of a reference point, then you give me one. Because right now it's 1-0 as far as references.
Shifting the burden of proof, then.
I gave you one already.
Yeah, but the guy,
my one reference now, and I'm under the assumption that Suyuti is probably top notch because why else would he be used in this scenario, right?
All right, great. So that's like, for example, from our point of view, let's say we give you like a heretic like Valentinus, for example, and you say, oh, I don't accept Valentinus. He's a heretic. He doesn't believe anything I believe. We toss him out. He said, well, you give me a source. It's 1-0. I gave you one, heretic. You gave me nothing.
Listen, if we were having, if I was a Christian and if we were having a conversation about Christianity, then we could see what would happen in that scenario. I would assume that you'd be right in saying that, right? But right now we're talking about the Quran, and right now I did show you a source.
You agree with him?
And no, I'm saying that he would be right in saying that about me if I did that. That's what I'm saying. So
you agree you would do that then?
So guys, so you see what I'm saying? Like, you guys spent a whole 5 minutes berating me about bringing a source. I bring one, and now you guys are all just laughing and
exactly
like what are we talking about? Show me so y'all show me. So do y'all have any sources for your side of the story or no? Or we're just
1 second. Your entire argument is built off of hearsay and supposedly evidence. We ask you for the evidence that it's from a source we don't accept. So your entire argument is built off of just hearsay. There's no arguments at the end of the day.
No problem.
That's all we're asking for.
No problem. But I gave you a source, right? If you don't want to agree with it, now tell me that your source so I can compare. Maybe be like, hey, you know what, dude? Look at this one and read this, and then I can go do my research. What's wrong with that?
Wait, what's the 40 difference? What's the difference between the 40?
Say that again.
Does he note down the 40? Who gives the 40? Like, is there anything after that? Like, I don't understand.
You know what? Let me Google it for you guys so we can find out.
It's like saying there's 4 different things, and there's like who gives the 40? What are the opinions? Like, where are the 40 from?
Yo, look, send me the live if there's any actual evidence. But until then, I'm a dip.
I can't show the live, bro.
Why not?
I got banned. You could point out so much evidence, but they will take it. They will take it to the grave.
I know, and then on top of that, we haven't even gotten into all the verses that do show actual different words with different meanings either. We haven't even gotten into that yet.
You know what? Just grant it for the sake of
the
argument.
You can point out so much, they'll just take it to the grave. It's just sad. It's very sad.
Let's grant the 40 differences. How about that?
All right, I'm saying we'll grant it for the sake of the argument because I do have to go. Grant the 40 differences. That doesn't mean it's impossible to show corruption.
Yeah, so think about it, brother. It
still does not make it impossible.
So we have a possible 40 kinds of variations, right, in the Quran.
Yeah, that's right. Brian said. Go ahead.
That's not what's meant by saying there's 40 opinions, though. That's not what's meant. That there's 40 different kinds of ahruf.
Feel free to expand.
Whatever.
That's not what it means.
Feel free to say what it does mean, then.
I'm saying regardless of
Looking,
what he thinks it is, just grant it for the sake of the argument. It still doesn't make it impossible to show corruption. There can be a thousand different.
So let me clarify, because I gave him a chance and now he just got quiet. So let me give you clarify what I mean. Hold on, Ibn. Let me give you a clarifier of what I'm saying when I say there's 40 opinions, right? That means if one scholar looks at the 40 opinions and he sees one of the opinions, you know, actually happening, he could say, okay, yeah, I could see how that could be. And then if he sees another of the 40 happening, he could say, yeah, I could see that too. And so he would do that. He could do that with over 40 different scenarios, where he could say, yeah, I could see that. That could also be one of the ahrufs, right?
But okay, grant that. I'm saying grant it for the sake of the argument, because I do have to go. That still doesn't make it impossible to show corruption. Say there's 7 different ahruf, there's 10 different qira'at, and there's possibilities for abrogation. There's still possibility, and there's cases where we've shown. 1 second. There's cases where we've shown there's been corruption, and it's been called out. For example, in the case of like Uthman radiallahu anhu, showing that there's differences at that time, and we know there's a hadith even from before then, during the lifetime of the Prophet, where there was evidences of people thinking there was corruption, but it was just different qira'at, and they went to the Prophet themselves, and the Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, no, those are both correct. They're both versions of the Quran. They're two different qira'at, or 2 different ahruf, whatever it is. I'm saying there's cases where there are verses where there's been able to show that there is corruption and it's been corrected, and there's cases where it's been corrected and it's like, oh, they're just ahruf. So it doesn't make it impossible. Clearly, it's not impossible to show corruption. But like I'm saying, from our point of view, your entire argument is just saying there's a lot of ahruf, now it's impossible. There's multiple different versions of the Quran, therefore it's impossible to show corruption. No, it's still possible. It's
either impossible or irrelevant to prove. Like at what point does it become irrelevant to say, like, if your claim is like,
never.
Yeah, the Quran, you know, we preserved all 40 of the variations, they're all preserved. Then what's the point of even saying that it was preserved at that point?
It's still preserved. What? What's the point of saying it's preserved? To show that the word of God.
Because all you're saying is like, yeah, we preserved a whole bunch of variations. Like, okay, then how's that impressive?
All those
at that
variations, point? Yeah, are all those variations original to the Prophet ﷺ, which is our claim? Yes. So yeah, regardless of the Quran, it could be in 1,000 different variations, as long as they all go back to the original source, which is the Prophet ﷺ. It isn't a corruption, because it isn't an addition or revision to the text not made by the original author. All these like variations, regardless of if there's differences, they go back to the original author, so it's not a corruption. Textual critics like Bruce Metzger, Bart Ehrman, they all define corruption as an addition or revision made to a text not by the author. And
yeah, but when you find the addition, right, then you just say that was approved and allowed. So how do I know you're not just doing that ad hoc? That's what I'm asking you.
Okay, you have to prove that, because that's your claim.
How can we prove that? Okay, ask me. How can we prove that? How would we?
Yeah, you look at the earliest ahruf. You look at the differences. For example, you look at like different communities and say
that would require manuscripts, which we don't have.
Who said we don't have manuscripts?
We don't have. Are you saying that we have complete manuscripts of every single ahruf?
In modern times, yes. Are you saying like the 10 different qira'at? These 7 different ahruf are preserved within the 10 different qira'at.
No,
correct. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. How are you gonna? How are you listening to what I'm saying? Where I'm telling you, your scholars have 40 opinions on it, and then your conclusion is to ask me what an aruf is. No, I'm talking to Kiyoki right now because he seems like he's not tracking the conversation.
No, wait, hold on. So before you throw me on the chopping block, I'm a Christian, and I came here because I was just.
Who asked me? I'm sorry, Kiyoki. Who asked me what's an aruf just now?
I did because I really don't know.
Oh, my bad. So an aruf is a disputed topic. An aruf is a disputed topic within Islam. They say it's like 7 recitations or 7 modes of recitation. Like I said, it's disputed. Nobody actually knows what it means. But what happened was there was 20 years into Muhammad's prophethood, there was a companion who was reading the Quran a certain way. He heard another companion reading the Quran in a different way. He got so mad about it that he grabbed the guy up by his throat and brought him to Muhammad and was like, this guy's reading the Quran differently. And then Muhammad was like, okay, let me hear how you say it. And he was like, yep, that's how it was revealed. And then the other guy read it how he heard it, which was in a different way. And Muhammad said, yep, that's how it was revealed. So essentially what we have is a scenario where we have different Qurans, essentially, from my opinion. But Muhammad is saying, yeah, all the Qurans are the way all the people recite it is approved. And then Muslims take that. And then Muslims take that hadith. Hold on, let me finish explaining to Kyoki. And then Muslims take that hadith along with other ones where Muhammad said that he asked the angel Jibreel to reveal the Quran in 7 different modes. And they say this is ahruf, right? But again, when the scholars go into the, okay, well, what does this mean actually? When they would say it was revealed in 7 different modes, what does it actually mean? They don't know. There's not enough evidence to prove what it actually means, whether it's dialect or whether it's just different words or different meanings or whatever. They can't prove it.
Yeah, okay, so great. You just essentially just concede that there is corruption then. Because if you're going to say that these go back to the Prophet ﷺ, then it isn't corruption.
I've never once said that. I said that the story about it is in the hadith. That's all I said.
Okay, great. That's fine. Is there an argument with evidence, please? That's all I'm asking. Because I do have to go.
I already did, and you guys are laughing at it. So without presenting your own,
Hold up.
Your entire argument hinges on us.
So let's go a little bit further, so we don't get stuck here. Let's go into the different meanings of the Quran.
One sec. What's the argument hinging on? Let's see.
Here, let's go. We're gonna go into the different meanings. So we have here. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. All right. Do you see this one here? This is about Quran 37:12. Right, and we're pointing out here the version in the Hafs.
You wonder, I wonder.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see this.
Yep, no problem. Just because you can repeat it. So it says Quran 37:12 says the Hafs Quran says you wonder, talking about Muhammad, and the Khalaf Quran says I wonder, meaning Allah Himself is wondering. So this would look to me like as it's a textual variant that actually changes the meaning. What do you guys say?
That's fine.
Yeah, we have no issue with this.
Okay, so
it's not a contradictory statement.
No problem. So we have one version which is the Hafs Quran, which says Muhammad is wondering, and we have another version that says Allah is wondering. And your argument here is that it's not contradictory, right?
They both wondered.
Yeah.
Both propositions can be true at the same time.
So in other words, when I read both of these, do I get the full Quran?
I read both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they complement each other.
No, the full Quran comes from all 7 of them.
Right. So in order to get the full Quran, you need all 7, right? So
but also one also equals the full Quran. I don't have an issue with this.
Oh boy.
You
heard that, right?
Wait,
you heard that, right?
Wait. Is there a difference in theology or the way you practice
Islam? You heard that, right,
Kyoki?
Wait,
we can affirm that 7 of the full Quran and 1 is sufficient for one person as well.
So what he just said is that even though the Hafs Quran is different from the Khalaf Quran, it's still the same Quran, right? That's what you're saying to me right now.
Yeah, they're both the Quran.
Host, can I ask a question?
It's far way more easier than that. Why do you make it so difficult?
Hey, host.
We didn't make anything difficult. He hasn't done anything. He's just shaking his head.
Yeah, you're making it way too difficult.
He's just shaking his head. No argument this far. Like I've been here for like 20 minutes.
So look. Let me reword it. Let me reword it. Kyoki, did you have a question?
Yeah, my question is, so which one was actually revealed by Allah? Was it the you wonder or the I wonder?
They say both.
Both.
Yeah, both.
So Gabriel revealed both of these verses at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, he revealed both. That's the issue.
Yeah, both. Mm-hmm.
Actually, many more.
So now think about that. So think about that. So what they're trying to tell you, right, is that because both wondered, Allah couldn't just say that in one Quran, right? He couldn't just say in the one Quran, hey, both wondered. He had to show you 2 different Qurans where one tells you about one wondering and the other one tells you about another wondering. You see what I'm saying? And they like...
So wait, you don't have an issue. So you don't have the issue with there being 2 meanings. You have an issue that they were revealed in the same verse.
No, what? So this is what I'm trying to get to now, right? So let's say if what Allah wants you to know, right, is that both wondered, then would I be able to get that from just reading one of the Qurans?
Yeah, but you get it from reading both recitations as well. So what's the issue?
Yeah, and also I just wanted to make a point. By the way, do you realize this type of style is sorry? This type of style is employed multiple times within the Quran. For example, in the case of Pharaoh, where to show that Pharaoh and his council were agreeing, in one story in the Quran, it mentioned that Pharaoh agreed about this certain topic, and then in another style, it showed that his council agreed. But through our tafsir, it just shows that they were in agreement themselves. Not that they both agreed.
No,
The
no,
Quran
they're
uses
not,
this type of
fellas.
style.
Fellas, no, they're not.
One second.
Hold on a
This
second.
Quran, what? Can I finish?
Hold on,
The
hold on a
Quran uses
second.
this style multiple times, so
That's
it
not
wouldn't
true.
be an issue.
That is not true. Look over here. Look over here. This
We
is
can't see it.
Quran.
We can't see it. By the way.
You can't see
Can
anything.
you enlarge my screen for a second?
I got put a highlighter on the Quran and said this is Quran.
All right. This is Surah Baqarah, verse
Baqarah.
148 from Hafs book. And over here I have Warsh book. We're gonna get to it. Give me one
Warsh?
second. Yes. One of the 28 printings of Quran that do not match each other. Give me one second. I'm a former Muslim and I've been through the mill.
Is this about?
to get
Wait,
to
is
this
this
one.
about missing?
Former
Wait, is this
Muslim,
about?
but he does worse.
Right here.
Is this
Hold
about
on, hold
missing
on.
your
Stop,
fast?
stop,
Is
stop.
this about making up your fast?
Stop,
Guys,
stop.
let them talk. Let them talk.
Stop. Stop. I'm a former Muslim, been through the mill, memorized the entire
Oh,
book.
we don't call you
and I
last story,
got out
buddy.
of this
Get to it.
religion. Give me one second.
All right, guys,
Don't
I'm gonna
interrupt.
start dropping you guys if you don't let somebody else talk.
Yeah, let me finish. I want to hear this. Actually, it's hilarious. Good.
Okay, Mr. Hilarious. Right here says, Fidyatuhu ta'amu miskin. That means when you make this mistake, you gotta feed poor, as in singular, poor person. You gotta feed a singular, poor person. Right here, I have a rule in the Quran that I have to follow when I read this Quran. To get out of this mistake, I gotta feed a singular, poor person. Come to Warsh reading. This is a plural. Masakin. Let me put both words side by side for even those who can't read Arabic would probably try to understand it. Here is one miskin. You see above the letter S, between S and K, there is no little tiny dagger on top of it. When you look at this one, this dagger makes it from miskin to masakin. That's plural.
All right.
That's mean
Can we
more
respond?
than two. Hold on. No, don't respond. So these are two Qurans that if I read this one on the right, that's been printed and been read in Saudi Arabia, most of the Middle East, Gulf countries, and Egypt and parts of Libya. You come to this one that's been printed and circulated and been read in mosques in the Western Africa, Northwestern Africa, such as Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, parts of Libya. They read this type. So when they have to follow the rule or the law of the Quran, do they feed multiple hungry, poor people, or do they feed one? Obviously, this depends on the geography of that country. So
you're
when
not-
we just
I mean,
Sorry.
are you like, do you want a response or are you just going to give the answer and the question?
just hold on one second. There is because there is a bigger
Brother,
problem.
brother, can
when-
you wrap it up? Because I want to get back to what I'm saying here.
Yep. One more, and the mic is all yours. Right here.
Can I just respond to this point? Because like
Just
these
one
gonna
second,
be
then
the
you can
same
have the
points.
mic, but you can have the entire mic. All right. One here in Al Hadid, Surah Al Hadid, says, "Inna Allah huwa al Ghani al Hamid." Huwa. This word right here. This is the word of Allah, and remember this word. Even if you don't read Arabic, just remember the shape of it.
It's Huwal, it's connected.
And it's also
We
for
come
in
here.
not in the okay.
We come here, and we find that word is entirely missing. Right after the word of Allah, the entire word is missing. How did you bring down the scripture and you preserve it? How did it get preserved if an entire word is missing? This got nothing to do with the
Go ahead,
differences
guys. Go ahead and
readings.
respond. Go ahead and respond to that, guys, real quick, and then I'm gonna bring more examples as well.
Okay, finally, this entire point is moot. Number one, because at the end of the day, both of these go back. They could have a gajillion different differences. They both go back to the author. Number one. Number two, the second point of فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْغَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ, and when the second one where it says فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ الْغَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ. What is the word huwaj is a signifier of the person, and he is the person. For example, it says he is Ghani al-Hamid.
I want to read it. I want to read it the way Gabriel said it to Muhammad. Which one should I say?
I let you speak.
I want to read it exactly
how
Gabriel
I let you speak.
said it to Muhammad.
Can you go on mute? Let's act like we have some decorum, sir. All right. Number one, both of them. That's the entire point. It is not a corruption if they both go back to the original author. They could have. I will grant you, there's a gazillion differences. I could care less. Do they both go back to the author? Yes. The point is moot.
All right, so let's look at this one here on the screen. So I have now Surah 10, verse 16.
This is just giving more examples of the same case.
Yeah, the Haas version says, "Nor would he have made it known to you." And
can anyone address the point I made? Because you're just giving. He gave two examples. You're going to give another one. The response is going to be.
Okay, Ibn, thank you. So it says here, "Nor would he have made it known to you," and the Kunbul says, "He would have made it known to you." So which one is true?
Both. Can you guys respond? Because you guys are just being bots. You're just giving more examples. I'm granting it.
Okay, so both are true. So how is that possible that in one verse it says he would have made it known and the other one says he would not have made it known? How can both be true?
Because they both go back to the author. Can I get a response to that? Or
so in other words, the author preserved contradictions.
Can I get a response? They both go back to the author.
Yes, so no problem. So the author preserved contradictions. That's what you're claiming?
Not necessarily. It's not a contradiction. For example, in the case of Farah that I gave, both can be true. It's not either A or B. It can be the case of both. So again, I'm asking for a response. If both go back to the 1 second,
we're not just because you're just. I can tell right now that you're just very excited right now. Just relax.
I'm trying to get a response.
I'm trying to get a response.
I've responded to this point. Every single point I've responded to.
The only thing you said, the only thing that you said is that they both go back to the author. Okay.
Okay, exactly. Can I get a response to that?
That's not my contention.
One second.
My contention is.
I'll respond to
this. My contention is if they go back to the author, anyway, they're contradictory statements.
There's no contradiction because
so all you're saying. Okay, so all you're saying to me is that the Quran is preserving contradictions.
No, I'll tell you 1 second. I want to respond to what Yellow brought up, right? We have an expert on Qur'an. His name is Father Salami. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. He actually spoke on the example that Yellow brought up on the differences in Masakin and Masakin. It's speaking on different situations, scenarios. If you miss a fast, you feed one poor person. If you miss multiple fasts, you feed multiple people. So they complement each other. And the people
why isn't that mentioned in the same verse? I don't know that.
You don't have to know that. It's
I want to know.
Because
I want to know.
One second, host. The people that are responsible for teaching and educating the Ummah, right, are the people that are going to be the scholars and the ones that are knowledgeable. And they all have access to all these Qur'at. So it's not like they're ignorant to the different recitations. They have access to all of it, and they use it when it comes to
Brother, can you give me the same type of explanation for the one I'm showing you on the screen?
Can you show us the Quran that actually says that? Go ahead. Hello, host?
What'd you say?
Can you prove that the Quran version says he would have made it known to you?
I know you're afraid, but can you address it?
Yeah, could you prove it says that? I don't believe it says that.
I gotta go. This is insane.
Wait, could you prove it says that, host?
How do you want me to prove it, boss?
Give us the Qunbul version. You're quoting the Qunbul version, right? So give it to us, inshallah.
All right, so if I prove it, then we can talk about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How do you want me to prove it? Just tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, by giving us the Qunbul version saying this, because this is like...
How? So are you saying you've never heard of this, or you don't believe me, or what?
Yeah, I've never heard of the Qunbul version saying he would have made it known to you.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll look it up. Give me a second. Let me ask my friend is saying
ChatGPT.
My friend is saying the Qunbul version.
I have it if you want to.
You have it?
I think this is the combo version.
All right. Who's that, Jamal?
Let me see.
Give Jamal big screen.
Turn my camera on.
I have a feeling this is the one that's gonna really hurt them to explain, so they're gonna really fight. They're gonna say, "Oh my God, how do we know a picture's even real? Where'd you get that picture from? You gotta."
Hey, I'm having technical difficulties here. I don't know what's going on.
No, take your time. Don't worry. Take your time.
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
So far it's saying your friend is mistaken. In Surah 10:16, Hafs says, "Nor would he have made it known to you." Kunbul says he would have made it known to you. One version says Allah would have not revealed it. The other version says that Allah would have revealed it. That's a direct flip of the meaning, not just pronunciation. Both are considered authentic qira'at, yet they contradict each other in the same verse. This is a well-documented. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna explain to you right now. It tells you the source. It says this is a well-documented variant. It's mentioned in classical tafsirs like Al-Jalalain, which explicitly notes the variant reading.
Another Al-Sayuti. Yeah, this is actually too funny.
With La al-Jukum affirmative versus Wala al-Jukum negative. If your friend still doubts it, tell him to look up Quran 10:16 in Kunbul or check the Qira'at comparison chart.
Bro, it's just like it's like the whole thing is from Al-Sayuti.
Hold on a second. Who's that speaking right now?
It's a whole argument from Al-Sayuti. Like the entire argument is Al-Sayuti.
This is Lowe's. Okay, Lowe's, you've officially bored me now. I'm gonna bring up my friend Kay because he usually comes with receipts. I mean, guys, whoever's listening, I think you guys can tell what they're doing. Like, just make your own determination. What's up, Kay?
Can you pull up
What's going on, bro? God bless. Are you talking about differences in like two messages in two different Qurans? Is what you're saying?
So right now we're looking up the one where it says Allah would have revealed, and the one that says Allah would not have revealed. In the
bring him back up. Yeah, bring him back up. Let me show him.
Anybody want to drop to let Lowe's back up?
Yep, I'll take one for the team. God bless everybody. Jesus Christ is Lord.
God bless.
All right, take one, man.
Hold on, Lowe's. We're gonna bring you back up. 1 second. There he is. Oops. Oh no, what did I just do? Close my chat.
I'm here.
What up, Lowe's?
Yeah, there it is.
Go ahead. The Qunbul version.
Yeah, I don't have the Qunbul. I'm going to show you an even more destructive one that you would need
it's
to.
Not from the Qunbul.
Can anybody bring up the Arabic of these?
So are we considering the Qunbul version first? Like I'm trying to understand.
Go ahead. Talk to Kay about whatever. I'll look it up while he's doing that.
Okay. Kay said more destructive. Like I don't understand. Is he dropping a nuke or something?
Cool. Yeah, just give me 1 second.
I'm trying to figure out where I would find these. Like, I guess you guys want pictures. Is that what you want, Lowe's?
We want the Arabic. We want the Arabic.
I know, but help us. You're a Muslim, right? So like, where would we find such things that you would be okay with?
Dude, you're bringing this stuff up. This combo.
So you don't want it to. So you don't want to get to the truth. Then you just want to try to win an argument. Then you don't want to get to the truth, basically, right? You just want to say, I don't know. Good luck, right? Because you don't actually.
They don't care for the truth.
No, give Kay big screen, bro.
Oh, my bad. It looks like okay.
Yeah, no problem. Here we go. This is the Hafs version of chapter 2, verse 184. The reason I say this is more destructive is because this is not only
completely different arguments.
Same argument. The host said that you're talking about differences in two different Qurans.
We are. They just
the host presented an argument, and now you're shipping two different arguments.
I told you that we're gonna look for it, bro. These guys are panicking right now.
Let's go.
Anything they can. They can order to run.
They're like, all right, well, what time is it right now? What time is it? Is there a car driving? Okay.
Go ahead, Kay. All
right, so this here is chapter 2, verse 184. And the reason I say this is more destructive is because not only do you have two different messages in two Qurans, but you have two jurisprudence. You have two laws that are essentially given from this perspective. So go ahead, read this verse for me, either in the Arabic or the English.
You don't have the English. I'll just read it for myself. Fast a prescribed number of days, but whoever of you is ill or on a journey, then let them fast an equal number of days after Ramadan. For those who can only fast with extreme difficulty, compensation can be made by feeding the needy person. Oh, is this the person or like masakin or miskin person?
There you go. There you go. You know the argument. So in this chapter here, chapter 2, verse 184, I have no idea why you're laughing, bro.
The other guy gave the same
That's
thing,
usually
bro.
the first tactic, right? When you try to discredit something. And I have yet to get an answer for this, by
You've
the
got
way.
the same argument by the same guy, bro.
It's just as destructive every time. So are you going to answer, or you're just going to say same argument? That's all you guys do.
What's
You
the
don't
issue
have,
with
you
it?
never
What,
have
what,
an
am- what am I
answer.
answering? Can you present an issue?
Good. Now that the theatrics are over,
Mm-hmm.
this Quran, the Hafs, says for every day you miss, right? For every individual that misses a day of fasting, they have to feed what?
A miskin.
And what's a miskin? Educate us.
A miskin is a singular poor person. Alhamdulillah.
Good. So one day missed, one person feeding, right?
It doesn't say. It has an equal number of days. Yeah. So each day missed, you feed one person.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now let me show you this.
I found it, by the way. So whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. Read this for me, Lozen. Loz, whatever your name is.
Masakin. Well, you bought the same thing, bro. Like, I don't know.
No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. What does
No,
masakin mean?
the other guy who's here about the exact same argument. I don't understand.
Okay, what does
what's the
masakin?
destructiveness?
I wasn't here. What does masakin mean?
Masakin is plural poors.
Good. So for every day someone misses of fasting, they have to feed many poor people for every day, correct?
Many, yeah, plurality, yeah, sure.
Good. So these are two different messages. These are completely two separate sets of jurisprudence that Allah's supposedly giving. Because you can have someone in Morocco who's reading the Warsh, and they understand that Allah is telling them for every day they miss of fasting, let's say they miss all of Ramadan, 30 days of Ramadan, they have to feed 3 people per day, which is about, let's say, 90 people. At least 3 people per day. Now, that's for the Muslim in Morocco. Now, the Muslim in Egypt or in America or anywhere else in the world that reads the Hafs, they think that Allah is telling them for every day they miss, they have to feed one poor person. So could you please tell me who's right with God?
Both are right.
Oh, both are right.
Yeah, what's the issue?
Doesn't make any sense because if he's not feeding enough people, how did he get forgiven? I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he doesn't understand that.
Yeah, let's look at the other one now. So you guys can see the Kumbul and the Hafs is right here on my screen now. Do you see it?
No, it's like too small. You gotta zoom in, I think.
Okay, hold on a second.
Well, that's supposed to be the big boom, though. I don't understand. What did
No. Like I said, we already know you guys are never going to admit anything. That's a given. We've had this conversation millions of times, but we just want to hear. We just want to hear it.
I don't think you're gonna understand.
So it says here. The Hafs right here. The Hafs and the Kumbul right here.
Can you zoom in a little?
More?
Or we can read it just fine, man.
Move back. Okay, well.
Oh, he says zoom out.
Is that walal? I don't understand. Like, it's very blurry.
This is the Hafs version, and then this is the Kumbul version over here.
Okay, what's the issue?
So the issue here is that one says Allah would have made it known to you, meaning he would have revealed it, and the other one says he would not have made it known to you.
Okay.
So how can these both be true at the same time?
Because they're not contradictory. He would have. Like when you say, one sec.
How can you not understand that?
Brother.
Do you know what a P and not P is, bro? Do you know what a P and not P is?
How can it not be contradictory when it's saying opposite things? It's saying
the word would in itself isn't a negation. The word, if you say would, I like, let me say to K, I would have done this to you, or I would have not done this to you. This is not a contradiction. Both these words can be both true at the same time. What's the issue?
Okay, so this book is supposed to be very important, right? It's such a holy, beautiful, perfect book, right? But then, yes, it says totally different.
Yeah, auntie, just pack it up, auntie. But
It
one sec, like
contradicts
back to
itself
K and
all
host.
the
Back to
time.
auntie, all right, pack it up. What the word would in itself is a verb that hypothesizes something, right? So hypothetically, Allah would have made you known to it, or He would not. What is the issue? How is the P not
So
P?
because Allah was wanting to let you know something, right? And He's saying that in the given scenario, He would have made it known. But then in that same scenario, it says in another Quran that He would not have made it known. So those two
Yeah,
things cannot be true at the same time.
they actually can, because when it comes to would in itself, the notion of the word would negates any type of like P and not P, because would in itself is going to present a hypothetical.
Hey, what does
It
would mean?
doesn't
What does would mean?
absolute for it to be one sec for it to be a P and not P, it would have to be an absolute two absolute notions negating each other. So you have to present an argument against this.
Yeah, it talks about will, right? So if I say, for example, I would have come up to the panel, or I would not have come up to the panel, am I giving you two messages?
Yeah, both these can be true at the same time. Seriously, what the hell?
You're so pathetic, bro. You guys are insanely pathetic. You say this book is a clear book.
Why did you take it down?
Insane
This
contradictory
is
messages
madness,
throughout
dude.
the whole thing. What does Ahmed think?
This is
Host?
really madness. I don't know, dude. I just cannot believe. Like I've been trying to tell
Yo,
people.
I literally see like no absolute. You guys don't know what a P and not P is. Like what the hell?
Yeah, given the
Okay,
scenario,
can you give
given
the
the
P and not P
scenario.
test?
So look, I'll give you the P and not P. Given the scenario that Allah is talking about here with this verse, would He have made it known or would He have not made it known?
Yeah, there's no scenario where the word would becomes an absolute. It's always an
Brother,
hypothetical.
I'm just asking you the question from what he's trying to convey. He's saying
Both are true.
one says He would have made it known. Okay, so is that the reality of the matter that He would have?
No, both are true. Would is
How?
hypothetical.
How is that
Because
possible?
would is a hypothetical notion. You know what a hypothetical is?
You guys are baked, dude.
Do you know what a hypothetical is? You're not refuting anything.
You guys are
Can you
seriously.
refute? Wait, can you
English
refute my
is not
notion
his
of would
first
being?
language, okay? Give him some slack.
It's just, it's just been made clear to me at this point. I used to try to think that maybe they didn't know, they didn't know any better. And so they were like, just speaking from the heart. And they're like, no, my religion has to be true because I really care. It's not that. It's at this point, it's just gotten ridiculous. We can show them
It's bad.
irrefutable
They're
evidence,
bored.
and they're just like, nope, whatever.
This
They're
isn't
both
irrefutable.
they're
You guys
both
have no
true.
idea.
Okay, since
Given
he's not
the
gonna address
same
this.
scenario, right? Like think about what you're saying. The scenario is not changing. The surrounding circumstances of this verse have not changed. It's the same scenario. The only thing that's changing is what would Allah
Contextuality
do.
doesn't matter.
The only question is what would Allah do in the same scenario, right?
Yeah,
And you're saying
contextuality is irrelevant.
that it can be true that given the same scenario, Allah wanted to convey that He would reveal it, and then given the same scenario, it can be also true that He would not have revealed it, and somehow that makes sense to you. This is
Yeah,
just
contextuality.
this is just
One sec.
unbelievable at this
Holy
point.
yeah.
Like
Also, are you
like
done?
this is
At
just
least this is at least 2 of the 7 Qurans, bro. This is
bro.
at least 2.
Is this like the best?
This is
Wallah,
pathetic.
this is one.
If the host
This is
says,
like one of
if
the
the
most
host says
shitty
in the same
arguments I've seen
scenario,
This is
ever.
wait, one second.
wild. This is
If the
wild.
host says in the same exact scenario, if someone drops from the panel, he would rise someone else. And then in the same scenario, he says, if someone drops from the panel, he would not rise someone else. Is that contradictory, Los?
No,
Absolutely.
because it's a hypothetical. It's the notion of hypotheticality.
It's
Wait,
okay.
can
It's
you
okay.
present the
You
arguments?
don't know
Wait,
English. It's
yo,
okay.
redneck,
I'm
answer.
gonna
Can you
I'm
keep
gonna
quiet
make
for a
the
second? Wait,
excuses for you.
Kay, can you give the argument that it would be what's it called, a P and not P?
It's the same scenario. We're trying to find out what the host is going to do. In this scenario, he says he gives a message and he's trying to make this message abundantly clear. He says, if someone drops from the panel, he would rise someone else. Done. That is the message that is to be understood by all his viewers. Now, in the same exact breath, he said, because you say one Quran, the same exact breath on the same panel, he says, if someone drops from the panel, I would not rise anyone. How the hell is that not a P and not P?
Because in itself, the word would be hypotheticality.
Bro,
But
get the
there's
hell
no
out.
apps. One second.
Let's actually
And
do
you,
this.
you gotta
Let's-
let me finish. Like,
Oh,
let me
go ahead,
finish
Ronnie.
one
Go ahead.
sentence.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, first and foremost, when it comes to hypotheticals, like would, right? I would do this or I would do that. This in itself is a hypothetical verb, meaning otherwise can also be true in the same sentence. So he doesn't even have to say I wouldn't. He can say I would and not do it, and it would still be true because it's hypothetical.
But he's
and there's no
giving.
issue with this.
But
Let's read the
sending a
actual
message.
verse of what the context is, because I'd be curious to see what Allah was talking about when he said I would or I wouldn't. Let's see, 10:16, right? So it says here, well, let me pull it up on the screen.
Negative means positive according to Muslims.
So it says here, say, if Allah had willed, I would not have recited it to you, nor would have made it known to you, for I had remained among you a lifetime before it. Then will you not reason?
That's crazy, bro.
What?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? It's like so giggling, like this is the defeater.
You don't understand that this is the same Quran, right? We're not talking about two scenarios. It's the same freaking revelation. And Allah is saying two different things. He would and he would not. It's either he's contradicting himself or these are two messages for two different groups of people. Which is it, Los?
There's no contradiction. You can't present a contradiction.
That's
I told
a
you
claim.
that
I don't
the
care. I
would
don't
in
care
itself.
what you think it's a contradiction.
Yeah,
Answer
one
what I
sec, one
just
sec.
said.
According to Aristotle, when he defined contradiction, a contradiction is something that is affirmation and absolute negation in the same sense.
Yeah,
This in
this is an
itself is
absolute
neither.
affirmation.
There's
No,
no
this is an absolute affirmation.
Would in itself is an
He's saying,
absolute affirmation. You
no,
donkey.
in this
The hell?
situation, this is he's giving
Wait,
absolute
would
affirmation
changes
of
now
him.
in this situation? Explain that. Go ahead. Exhaust that.
He's affirming the fact that if this is going to happen,
Yeah,
then he would.
exhaust how would becomes absolute and not hypothetical. In
The
this
whole
situation. Go ahead.
message as a whole in this verse is the absolute affirmation. He's telling you what he would have done. He's not leaving it ambiguous. What the hell you
This isn't an
saying?
argument. Can you just said would in this situation
You
is
haven't
an absolute.
refuted anything. You're
How
throwing
is
it
it an
an
absolute?
Can you prove that this is an absolute? That this is that would is an absolute affirmation?
Can I say something quick? I think it'd be more of
What the hell
a.
is this guy talking about anymore?
I think it had more of a point if it said Allah could do this or could do that, but it's not saying could. It's not giving a possibility. It's saying what he would do and absolutely what he would not do.
Yeah, could. Wait, what the hell are you talking about? Could and would is still
you
a
can have an
hypothetical.
argument if the word was
Would is a
could.
hypothetical verb. You don't know English, bro. What the hell are you talking about? Would is a hypothetical verb, right? Would in itself can be attributed to could, right? We could say Allah would do this or would not do this, and these notions can both be true at the same time. There's no issue with this. You would have to present an argument where this in itself becomes an absolute affirmation, absolute negation. You guys haven't done that. You guys are just like asserting notions. Can you guys actually give an argument?
We're just trying to figure out how many Quran there are, brother. That's all we're trying to figure out.
What the hell? Like,
Right,
can you
since
stick
you
to the
can't deal
argument?
with this, can you deal with the previous
Nah,
one?
this nigga ran, bro. I can't deal with this. Can you
now
actually give an
wanna run.
argument?
Now you're not engaging. That's your issue.
Wait,
It's a clear
you agree?
contradiction.
You
Now
agree
tell
that's
me.
for something to be a
Now tell me.
hypothetical? Stop
Who's
running.
right?
One second. Stop
Who's
running. Stop
right
running.
with
You
God?
haven't answered
Who's right
anything.
with
Stop
God?
running, K. K.
By
Stop
the way,
running.
we can show
You
another
said this is
1,000
a
of these,
contradiction,
bro.
a P and not P. For something to
Another
be a P and
1,000
not
of these.
P, well, calm down, bro. Relax. Why are you not letting me speak? Holy. Like panic war. For something to be a P and not P, you would have to have an absolute affirmation, absolute negation. Can you present this with the word? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to grant that for 1 second.
Grant that for 1 second.
I'm going to grant.
Bro, you either
Yeah,
grant
I'm
it or
going
not
to
grant it.
relax.
This is 1 second.
I'm going to grant the fact
That's a
that,
concession.
according to you, do you know what granting something is?
Yeah, that's a concession, bro. Here's the concession.
Do you know what granting something is?
Granting in itself is a form of concession.
Good. For the sake of the argument, right? I'm going to grant the fact that it's not a contradiction.
So you're conceding for the sake of argument?
Is it for the sake of the argument? I'm granting you. I know you have a deep need for validation, bro. But can you tell me?
So are you conceding?
Can you at least agree that this is two messages?
Two messages? I don't know what this means. Like, what do you mean two messages?
Two separate messages that Allah is giving you, even if it's not contradictory. Let's grant it for the sake of the argument.
Yeah, sure. It's two
not
separate
contradictory.
messages.
Good. Do you still have one Quran?
Yeah, we still have one Quran.
Ahmad.
Wait, distinction. Wait, distinction equals separation. All right, put in the argument for that. Yeah, why is he insulting Ya Kahbi?
No. This is
Yeah,
factual.
Coptic. Why are you insulting like a girl?
It's factual. I'm literally saying it's Ahmar.
Ah, yo, wallah, you're getting bigger at 21 Copts, bro. Stop crying. Now just take this.
Oh, you're gonna blaspheme now?
You started it.
Because
You
your
called
little
me a
feelings got
hamar.
hurt? No, that was factual. You are
You
a
called me a hamar, ya maskeen. Ya maskeen Copt.
So since you are affirming that there are two messages and at the same time one Quran, can you tell me who's right with God in terms of the
Yeah,
feeding?
both are right.
message?
Two propositional distinctions don't affirm separation.
Oh,
I don't see the argument. I don't see
two
the issue.
messages. One person is feeding one person for every day missed, and the other person is feeding many people for every day missed. And yet somehow they're still both right with God, right?
Yep, what's the issue?
And you still have one Quran, right?
What would be the point in saying
Yes,
that?
is there an argument or just asking little questions? Is there an argument?
What would be what would be the point in saying that then?
What would be the point in saying what?
Like, what would be the point of Allah
There
revealing?
doesn't have to be a point. One side, there doesn't have to be a point. Why would there have to be a point for you to
You've got to be joking, bro. You have two groups of Muslims.
Wait one sec.
You
I
have
have
two groups
to
of
justify.
Muslims. Relax.
I have to
You have
justify
two
the
groups of
position for it to be
Muslims.
true.
You have two groups of Muslims across the world, at least for this specific verse. One group thinks that they are perfectly right with God by feeding at least 3 people for every day missed. Now you have a whole other group of people reading the same Quran, a part of the same ummah, think that they are perfectly right with God feeding one person for every day missed.
Okay,
and you're telling me,
okay, what's the verse so I can pull it up?
Yeah. In this scenario, that both people are true.
Hold on. Okay, what verse is that?
Chapter 2, verse 184.
The same thing that the last guy brought with the book that you kicked out.
You're just affirming for us over and over that you do not have one Quran, one message. That's your issue, bro. We could even show the
one sec. Within the notion of real distinction, there has to be no separation. Like you have to find separation.
Let me just read this real quick. So it says, the standard version says, then a redemption by feeding a poor person, then a redemption by feeding poor people.
Correct. And that's the issue. And he still somehow affirms that there is one Quran, one message, one law.
Yeah, so can you give an argument, Kay?
Yeah, if there is one Quran, okay, maybe get some crayons out, bro, and get some paper, and maybe we can write this down together, yeah? So if there's one
I'll
Quran,
I got my Coptic pencils. Go ahead.
if there's one Quran, then there should be one message, one law when it comes to feeding people according to this verse.
What's the argument for that?
Well, the question, guys, here. Look, if we
wait one sec, host. Don't interrupt. What's the argument?
Lowe's, listen to me. Just stop. You guys aren't going anywhere.
He made a proposition.
It's clear that you're not accepting anything, right? So let's just get to the bottom of it.
Oh, you jumped to the third. This is the third one you jumped to, bro. Come on, host.
All right.
Yeah, this is your tactic, bro. This is his tactic.
It's okay.
Oh, you guys can't give arguments. That's my tactic. That you guys can't give arguments.
Yeah, what's basically what's basically clear here is that there are different versions of the Quran, right? Which would, under any normal classical interpretation, would mean that there are multiple Qurans. But the thing is that you guys are just saying we reject that notion, right? That's just
it's going to be real distinctions, not separations.
No problem. Okay, so it's just like I said in the beginning, right? Like, there's no actual way then to prove to you, according to your standard, that actual corruption occurred, right? That's what you're going to come down to, because basically,
what's the argument for that?
What we've seen is that no matter how many different types of variations we show you, you just still say, yeah, they're all preserved, right? That's what you're going to come to the conclusion of, right?
My question is, why can't he hold this? I don't know, host. I don't know if you're Christian or not, but why can't you hold the same line of thinking for the Trinity?
For the Trinity, a metaphysical notion. Wait, we hold the same position on physical things to a metaphysical notion? What a retard.
Wouldn't that be easier to accept? And I have to drop you for a second, Lowe's, because you said the R word.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come back up. But wouldn't that be easier to accept? Wouldn't that be easier to accept that a metaphysical notion could have maybe more than one interpretation besides like a book, like words in a book?
What? Because no, the Trinity doesn't present a real distinction. It presents like a notion of, what is it, relative distinction, I think? Right?
Yeah,
it's not in the same thing.
Well, the
argument
of the Trinity is basically saying that there's 3 persons in one God. And the argument for the Quran is that there's 3 versions, but there's still one Quran.
Yeah, they will
Yeah,
say. Yeah, they would
this
say the
isn't like
ahruf.
you know what's crazy.
The
This isn't even
seven.
this isn't
Yeah.
even like ontologically the same things for you to compare. That's the crazy part. You're making an analogy of your Godhead with the ahruf. That is an absolute embarrassment from you guys, bro. I can't lie
Like,
to you.
well, explain to us, like, but without getting all emotional, Lowe's, just explain
Yeah,
to us
because
the difference.
when it
Because
comes
let me,
to the
because when I'm
metaphysical
reading the
personhood,
Quran, right? Because when I'm reading the Quran, right? If I pick up the Hafs, I would be reading certain words in that Quran. And then if I pick up the Warsh or another one of the Kunbul, I'd be reading different words.
okay, good. The fact that you're making an analogy with
So
this
by
it
any
shows how like
classical interpretation of like counting how many Qurans, they would say there's two types of Quran.
Exactly.
classical counting. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, the same way how you guys say how
what would
many.
classical counting here be? Wait, are you talking about classical counting in personhood?
No, we talking about
in
just
classical counting, brother.
One sec,
Just
one sec.
the way you count, right? The way you normally
CCM,
count.
bro. Classical
Host,
counting
like,
method.
I'm gonna be dead ass with you. I don't care
watch
about your
this, bro.
God.
Watch this,
All
Lowe's,
I've
watch
gone
this,
from
Lowe's.
this, one sec, all I've gone from this, right, is you guys have
Well,
like
we know that you don't care,
one sec,
but what
can I
we're trying to
finish?
show is your
Can I
inconsistency
finish?
in the way
Can I
that you
finish speaking?
formulate arguments. No, because what's the point?
Can I
Like
finish
you're
speaking?
being inconsistent is what we know that you're not a Christian, so why would you care about a Trinity? But what we're saying is you're not being consistent. That's what we want you
Yeah,
to
no,
address.
there's literally no issue with somebody saying that that there's different
So again,
parts
hear
of the
what I'm
Quran.
saying.
The
Hear
Ahlul
what
Bayt
here
are
we're
not
not, hear
an
what
issue
I'm
with this.
saying. Hear what I'm saying. Your argument is that even though they're different, they're still the same.
No, hold on, host.
Okay, that's what you're arguing.
Hold on, host. His argument was that just because it's a distinction doesn't mean it's a separation. But yet the Trinity is three distinct persons, yet the Muslims always separate them. And that's what I'm trying to figure out why they do that.
That's the exact hypocrisy. That is
Yeah, the
precisely
the crazy thing is, right, I could literally just grant a partialistic notion that these are just different parts of one Quran. Like, there's no issue with this.
Wait, so how
You
many
guys
ahruf
just
do you have
simply
today?
saying
Wait,
things.
one second. So how many ahruf do you have today? Do you have all 7 ahruf today?
There's only 7 ahruf, yeah.
Yeah, how many ahruf do you have today?
That's 7 ahruf. There's only been 7 revealed.
Sure, can you show me the 7 ahruf
He
today?
doesn't know. He doesn't know. He clearly doesn't know.
Can I show you the 7 ahruf? Can I
Isn't 7
present to you now?
ahruf today. If you're saying they are parts, what you're affirming is that you do not have the full Quran. That's the problem, because you say harf 1 is fully the Quran, harf 2 fully the Quran.
No, wait, one sec. Like, hold up. We do have all of the ahruf. We have the all 10 qira'at going back to the tabi'een and the what's it called, the salaf. I don't know what you're talking about, right?
Bro, the scholars have 40 opinions on what the hell the ahruf in the qira'at are. Don't come now and say, oh yeah, we have this. Of course.
You mean the presentation of Al-Suyuti? How are you guys all using the same argument?
40 scholars, I said. I didn't say Al-Suyuti only.
It's like a paste, copy and paste of Al-Suyuti.
Did I say Al-Suyuti? You just affirmed that the Quran is parts.
This is Al-Suyuti's tafsir. Al-Suyuti is the only guy who says this. You know that?
I just told you 40 scholars.
Yeah, no other scholar.
There are 40
notions.
opinions. No, I didn't say 40 notions.
Lowe's, we've given you the option to bring another scholar that has a different opinion, and you can't do that. So I don't know why you're like having a gripe right now.
Yeah, that's just simply that's the craziest burden shifting.
So like I said earlier, if we have some guy Suyuti, who do you have?
I say Al-Suyuti is a kafir. I don't care.
Okay, so
if you have a kafir, why would I care?
So who do you have then in replacement?
Only anybody. This the burden is still upon you.
Okay, just show. Okay, how is it still on me?
So you can't substantiate your claim then?
He can't.
There's no claim. Wait, one second. I'm not the claimant. The host is the claimant. The hell are you talking about?
And he proved it.
Yeah, we gave you Suyuti, and you don't want Suyuti. So now, if you don't take from Suyuti, then we're asking you now, who do you take from?
That's simply burden proof shifting.
And by the way, host,
this is the same.
Okay, so whatever your claim is, you don't have a scholar to prove. That's the point, right? Let's say, okay, I'm admitting.
I've made no claim.
I'm admitting. Okay, I'm admitting that I'm shifting the burden to you. Can you handle it? No, right? You don't have an answer, right?
Wait, that's fallacious. You just affirm that you're making a fallacy.
No problem.
You just affirm to being a sophist.
I'm
Can I
being
ask you a question?
fallacious. Okay, can you
Okay,
answer
good.
or
So
no?
I don't have to answer anything. What the hell? You're just
Cool.
granting me
Host,
to
host,
answer
host,
anything.
It's
host,
not
he
that
has
you
no
can't,
reason.
it's not that you don't have to.
Yeah,
It's that
you just you.
it's not that you don't
But
have
if,
to, Lowe's.
if you're given a fallacious proposition, I don't have to answer it. Are
It's
you
not that you
stuck?
don't have to, it's that you can't, right? Let's just be honest here.
Wait,
Right?
you just said
Okay.
yourself that.
Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. You can't, right? That's the truth.
Wait,
Let me,
why is my uncle
hold on,
Omar?
let me,
Why is my uncle Omar?
Wait,
Let me
host,
ask you a
host,
question.
host. One
Are there,
second.
My uncle Omar on my behalf, actually.
hold on. Okay, let me just
Nah, I
make
like to consider a position. Give it to
I'm
Omar.
gonna
Give it
force
to
him to
Omar.
make a claim real quick. I'm gonna force him to make a claim.
Yeah, give it to your daddy, bro.
Are there 40 different opinions?
Allahu Alam, Allahu Alam.
What the
Yeah,
hell
so
are
you guys said that
like, what was that?
if you say that they're just parts, then you have to say that you don't have the whole Quran. Is that what the argument is?
No, what we're trying to talk, what we're talking about right now is he's denying the fact that there is no known consensus on what an ahruf is.
No, I heard you guys say that if it's the case that you say that you have parts, if you hold to the whole view, then you have to say that you don't have the entire Quran.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about right now, though. That was like
was that an argument that was stated?
I know, but we're just trying to get to this point real quick. So can you address that,
let's
or
talk about, the difference of opinion is not really a defeater.
The what?
A difference of opinion is not really a defeater.
All right. So do you agree that there's a difference of opinion?
Yeah. Are there differences of opinions on the Book of Revelations? How you interpret it?
We're not.
Like, that's not even an argument.
I'm not a Christian like how. So we're just talking
like
about.
That's not even an argument. So
are you trying to like run to something else? Like I'm just trying to ask.
No,
like,
I just showed you that you're inconsistent. But Kay
said, I'm not a
you
Christian, so how is that even my position?
I'm addressing what I heard.
How can I be consistent with a position I don't hold?
If you say that if you hold to a part whole view, then it would be the case that you don't have the entire
Muslim Lighthouse again. We're trying to get to the we're trying to get to the point whether there's a difference of
argument or not.
So Muslim, are you don't want to address the issue?
I do, but I want to know first.
Okay, so let's address it because this could be really quick, and then we can talk about what you want.
It could be really quick, so all you have to do is just say it wasn't a good argument or not.
Okay, so let me finish. So, do you agree that there's a difference of opinions?
Yes. Now, do you think that that was a good argument about the part whole view?
We didn't make an argument yet. So, according to you,
wait, was that argument said?
Okay, so according to
Lowe's,
you,
was that said?
Okay, Muslim, I'm literally going to do one final time.
He said that. It's going to
I know you're going to drop me. I know you're not able to.
Okay, because what's the point if you're just going to host your own live? Just go host it. So
you asked me a question. I want you to engage.
So I will engage once you let me finish. Once you let me finish, dude. We've had this argument all the way front and backwards and back again. So we're not running from anything. So
I just want to make sure that
we're trying to avoid being all over the place by sticking to what we were talking about when you came up here.
That's not a good argument. Then.
Okay, so now I'm going to start muting you. So now, do you agree? If you agree that there's a difference of opinion, my question is, according to your understanding, why? Why is there a difference of opinions?
Is that an argument? Saying why? That's not an argument.
All right, I'm dropping it now.
The question, you donkey. You donkey. It's an argument. Ahmar. This is who you brought, Lozic?
Wait, a question is an argument?
About your daddy.
A question is an argument?
Your daddy, the donkey.
Yeah, like we're trying. What
donkey, man.
What we're trying to show here, right, is why there is no consensus. That's what we're trying to understand. Why isn't there a consensus? Right? It's clear to me that there isn't a consensus. I'm sorry, because there's not enough information for the scholars to agree. Right? It's basically
one knows anything, bro.
Yeah, they can't conclude. But
what you get is an argument, Kay?
But what you get from Muslims is like when you ask them, okay, what does this mean that the Quran was revealed in 7 different modes? They say, that just means this, right? But if your scholars don't say that, then why should we believe you? That's the point here.
Mind you, this is the same.
If our scholars don't say what,
we call Omar Cuckhouse. This is the same Cuckhouse who affirmed that there are 7 Qurans. One of many Muslims now that are affirming that there are 7 Qurans.
Why are you insulting like
so
a
they're
princess?
panicking. They're panicking.
And the sad part about it is that I know for a fact that this never comes up. This never comes up when they talk to like new reverts.
Yo, can you bring back Big Bro Lighthouse?
He can come up, but he can invite himself. New reverts,
they
never hear about
is
this
the question
stuff.
still an argument?
They don't know that there are 7 Qurans with 7 different words in it. They don't know that.
Brother,
Let me say something to you all.
Yeah, they're lied
While
to.
you
They're
all,
lied
when
to.
you
And
all were just talking here, I was actually
Yeah,
doing
so
some
host, I just
research.
want to make sure that the whole argument wasn't a good argument,
Hold
and
on,
then we can
brother.
move on
As
to the
you
next.
all were talking here, I was
Yeah,
doing
yeah. So
some
let's
research.
address what Muslim. What do you want to talk about, Muslim?
Yeah. So was that a good argument that Kay made, the part whole relation? And
did
Kay
you
was,
affirm that there are
Yeah,
7
I think
Qur'ans,
so. I
Lighthouse?
think so because look, let's think about it how I'm thinking about it right now. So if I was to read one version of the Quran where it says Allah wonders, right? And I didn't read the other versions, would I be reading the whole Quran?
Nope.
No, right? So I'd just be reading a part of the Quran, right?
Yep. So then, the entailment that he said was it would mean that you don't have the entire Quran today, correct? That was the argument.
No, brother, we're talking now. Now I'm going with
was the
you. You
argument.
want to talk
That
about
was the
whole.
argument.
You want to talk about whole and part. I'm going there, and now you don't want to
That was
go
the
there.
argument.
So which one is it, dude?
Can Kay get off mute and
So
defend
you
the
don't want
argument?
to talk about
You get
anything
down.
other than what you
The
want to
same
talk about.
argument, bro.
So
There's the
again,
same argument. You affirm
again,
7 Qur'ans. Ya
again.
hamad.
So if
Hey,
I'm
you
reading the
believe
Hafs,
that-
so let's get it again.
Do you believe that that's a good argument?
Who's got an echo?
Okay, so Kay said it would mean that you don't have the whole Quran today.
Brother, pause for a second. Pause. We're gonna get there. We're gonna go in levels. We're gonna go in
So I just want to know first.
We're gonna go.
do you
We're
take that to be a
gonna.
good argument?
Well, I'm just revealing it in part right now. Okay. So if I read the Hafs, you're agreeing with me then, right? From what you just said, that I'd only be reading part of the Quran, right?
Yep. If you're saying based on everything that was revealed, then yeah,
that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Can I say?
Well, I'm sorry. Hold on. Saying that's
Muslim
crazy.
light. Hold on, Muslim light.
You're already embarrassed.
So why aren't why aren't Muslims required to read all of the Qurans then?
Can I speak? Okay, so Kay said it would entail that you don't have the whole
Brother,
Quran.
please, Muslim, stop trying. I know this is panicking mode. This is making you panic, but just chill, dude.
Chilling. I got my feet kicked
Like,
up. You guys
okay,
are
so
panicking.
we're just gonna chill here for a minute so we get this all
Saying
cleared
that's
up,
crazy, isn't it?
and then we're gonna go to your other part.
Okay, so do you have?
So again, let me just clarify for all the Muslims who have ever read a Quran. If you've only ever read the one that most people read, the clear Quran, that means you've only read part of the Quran. Okay.
Hold on, brother. Can
According
I
to what Muslim Lighthouse just said. Okay.
Muslim light.
Okay, let the guy at the bottom speak.
This is
Let
actually
the guy at the bottom.
Look at how everyone's speaking over me. I can't even
So
speak.
again, go ahead,
Muslim
Muslim.
light,
What did I
can you
say?
hold on for
So
a
host,
moment,
so
bro?
host, what did I say? I said if you're taking the Quran, if you're saying out of everything that it was revealed, because Quran is an equivocal term, if you're saying based on that, you're just saying based on everything that was revealed.
Brother.
Hafs is not everything that was revealed.
Hold on, Muslim. No, you're killing, bro. This is great.
Look at how you're running.
Muslim. Let me reiterate. No, hold on. Let me reiterate what you just said. You didn't finish? You didn't finish? I thought you finished. Go ahead.
Can I finish uninterrupted? Cool, thank you.
Yalla.
So I said, based on that, I'm saying Quran, meaning in this context, if you're saying everything that was revealed that's considered Quran, then no, that's not the entirety.
You said that already. Is that what you wanted to repeat?
Because in Bukhari, David is said to have the Quran. So it's an equivocal term. So it's not simplicator.
I don't have a problem with that. Okay, now let me ask you a question. So
don't
there's
ask me a question.
more. What the dude?
Now I want to know. Do you have an argument against that? Yes or no?
Brother, yes I do.
bro?
Yes I do. Okay, so now let me ask you. So now you just said. Okay, so now you just said that everything that was revealed makes up how many Qurans?
Is that an argument?
Yes.
There's one Quran simplicator.
Okay, so including guys, please. According to everything that was revealed, right? All the Hafs, the Kulum, the Warsh, all the 7 dialects, right? They have different words and all that. All those equal one Quran, right?
And including what David had as well.
No problem. So
just to
if
be clear,
I read all the Qurans, then I'm reading one.
What did I define Quran in this context?
Okay, Muslim. Bro, this is not difficult, dude.
You're stuck. You're not even tracking. What was my definition?
Okay, look. Guys,
You're gonna run?
like at this point,
What the hell
like,
is wrong with you,
this is
bro?
just crazy.
What the hell is wrong with you?
This is just out of this world. Like this is just whoa.
Brother, I haven't
Hey,
said
host, can you let Ahmed speak, please?
Yes, go ahead, Ahmed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ahmed.
All right, while you guys were talking, I was doing some research, and I went to an old friend too online, and this is what it says. I asked, what's the difference between the Hafs recitation of the Quran and the Warsh recitation of the Quran? And it says, short answer, there are 2 different canonical ways of reciting the same Quran with small variations in pronunciations, vowels, and occasionally wording, but not different versions in the way people sometimes assume. Now it says, let's unpack it. The big picture, both Hafs and Wash are Kirat, authorized recitation traditions traced back to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, through chains of narration. Hafs, today the most widespread Middle East, South Asia, Turkey, etc. Wafs, common in North and West Africa.
Ahmed, are you
Morocco,
just giving us like everything that we already talked about and agreed upon already?
No, I
like,
don't think so, because
you are. We already know all that. That's not what's being called
this
into
is going
question,
back-
brother.
It says all 7 kirat, even with the changing of some words here and there, they are authentic and they go back to the time of Rasulullah.
Okay, but
So
it's clear. It's clear to me by what you're reading that you did not catch like where we were in the conversation, because we're not
here
even
for a whole long time, brother.
Yeah, but brother, unfortunately, look. Let me show you how you're not tracking. Okay, so look at this is what we're talking about. For example, this is 2 examples. One is the Hafs, one is the Khalaf. Okay, in the Hafs version, it says you wondered, referencing Muhammad. In the Khalaf version, it says I wondered, referencing Allah.
That doesn't matter because
Okay.
the root word has
Okay,
not
now, stop panicking. Stop panicking.
No, we're not
Now,
panicking.
Ahmed, listen to what I'm saying. So the question is, who wondered?
The root word has not changed.
Drew, relax yourself.
Listen, calm down.
Drew, who wondered? Or Ahmed, who wondered?
Brother, listen to me. Let me give you some feedback.
Ahmed, please, because I'm not gonna waste time because I'm already under the suspicion that you're not tracking, so I'm gonna need you to answer some questions before I listen to you.
Tracking you.
Okay, so
I'm
you're gonna have to prove that. That's being called into question right now. Okay, so who wondered according to what you're seeing on the screen?
This is why you are afraid to let me read this information that comes from people that
Okay,
knows
Ahmed.
this stuff.
Okay,
That's
look,
why
I'm
you're
gonna
cutting me
drop
off.
you now. Okay, thank you. You're not tracking. Drew, would you like to answer the question? Who wondered?
There is no space and time with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the ayat can be I wonder, you wonder.
Perfect.
The root word has not changed.
Perfect. So who? So when it says,
let me finish,
so when it says who, sister, nobody's answered my question yet, so I'm not gonna let anyone finish.
So let me finish.
I just need to know who wondered, sister. That's all I really need to know.
You don't
please.
want to hear the truth. We're not
I
talking
just
about English here. You
want
said
to know.
khalafa, right?
Once you tell
You
me
said
who
khalafa.
wondered, I will let you speak for as long as
Did
you
you
want.
say khalafa? We're not speaking about the English
Okay,
here.
so
Did you say-
sister, who wondered?
We're not talking about the English.
Okay, so who wondered then?
We're not talking about the English.
In the Arabic, who wondered?
We're not talking about the English.
No problem. So who wondered in the Arabic?
Say it with me. Khalafa. Half, lamb, fat. Say that with me.
Okay,
no, that's not how it works. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Omar ran.
Yeah, bring her back up. Bring her back up. I want to give her the.
Did Omar run?
Yeah.
And by the way,
this argument is undefeated, I swear.
He's still not tracking the argument, by the way. And by the way, let me give you another idea to run with. The Prophet says that no prayer is complete without Surah Al-Fatiha. Now, very simple question. Which is the full Surah Al-Fatiha? Because you have different ways of reciting it. So when you recite Surah Al-Fatiha in the Hafs version, are you reciting the fullness of Surah Al-Fatiha, or are you reciting part of it? If you're reciting part of it, then have you ever had a full or completed prayer ever?
Exactly.
You're a kafir, boy, Omar.
Host,
You're under my feet. You're under my foot, Omar. It's over, bro. And by the way, Omar thinks that my argument is to force him into the LPQ. No, Habibi, you have a choice. It's a dilemma. Either you pick the LPQ, you can pick the symmetry and run with it, or you can reject the symmetry and run the other way and say, well, they're parts or they're this and they're that. That's fine.
Hold on,
You're a kafir,
Muslim.
boy.
Hold on, Muslim wants to come up. Let me invite him real quick. Hold on a second. Why aren't you just inviting yourself, Muslim? Why are you making me invite you? Somebody has
Muslim White House. Yeah, bring him up, please. You want to speak to him?
Yeah, just let me get one person drop real quick. Whoever.
Neo.
Okay, Neo. All right, let's get Muslim White House again. Go ahead, Muslim.
Here he is, the donkey panic again. Go ahead.
Hey, be nice, dude. Jesus.
So
Don't be rude. Don't be rude to
You're
donkeys.
gonna be unbiased as a host, and we can.
All right, guys. Look, guys. Look, be nice. Be nice. Look, be nice. No, seriously, because like I'm trying to
here we
feel
go.
Presumably,
Here we go. Are you going to be unbiased? He runs every single time. He runs.
So do you have an
This
argument?
is your third time running. Finish,
So do you
bro.
have
You
an argument?
conceded. You concede.
have an
Yes, I do
argument?
have the
All right,
argument.
go ahead, guys.
And you
Everybody,
conceded to it.
we're gonna let. We agree that
You
we're gonna let.
conceded
Okay, we're
to
gonna
it.
let
Hold on,
Destroyer by somebody's
guys,
give an
guys,
argument.
guys.
Go ahead.
We're gonna let Destroyer and Muslim talk. Destroyer, go first, bro. Go ahead.
All right. He conceded to the argument. It's on my channel, last video. He conceded to Yaakovos. It's fine to say you have 7 Qur'ans in a sense. It's over. Finished. Is it fine to say you have 7 Qur'ans?
So he's not giving an
House?
argument.
All right,
You
so
have another
Muslim, please. Muslim, look, we're doing this fair. He just made a statement. What is your response besides he doesn't have an argument?
Yeah, so him just saying I conceded is just presupposing.
Okay, he's saying that you
specifically
said he's saying that you said it was okay to have to say you have 7 Qur'ans. Did you say that, or did you mean that, or do you want to take that back?
Can I speak on my own turn? Thank you. Good. So everybody, I never conceded that. I said that there's different positions that one can
so
take.
weak
I
on
said
rhetoric.
I said that one could take. I said that look how I'm trying to speak it and speak it over me. You guys are actually so terrified.
Muslim go.
We'll give you permission to speak. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is it fine to say you have 7 Quran in a sense? Yes or no?
Let him answer. Let him
Yeah,
answer.
It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no.
Guys, let him answer, please. Go ahead, Muslim. Go ahead. Sorry, I muted you. Go ahead.
So I got muted too. Wow, look at that. Did you
I
mute
said
him?
sorry already.
No.
Go.
Everybody cry. Everybody. Let the
Muslim, please go. Please go, Muslim. I
you
muted
him,
both of
did
you.
you?
Go.
What a little puppy.
You didn't
Go
mute
ahead.
him?
Muslim, go. I did mute him. Go.
Wow, you did?
Kindergarten, like
look,
his
no, you
wife.
didn't. Come on, man.
Go,
Kindergarten.
Muslim, go.
Come on, man. So,
Muslim, just
everybody,
answer the.
he said I
answer.
conceded. First of all, his friend literally conceded that there's no LPQ. And
No,
LPT,
that's not
look
what
at
he
how
said.
I'm trying to talk.
Destroyer,
He's talking
let
over
Destroyer.
me.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Good boy, Destroyer. Get on mute, boy. Good job. So
He's so
everybody,
weak on
Bro,
rhetoric.
you guys have history.
look how he's speaking
dude.
over me. Look at the panic mode, everybody.
Go ahead, Muslim.
man.
Go.
Oh man, they're so terrified.
We can smell the armpit
I can
sweat from
smell the
here.
fear off of him, man.
You smell it's coming from your own mouth.
Look at how I can't speak. Look at how I can't speak.
Go ahead, speak.
So he said that I conceded. First of all, the LPQ, his whole entire argument was that it is symmetrical with the LPT, and I have proof for this. Number one. Number two, I never said that my position is that I hold to a type token view. I hold to a part whole relation view. But I said that a type token view is completely compatible. Number three, if the type token view is compatible and there's no LPQ, but you're trying to say that the LPT is symmetrical with the LPT, then that's a concession to the whole entire argument, because it's parasitic on the fact that Christians say that there's one God, there exists uniquely one God, and you apply the existential quantifier over there, but then you end up getting 3 gods. So you have, there exists uniquely one God, but then there's 3 gods, and that's a contradiction. Or you hold to the is of identity. So I asked him now, do you have an argument? Yes or no against my position?
Now, very simply, he just again proved that he's not tracking. When I make the argument, I draw the symmetry with what? The LPT. You have the choice as an interlocutor to accept the symmetry or to reject it. The dilemma here is that if you reject it, you have to make commitments that become problematic.
All right,
you
guys,
have 2 routes to choose.
Destroy. Let me ask you something, because hold on, because I'm seeing 2 different things coming up. One is whether you saying that he agreed to say that there was 7 Qurans and he accepted that or not, or 7 parts or whatever. And now we're talking about the LPT. So which one do you guys want to address?
Yeah, so Omar never addresses any argument to begin with. But the very simple question I asked him in the beginning when he came up, is it fine to say that you have 7 Qurans in a sense? I want a yes or a no. Any other word than either of these 2, you concede. Good?
Okay, cool. So him saying
concession finished. Finished.
Look at how he's just making his own conditions. Look at how he's just making his own
yes
conditions.
or no?
Can I speak? So I clarified my position. I clarified my position, and I taught him what the LPT is parasitic. I told him what the LPT is parasitic.
Okay, don't talk.
And
of course, Omar's talking about parasites.
Very simple. Guys. Okay, hold on. Destroyer. Let him talk. Okay, so
move me above him, so he can be under my feet.
Good boy. Let me talk.
Both physically and metaphorically.
Guys.
Okay, so everybody, notice how I'm trying to speak.
I got you.
Everyone speaks over me.
It's over.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you talk, but let me clarify.
They're actually terrified.
All right. So LPT.
Omar, you conceded.
So hold on. So everybody knows LPT is supposedly Muslim. Hold on. LPT is supposedly the logical problem with the Trinity, right?
Can you put this on Showtime, 2 minutes each?
No. It's just gonna be YouTube.
Don't put
Okay, so then if he cuts me off, then he concedes.
I got you.
Okay. but if he cuts me off on my turn to speak, then he concedes, correct?
Okay, so the argument
You
we're running.
literally ran away.
He concedes if he cuts me off? Cool.
You literally
Okay,
ran
everybody, he
away
concedes if he cuts me off.
exactly from what
Okay,
I told
so that's a
you.
concession. He's already
I
cutting me off.
asked
Wow.
you,
Look at this.
is there 7 Qur'ans in a sense?
Destroyer, hold on, Destroyer, hold on. Destroyer,
I
let him.
dominated.
Destroyer,
It's
why?
over.
Destroyer,
This
Destroyer.
argument is
Can I
making
speak?
you and your ummah panic.
Can I speak?
Sweat.
Host, can I speak?
Sweat.
Host, can I speak? This is why this guy will never discuss on a fair panel.
Calm down, calm down, Omar. Omar, it's over.
He's terrified of me.
It's
All right,
over.
so-
It's
hold on.
over.
Slow key do Showtime. We'll
So can I
do
speak?
Showtime.
No, hold on. So,
Can
Destroyer,
I speak?
you're saying that he needs to agree to your terms of your
Can I
argument,
speak?
right?
Can I speak?
I asked
Why
a
are you not letting
simple
me speak,
question.
host?
Hold on,
Can I speak?
I'm gonna let you speak after I clarify.
No, I want to tell everyone what he initially said is that he has an
tell
argument.
everyone.
He said that he has an argument. Now he said that conceded that.
Go ahead, Muslim.
Not, I'm trying to. And Sasha, this for me. Look,
Why are you
Look at
panicking? Even the microphone is rejecting.
with this mic?
Even the microphone rejects the parasite.
1 minute showtime, bro. 1 minute showtime.
I mean, it's getting there, but
You're embarrassing.
Can we
Nini
please-
in the comment. Nini in the comment. Smell my feet. Wait, smell it, smell it.
Can I speak?
Smell it.
Destroyer. I've heard you have discussions before, and you usually let people speak. So just let him speak, even if you think it's nonsense.
But he never answers.
All right, let him talk. Let him talk. Go ahead. Go ahead, Muslim.
So why wouldn't he let me speak?
Muslim, go
So
ahead.
everybody. So can I have 2 minutes?
He's like Aisha.
Go, Muslim, go, please.
Can I have
See
2
how you
minutes?
need
He's going to
showtime?
blow up the
Look at
Sunni
how
counter.
look at how Sasha's blaspheming. Look.
All right, got you. I'm dropping Sasa. Sasa's dropped. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you. Could you just put it on Showtime so he doesn't speak over me?
I'm gonna go one more time, and then we'll put showtime. Go
Okay. If he speaks over me, then he concedes.
Host,
correct?
can you move the white box so that we
Okay.
can see
So
the
everybody,
comments?
if he speaks
Yeah,
over me
yeah.
Can you
one
just
time,
move the
then he
white box?
concedes.
Yeah, I will.
Everybody, if he speaks over me one time, then that's
Destroyer,
a concession on
just
his
let him
part.
talk,
It's not how it works. You
So everybody,
it's not how it works.
the whole
Just let him talk.
entire,
Don't run now, bro.
look at how they're all
Now
speaking
you're in
over me, bro.
Guys, just please let
Now you're in
Muslim
trouble,
talk.
bro.
It's over, Omar. You're
This is
gone.
bad, bro.
Now you're
It's
over.
over.
Now you're over and done with. Don't run now. After toss, you're dealing with me.
All right,
You
Muslim.
live
Showtime.
now.
Guys.
It's all getting recorded, by the way.
Guys,
This
can
is
we
all
let
getting
Muslim
recorded. I
talk,
love
please?
it.
Let Muslim
I
talk.
appreciate
Go
you
ahead.
guys. I appreciate you guys.
Go ahead, Muslim.
I appreciate you guys. This is all getting recorded. So everybody, the host said that he concedes if he speaks over me one time.
No one cares about your shitty rhetoric, bro. We're
There
gonna
we
interrupt you
go.
like
Host, are you
you
gonna
Go ahead,
drop it?
respond.
Are you gonna drop it?
There we go.
Wow.
The guy
Look at
became
this guy.
Mario. There
Look
we
at how
go.
terrified they are.
Muslim.
Look at how
Guys, please,
terrified they
guys,
are.
let Muslim talk.
Mario Lighthouse. Go ahead.
So if he speaks over me when I start speaking, then he concedes. Cool.
Okay, fine.
So
Go
first
ahead.
of all, initially he said that I conceded that there's 7. And I said that one can hold that position and wouldn't be a defeater, number one. Number two, my position is I hold to a whole relation, which Yakovos himself, this guy's teacher, didn't have a defeater to my view. He literally conceded there's no LPQ. The LPT is actually parasitic on the fact that the Christians worship multiple gods, or you derive some kind of formal inconsistency, which I know destroyed by Sunnis doesn't even know what a formal inconsistency is to begin with, but that's okay. The whole entire thing is he said that he does have an argument. So if he does have an argument, then he shouldn't have to ask any questions and he can give an argument. So I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to wait for him to give an argument. Go ahead.
Joshua, wipe your forehead. All the spit came down from him. Now, very simply, I ask you one question. Can you say there's 7 Quran in a sense? Yes or no? This is the 3rd time I ask
Do you have an
you. If you
argument or
run
not?
from it, here we
Do you
go.
have an
Boom.
argument or not?
4th time, can you say there is 7 Qurans in a sense? Yes or no?
Once again, everybody, a question.
Boom.
Do you have
5th
an argument?
Can you say there are 7 Quran in a sense?
I mean,
yes
Muslim,
or
but this
no?
is fair because
You have
I
an
mean,
argument?
why can't you just answer that?
I don't hold that view. I don't hold that view.
6 times, 7.
But if somebody
Can
did,
you say
if somebody
now
did, for
your
example,
prophet
if somebody
liked
did- Can I speak?
2 seconds. Your
look,
prophet
he's
liked
terrified.
it an odd number of times. I made it
He's
7.
terrified,
Let's
bro.
make it 9.
Hold-
Aisha,
hold-
they
can
do
you bring up
consummation.
apostolic
No,
rank,
very
please?
simple, very simple.
Apostolic
Did
rank,
2
rank.
seconds, 2 seconds. Is it okay to say that you have 7 Qurans in a sense? Yes or no?
So I don't hold that view, but somebody
Boom,
specifically
8,
hold that
9.
view. Can I
Is
speak?
it
If somebody
okay to
specifically
say
holds
that you
view,
have 7 Quran in a sense?
this
Yes
can-
or no?
Yeah, somebody can hold that view. In a quick
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for the concession. You can say you
How's that
have
a
7
concession?
Quran. You
What did I
said
concede
you
to?
just
Is that an argument?
conceded
Is that an
that
argument?
you can have 7 Quran in a
Is that an
sense.
argument?
Thank you very much.
Is
Now,
that an
when you
argument?
go and do your dawah nonsense, the
that an
laugh,
argument?
the
Is that
laugh
an
that
argument?
brings joy to my heart,
So-
because
so can I-
this
can
is
I
when
respond
you
now?
know
Yo,
Yeah, Muslim.
you've
Okay, all right,
been
guys. All right,
cooked.
Muslim.
You've
Good boy,
been
respond. So,
Muslim.
so-
Okay,
Instantly.
okay,
He said
Muslim.
you
Why,
conceded.
Muslim? Why is that not?
Swerved.
Why
Hold
is
on,
that?
don't ask me questions. It's my turn to respond. You're going to moderate, right? Good job. So everybody. everybody. What he doesn't know, he doesn't even know what a concession is. My original position is that that view is actually.
Hold on a second.
Look at how I'm getting muted. I'm getting muted, bro.
Muslim. Like, look, I'm trying. You can see I'm trying my best to like be fair. So don't come at me with like this good job stuff, okay?
You can't be fair with this guy.
Wait, host, can you bring up apostolic prince, please? Just real quick. Apostolic prince.
So the question now is, Muslim,
Can I
is
speak
how,
now?
why? Yes, you can.
Can I speak?
Why is it okay?
You're not asking me questions, right?
I'm gonna ask you a question. Why is it
wait,
okay?
Do you ask him questions? Hold on. Do you ask him questions?
I will.
Oh,
Why
you
is it
will?
okay?
Oh, wow.
Okay, Muslim.
Can I respond to what he said?
Dude, are you okay?
Wow.
No.
Can I respond to what he said?
The guy lives in a
No,
in
I
a
can't
comic
respond to
book.
what he said.
Because we're gonna move
So
this
he gave
forward.
So he said that I conceded, but I can't respond to
No,
that.
Don't panic,
you
Omar.
guys are not
Omar,
agreeing.
buddy.
You guys are not
Look at
agreeing.
this.
So that's irrelevant. We're
Look
moving
at
forward.
this, everybody.
So now
Omar
my
Lighthouse, the light has been switched
the
off.
only thing I want to know,
finished.
the only thing I
This is
want to know
embarrassing.
now is why is it permissible from your point of view to say in a sense, or that other people can say that there are seven Quran? Why
Okay,
is that
so
okay?
I'm only going to continue if you put it on Showtime because I keep getting cut off.
Brother, just go. Come on.
Okay, so if anybody cuts me off,
Maybe
then-
he's Baby Omar. The other
So-
isn't Baby.
so-
He's Baby Omar.
so if anybody cuts me off, then it's a concession, correct?
Stop crying, bro.
Just go. Just go.
What's the argument for that? What's the
Let him
argument for
talk.
that?
Destroyer, let him
Wait,
talk,
what's
please.
the
Let him
argument
talk.
for that?
guys.
Let him
This
talk.
is
Let him
like-
talk.
You have
what's
our
the
permission
argument
to
for that?
speak. Go
Let him
ahead.
talk, please. Go ahead.
This is
Go
so
ahead. Go
funny.
ahead.
You guys are
Right.
actually
It's
so scared.
over. It's
Go ahead,
over,
brother.
Omar.
so scared.
You live in my shadow.
Muslim, go
No,
ahead.
destroy. Let
Why,
him go.
So
why
first
is
of
it
all,
okay to
when he
say
said,
that?
so when he said, is it okay for someone to hold that view? That doesn't mean that I necessarily hold that view. I think
Okay.
it's compatible, and I think that's fine if and only if you equivocate on the term. That's not a
Right.
problem.
So in other words,
just like,
if-
can I
if so-
continue? Can I continue? Excuse me. Good job. So if somebody says,
Look at this laugh.
Muslim,
Look at
Muslim, like,
donkey,
please.
bro.
You
Look
keep
at how I
not
keep getting
wanting to
muted.
get
Bro, I'm the
interrupted,
one who
but
smokes and
stop.
his lungs can't keep
Yo,
up.
he's
Like,
muting
Insanity.
me. Yo, he's
It's
muting me.
over.
Yo,
You're
he's muting
possessed,
me.
bro. You're freaking
Look
possessed.
at the panic. Look at the panic.
Yes, we see the panic. We don't have to
Muslim,
mention it.
Muslim,
We
I
see your
just want to
panic.
know.
He is
I
terrified.
just want to
Look at
know
this.
why
It's
it's
over.
okay.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
I just want to know why it's okay to
Can I
have
speak
7 Qurans.
uninterrupted?
That's what I want to know.
Can I speak? I was speaking, right, host? Can I
Go for
speak
it.
without getting interrupted? Thank you. Now, everybody, the reason why is because I don't see that there's any reason to see that it's not incompatible. If you just equivocate on the term, if and only if you equivocate on the term. But my personal view is that I hold to a whole view. Why? Because I see that that's actually more in line with the Quran and the Sunnah and the belief of the scholars. But somebody could hold to that view wherein they equivocate, just like somebody could say Matthew is the gospel, and the gospel meaning when we define the gospel, it's the the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus,
right.
and that's the good news. Can I finish? Good job. Okay.
We got
It's the
you.
death,
We
burial,
got
resurrection
you.
of
All right,
Jesus.
Muslim, look,
Can I
just shut
finish?
up. All right, you're getting boring now. Okay.
Can
So
I
now,
finish? Can I
Destroyer,
finish?
Destroyer.
Yes,
No, I heard your whole thing now. Okay,
You
now
guys are
Destroyer.
losing a 1v5.
Destroyer now. Okay,
You
so
guys
he
are
said,
losing a whole
this is what he
1v5.
said. This is what he said. He said
what the heck?
that he doesn't have a problem if
Can
a
I finish?
Muslim. Okay, Muslim. Like I'm literally gonna drop.
Can I
you because
finish?
I'm done.
Can
No.
I finish?
No.
Can I finish speaking? Oh, I can't finish
Wait,
speaking.
you're Shia, bro.
So I can't
313
finish
coin.
speaking?
We
Who made
already
him
got
Shia
your
today?
answer. You only now you're
Somebody
just
made
giving
him
the
Shia.
justification.
Can you repeat
We
my
don't-
answer?
We
Can you
don't need
repeat
the
my answer?
justification.
Can
The
you
only
repeat my
thing-
313, bro.
The only
Can
thing
you
that
repeat
you
my answer?
said,
Can you repeat my
the only
answer?
thing that you said is that it's okay for other Muslims to believe there's 7 Qurans.
No,
You
that
just-
wasn't my answer.
But you said you don't hold to it. That's okay.
That's not my answer.
Okay.
That wasn't all I was
So
saying.
now
That's
the
not
only
all I
thing
was
that's
saying.
so the only thing
Can I
that's
finish
relevant now the only thing that's
Can I
relevant.
finish speaking?
Okay. Now the only thing that's
Look how he
relevant.
keeps muting me, everybody.
No, okay.
These guys
look.
are cowards.
I am muting
These guys
you
are
because
actually cowards.
we need to move it forward. Everybody knows
Can
that
I
we need to
finish?
move it forward. So now,
Can I
Destroyer.
finish speaking?
Bro, can you
What
shut
is-
up
can
for
I-
a second,
do
man?
you have a
Can I
problem?
actually talk?
Destroyer,
actually
what's the problem with his
Can
view
I actually-
that there could be
It's
parts-
fine.
Can I
That's all I.
actually speak?
That's all I needed. That he said that it's fine to say you have 7 Qurans.
Can I finish
in a
speaking?
sense. That's finished.
Can I
Thank
talk?
you.
Can I have my
This
own
is all I
opinion?
Do
needed.
you, do you see
My
any?
argument's
Okay, but do you
done.
have any problems with his?
This
Can I have
means
my
that
own
the
turn to
dawah
speak?
speaking point of having one
Can I
Quran
have my
is
own
over.
turn to
That's
speak?
it.
Hold on, Muslim.
You
Can I have my own
spoke
turn to
already.
speak?
Even
Can I
bro,
speak?
bro. Calm.
Just
calm.
like a
Yes, you have
Calm,
you have my
calm,
permission to
calm.
speak
Yeah,
after
okay,
the host.
I got
Yo,
you,
these
Destroyer,
guys are so terrified.
but what is the?
breath.
Is there
These guys
any
are so
issue? Is there any issue issue with saying that you only read half of the Quran or part of the Quran or whatever.
Well, yes, there's many issues.
Can I finish speaking?
Hold on, Muslim. No, your turn is done, dude.
You're only allowed me to speak. I can't speak.
We're trying to move the conversation forward. You guys are not agreeing, so I have to do this.
You're not trying to.
Yes, I am.
No, he is agreeing. He conceded. He conceded. He has 7 Qurans in a sense. That it's over for me.
Can I explicate
It's
my
over.
view and speak?
It's over for me. I finished.
Can I speak? Can I
Muslim.
speak? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, uninterrupted, right?
Go ahead,
Muslim.
Muslim.
So everybody,
watch out.
But
Everyone,
he's coming up and he's just blaspheming
panic.
Muslims.
They're
So
all
just-
gonna panic. So now,
Just like one can hold. Just like look at how I can't speak. Look at how I can't speak.
Wait, he's running from AP again. He's running from AP again.
Everyone, the host is saying go ahead, and they won't let me speak.
Go ahead, Muslim.
Bro, we want to run a train with you like Aisha, bro. What's happening? Let us.
He's blaspheming. Are you gonna kick him? Are you gonna kick him?
I muted him. Go ahead.
Are you gonna kick him?
Go ahead,
Okay, so
Muslim.
I can say that your God got smoked on a stick, right?
Okay, go, Muslim. Go.
Bro, why are
So
you
you guys got
blaspheming the
smoked on a
Bible,
stick?
bro? He's
Let him
not
finish.
Christian.
Let him finish.
Omar. Hey, I'm not the one that worships a penis.
Muslim, go ahead. Muslim, go ahead.
Wait, we worship. It's in your mouth currently.
Anyways,
Sunni, chill.
Anyways,
let him go.
This guy's clearly projecting. He has
Muslim,
he has some like, bad past
Projecting
experience.
semen from the throne like
He has some bad past experience.
Muslim, go.
Okay, so I can speak now. Cool. So everybody, I said, just like a Christian can say, the gospel is
Watch
defined
this,
as...
everybody. Watch this. Shut up with your rhetoric. Look
at how I can't even speak. Look at how I can't even speak.
Apostle,
You're baked. It's finished.
Let's take away his last excuse. Go ahead.
This can't even let me speak. Wallahi, they're all terrified.
Go ahead, Muslim, go ahead.
So,
no one's terrified.
Just like a Christian, you're still mad that you got raped.
Muslim, please go.
Don't bring this into this. Your prophet did nothing. Don't bring this.
Let him defend the 7 distinct Qurans. Go ahead.
Just like a Christian says. Just like a Christian says.
Muslim, please. Please.
Just like a Christian says. Just like a Christian says. Can I finish speaking?
Go, Muslim, go.
Thank you. Good boys. So just like the Christian says, the gospel is defined as the good news, and the good news is the
Bro, you can hear the breast milk dripping from his shin, bro.
Go, Muslim.
You uncreative bro hands that jacked you off.
Just say go ahead, and he's never.
Okay,
So I'm only going to continue to put on Showtime at this point.
Bro, Showtime, Aisha did it 1400 years ago. No more Showtime.
Are you going to drop it? Are you going to drop it?
Aisha's Showtime. Aisha's Showtime.
All right, I dropped him. All right, go, Muslim, go.
So clearly, everybody, he's terrified of discussing, and that's why he's blaspheming, and that's why he's actually just constantly interrupting.
Can you get to your point and stop
Christians
crying,
actually
bro?
look terrible right now. It's my turn to speak.
Just go, Muslim, go. I dropped him now. Just go, please. Go, dude, go.
Yeah. So just like a Christian can say, the gospel is defined as the good news, and the good news is just the death, burial, and resurrection, the coming of Christ or whatever. And it's just a death, burial, resurrection. And Matthew is the gospel, and it's the full gospel. Right? Matthew contains the good news, which is going to be the death, burial, resurrection. But are you saying now that Jesus has multiple messages? Wow. So we can equivocate on the term as it is multiple in a sense?
All right, Muslim.
Wow,
so
Caleb.
Muslim. Okay, I heard your point, dude. Like, let's be real now. Okay, I heard your point.
Let me finish.
How is there more than that?
Let me finish. So just like that, you can define it in a way, and you can equivocate on it. For example, when you say, I read the Quran, you could say that you read part of it, because you can refer to the part as a whole. Or you could say, I read Quran, meaning you recite the Kalam Allah, you read the recitation of God. So you guys are clearly equivocating. You don't have an argument. He said that it was a concession. He doesn't even know what a concession is. Yakovos, their teacher, who's telling it to write AP, who's just constantly being
now
obnoxious,
Muslim,
literally conceded to me.
All right, brother.
Their own teacher
I got
conceded
you, dude.
So you guys are kind of panicking.
Shut your mouth, bro.
Okay, dude. All right, Muslim. Okay,
mouth.
dude. All right. So now we just agree, right? If so facto, if somebody only reads the Hafs, they've only read part of the Quran, right?
Dude, what was my whole point? I literally said that it's an equivocal term.
My
Depends
God.
what you mean.
All right, bro. All right.
Are you gonna kick?
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done, bro. Like, even when I take all the excuses away, let him talk as much as he wants, he still can't. Like,
He said, you grant him too much that they don't grant us, right?
What do you expect from an Ashari? What do you expect from an Ashari?
Listen, he wants to bring symmetry. Do we say that the Bible is the uncreated speech of God brought down in 7 divine modes, that it's perfectly preserved? Did we give the rhetoric for the last 50 years that not one letter, not one ayah, not one dot, not one word is unaltered? No, we got variants, but now you're embarrassed. Why are you drawing a parallel to the Qira'at that are created manifestations, created recitations, bro? Are you saying the Akhruf are related to the Qira'at that are around today? What about external to the outside of the 10 canonical readings exist another 15 in circulation? How are you going to manage them? Are they parts of one harf? Is that what you're saying, Umar? Come back up and discuss Umar ibn Khattab dilemma and Muhammad as the objective standard. Your audience is all here waiting for you, bro. Come back.
Yeah, and by the way, just as a clarification, the Christians, us Christians, we don't claim that the 4 Gospels are revealed in multiple recitation forms, like you guys are claiming for this.
Bro, he got debunked. It's on my video. He got debunked on it. Everything he's saying, he got debunked on it. But now he's getting a chance to speak without any opposition because we got, we got a bit rowdy. So now he's using this to clarify. No, wait. He's using this to, what do you call it? Wash his image. He's scraping off the semen off his image, basically, is what he's doing. And unfortunately for you, Omar, all of this is clipped. And you will never beat me in rhetoric. You will never beat me in any field that you, maybe scraping off semen, but other than that, you can't.
Guys, be nice, dude. All right. We got Jamal for Jesus, and we got Sasa in the. They want to come up.
Destroyer, what do you reckon? Holding some
yeah.
sort of circumstances fixed as in Allah's decree, do you think the host self-originated the motive and the desire and the intention to drop Umar, or was that decreed 50,000 years before this event even took place? What do you think? Did Allah look through the corridors of time and serve the motives and desires of the host to drop Umar? Was the host simply fulfilling his qadar, or did he truly difference making what obtains in reality? Come up and discuss Umar.
Guys, look at the damage.
Nini, go scrape it off, Nini. Nini, go scrape it off. It's still crusty. Go scrape it off, Nini.
Look, 1 second. Nini. All right, hold on, guys. We gotta. Skandin, you're a Muslim, Skandin?
Yeah. Just like
okay, go ahead, Skandin, go ahead.
This guy. It's gonna be. Go ahead.
This guy's interrupting me again.
Go ahead,
Apostolic princesses, yeah.
Nobody understands what you say, bro. Speak clearly.
Guys interrupting me again.
You can answer it now, Omar, baby. Baby Omar, answer it now. You know the message I asked you. I'll answer the question.
Look at
very
the
simple.
interrupting me. You're just obviously avoiding social norms.
Answer the question. I've posted it all, bro. Don't become my enemy.
Bro, you conceded that PDF. You conceded that being a PDF is fine, bro. Omar, it's over.
All right, guys. I want to hear Skandin real quick. Go ahead, Skandin.
Yeah. So the first thing, I offered Apostolic Princess a formal discussion on fuel, and he rejected.
We can have it right now, bro. It's informal right now.
That's all you want to say? That's all you want to say, Skandin?
Second of all, yeah,
I just want him to answer the question. It's in his DM. It's in his DMs.
Skandin, you want to ask him?
You want to show screen?
What do you want to ask him, Skandin? What do you want to ask him, Skandin?
Yeah, so my thing is, I believe there are going to be 7 Qur'ans. Can you provide a problem?
You believe in what?
I believe that there is going to be 7 Qur'ans in a sense. Go ahead. What's the problem?
All right. Go ahead, guys. 7 Qur'ans. You heard it. I don't know.
That's all I need. Thank you. This is the beauty of it. The minute you say you have 7 Qur'ans in a sense, I'm happy, bro. I'm fulfilled. Thank you, Habiba. Thank you. So I have 2 in clip.
Wait. So do you believe this commitment is going to be incompatible? Right?
Hold on. Skandin, do you guys just think you can say anything and then just ask what's the problem with it?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Do you believe it's going to be incompatible?
Okay, so Omar, baby Omar, calmate.
Yeah, do you believe it's going to be?
So now, the talking point of having one Quran, calm down. The talking point of having one Quran, is it out of the window? Thank you very much.
Hold on. Let him answer. Go ahead. What did you say, Skandin?
Even if you could reiterate what
he said the concept of having one Quran, is it out the window? Are you?
Well, no, that's going to be not say the case because it equivocates on the terms, right? Because it's going to be one Quran in this type of sense, but in another sense it could be 7.
Good.
Is your position that all 7 are preserved, or one of the?
So do you believe there's going to be So do you believe that me holding this commitment that there's going to be 7 Qur'ans is going to be incompatible with my view?
No, it's fine, Habibi. I'm giving you the platform to say you have 7 Quran. In fact, did I hear manifestation? What's happening? Baby Omar's becoming an adult now. Calm down. I gave you the opportunity to say that you have 7 Qur'ans. You took it. I'm happy. This is all I needed. I wanted you to say you have 7 Qur'ans. What did you do? You fulfilled it. That's it.
All right, so Skandin, maybe you want to clarify what you mean by that, right? Maybe that's what you want to do?
I mean,
why that's not a problem? Because it sounds like it's a problem to be able to say there's 7 Qur'ans. That sounds like a problem to me.
Look. If he doesn't show how this given commitment is going to be incompatible with... If he doesn't show how this given commitment of there's going to be 7 Qur'ans in a sense is going to be incompatible with my view, then there's no reason to argue.
Yeah, but if your view, Skandin,
because not saying I disprove.
If your view is basically that anything goes, right? Then how can we argue with you?
What does it mean anything goes?
Like you're basically saying like, yeah, bro, there could be 7, there could be 1, whatever. None of it's incompatible. That's not like, that's not a position we can argue against.
It's a vibe, bro. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
You're saying that my position, that's not, like, I'm trying to interpret what you're trying to say, right? Faithfully. But
He's saying that you have no problem with anything. He's saying you have no problem with anything. How the hell are we supposed to argue with you if you're like, yo, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with that?
Even if I grant you this to be the case.
You asked for clarification, bro.
Let's do this. Why do you think it's okay? Why do you think it's okay, Skandin, for there to be 7 Qurans? Why is that okay?
Because it's not going to be incompatible.
No, I know. Besides that,
that's fine, bro. That's fine.
Besides the fact that you don't think it's incompatible. Besides that, though.
Okay, so if it's compatible, then I can hold this view, right?
I know that, but what's...
Yes, you can hold this view.
What factors...
You're not tracking.
What factors are you using to come up to that possibility is what I'm asking.
Yeah, well, something being incompatible, right?
Oh my God. It's not whether you think it's compatible.
We're saying that we cannot be...
I'm asking what factors are you using to come up to that possible scenario?
And the scenario mean that there's 7 Qur'ans. Yes. I just provide you. I told you, if it's going to be consistent. Right,
besides that, dude, how many times do I got to say besides the fact that you think it's...
provide you another...
Wait, okay, so you just come up to that for no reason then?
Wait, that's not false. I provide you already.
I just explained that the da'wah talking point of having one Quran is now jeopardized. So now, very simply, hey, very simply, you said it's fine to say you have 7 Qurans. This is fine with me. Good, thumbs up. Don't put it up your bottom. I'm just saying thumbs up. That's it. That's all I needed from you. You said it. Thank you very much. That's it.
Hold on. Bob by Blood. Bob by Blood wants to add to this conversation. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just having fun. But yeah, if I wanted to add, here's what I don't understand. Maybe you can clear this up for me. What is preserved? Like, what is the thing that is preserved? What is the thing that Allah said He would be guardian over?
The Quran.
Yeah, what's that?
According to the Hadith, one harf, right, is already sufficient for the Quran. So we can say one of the ahraf, right, He's going to preserve.
Okay, so one harf is going to be preserved. Right? Does that include the modes, or is it separate from the modes?
The harf is referring to the modes. You're confused.
Okay, the harf is the modes. I'm sorry. So the modes, all 7 are preserved, right?
I don't look. This depending on your position that you take from the qira'at. I can say that the qira'at is going to be considered.
Are all 7 modes preserved?
I can hold the view that no, not all 7 harfs are preserved. No.
Okay, so. When you say the Quran, then, if it's the harf, and the harf is the modes, but not all 7 modes are preserved, then I ask again,
I told you the Prophet himself said one harf is going to be sufficient.
Okay,
I told you.
So all you need is one harf.
What does it mean he's going to preserve the Quran? I told you, he's going to preserve at least one harf.
Okay, so which harf, which mode is preserved then? Which one? 1 out of 7.
Well, there's going to be multiple understanding, right, of a harf, so it's going to be depending on the given understanding you take to be. Right, from that you can give.
Can I just ask him one thing, just to interject while you're on the subject?
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna talk. I was just told to talk. So,
go ahead. But AP, if you're going to change the topic, let me just give him one question.
Subject. No.
Okay, go ahead.
It's relevant to that. You believe that the first thing Allah created is the pen, right? And He wrote down everything that will be actualized.
Believe there's the first thing which God created. You're confused.
Listen, has the pen written down everything that will transpire? Yes,
I don't believe that God has created the first thing. That's a blunder, right? Are you always confused on
Is everything written in the preserved tablet?
Look at this guy's interrupting me again. You just made a blunder and now you're trying to talk over me because
because you're not.
Right? Yeah, it seems like they're trying to ask you what's in the preserved tablet. That's what they're asking.
I'm just trying to ask one simple thing. Has the preserved tablet recorded everything that will transpire? Very simple.
Yeah.
Perfect. That includes the 7 modes, because in the last year of prophethood, the 23rd year, Jibreel reviewed the Quran with Muhammad twice, twofold. If there's 7 modes, that's 14 times. 10 hours roughly to recite the Quran, that's 140 hours. That's roughly 6 days. Has this occurred? Now, do you have epistemic access to the 6 that are in the preserved tablet in heaven? No. So if one is preserved on earth, then you don't have epistemic access to the 6 that are preserved in the preserved tablet. Now you don't have the full Quran.
I already quoted the hadith. This obviously guy being confused. I already said to what that that's not going to be a problem. Giving it, the Prophet himself said that one harf is going to be sufficient.
So one harf is the full Quran? One harf is the full Quran?
Respectfully.
Look, this guy's
Wait, but Skanda, what we're seeing now. Hold on, Skanda. But what we're seeing is that one is not sufficient. So you just say, like, they're giving you reasons why one is not. And your only answer is, well, the Prophet said it is. That's not an argument.
Did I cut out? Do you have full epistemic access to the 6 that are preserved in the tablet?
That's going to be like, obviously always confused if they're doing a turn critique of my position. That's going to be sufficient, right?
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though. Like, they're giving you, Skanda, they're giving you reasons though, Skanda.
Second of all, right? This guy Apostolic's also confused because I never claimed to have epistemic access to the 7 ahraf. I already
perfect. So then you don't have full access to the entirety of the Quran. By proper part mereology, are you going to say, for example, what Yaakov asked
this guy's interrupting me again. Look at this guy's interrupting me.
Proper part mereology. Are you going to say that loosely Allah's mercy is Allah? Right. Yes or no?
Wait, this guy is like, that's irrelevant to the
conversation. Are you going to be consistent with proper part mereology when it comes to Allah's sifat? Like,
that's going to be literally a red herring to the conversation. We never.
No, it's not. It's very relevant. I'm asking for consistency.
Go ahead, Charles.
Is there a proper part whole when it comes to mereology? Is Allah's sifat mercy Allah or loosely Allah? What do you want to take to?
Whoa,
I want you to be consistent now. Okay, so you don't have epistemic access to the 6 that are missing, right? You fell on the sword on that, and now you're not being consistent with proper part mereology, bro.
Got a lot of confused.
No, so you're being a sophist now, and you're going around and round and round like Cockhouse has done many times.
Yeah, like now, look, hold on, guys, hold on. All right, guys, look.
Last thing, host, and then I'm gonna fit up. Last thing. You wanted to bring symmetry to the Gospels. Do we say that the Gospels are the uncreated speech of Allah, brought down in 7 divine modes to 1 prophet, that they are perfectly preserved letter for letter, dot for dot? Is there symmetry with that?
Well, obviously, this guy is not understanding what it means.
So if he's been debunked with that with Yaakovos, why is he bringing the same rhetoric to this live again?
Look at this guy interrupting me again, violating social norms.
All right, guys, look. All right, Skanda, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. So when I hear...
So can I answer his questions first?
No, because you guys aren't going nowhere. So Skanda, when I heard from Muslims that one verse saying Allah is wondering and the other one says Muhammad is wondering, they said the full Quran shows that they both wonder, right? And now you're saying that that you can have one and you don't need the other one. So then how would I ever know the full context of the full Quran?
Well, to understand the proper, no one believes that we can understand the full context. Or by context, I'm presuming, right, you meaning about the full interpretation of the Quran. No one believes this.
Not the full interpretation, brother. Not the full not even the full interpretation. Just the full reading.
What do you mean? How do you understand the full
just
context?
The full reading,
right?
Not the interpretation, the reading.
Yeah, the reading. Yeah, because if you have one harf, the other one's going to be from other harf, right? So we don't need the other one.
Right, and what I'm saying is, in one it says Allah wonders, and the other one says Muhammad wonders.
Yes.
So if I only read one,
what's going to be the problem?
Then I wouldn't know the other. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and one is but having the one is already going to be sufficient.
Sufficient for what?
Yeah, sufficient for you having the preserved
But now you're just making an arbitrary.
That's awful. Oh my!
This still doesn't make sense. When I asked earlier,
you're obviously going to be confused, right? For it to be
When I asked earlier,
some reason for this to be the case.
Well, wait a second. When I asked earlier what it means, to be preserved,
assuming this guy's interrupting me, right? If you're doing an eternal critique, and me assuming my position, I'm stating a hadith.
Skanda, but the thing is that you're saying that one is enough, and I want you to be clear. Okay, Skanda, just be clear. Just be clear. What is one? Skanda, what is one enough for? I got you. What is one enough for? Just be clear.
One is just going to be enough for having the preserved amount of the Quran.
Okay, but what is preserved? So literally, how are we using? No, not just the content. What do you mean by preservation? Because when we're talking about the preservation of a text, there's going to be some exhaustive options. So one option could be the semantic content. One option could be like the meaning. What is preserved? Not just one haraf, but what is preserved within that haraf? What is preserved within that mode?
The speech of God is going to be preserved within that mode.
Say again.
The speech of God is going to be preserved within that mode.
Okay, but is it the semantic content, right?
Do you know what it means? The semantic content refers to the meaning, right, of the formula. This guy is so confused. Never talk on logic again.
I'm not.
Right?
I'm not confused.
Obviously, given our position, we don't believe that only the
You're
meaning.
blundering, Omar.
Right,
Calm down.
of the
Let
Quran
him
is
interrupt.
I'm
you.
asking
Calm
a
down.
very. I'm asking you a very specific question.
Look,
Can you have a
you're so
distinction
confused, right?
in
Talking
semantic
about
content and meaning?
never talk
among
on
the
logic.
harafs?
Talk about like
Skandin,
semantic
just like
content.
please, like just address whatever you think
Just
he means.
address.
Just don't.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. Can you have
Yeah.
distinctions between the semantic content in the harafs or the meaning of the harafs?
There could be discernibility within the meanings of the
No.
harf, yeah.
Not discernibility. Can you have distinction?
That's what it means for there to be discernibility, given the concept I'm speaking about. Are you stuck fucking confused?
No. I'm saying if we have haraf 1, mode 1, right? Can
Yeah,
it
I
have
literally
different...
just said that. When
Okay,
I say
so-
that there's
okay.
going to be discernibility within the semantic content
if you're going
of
to
the
say
ahraf,
there's...
then I'm
listen,
saying that there
if
could
you
be
want to use
distinctions. Are you
discernibility, that's
confused?
fine. If you want to use discernibility, that's fine. But now, if there's distinction in meaning, then how do you actually know the revelation that Allah is preserving in terms of meaning?
Yeah, he doesn't need to preserve all of them, right? So we
He
don't.
doesn't need to
be
preserve
able to
what he
distinguish-
means?
Look, guys, interrupting again.
He doesn't need to preserve what he means?
All right, guys.
Yeah,
so,
he doesn't
so,
need to preserve
so,
all
uh,
of
so,
them. No,
so,
he doesn't
but,
need to preserve
by,
all of
are
them.
you saying that
You're
one is
confused.
one
You
is the
don't believe-
semantic
Look,
context
like, I
versus
just want to
the
talk
other?
because
I
you're
got
just
you. I got
asking
shut up.
questions.
Are you saying
No,
one is the
just like
semantic,
one, just
meaning
like
the
30
meat?
seconds at least.
Fuck, but like Skandin, relax. Okay, so
Look,
our
just-
So
you're
by
the one
semantic
interrupting, by the
content,
way.
by
I'm
semantic
relaxed.
content, I'm just
okay. Look,
yeah. By
boss.
semantic content, all I'm referencing
Yeah,
is
so you're
this:
muting me.
when
Go
you
ahead.
say something is preserved, you could mean it in the sense that it's like copy paste. So if a verse has like Surah Al-Kauthar, if you have 10 words in that verse in that one chapter, right? Then you're going to have a copy paste, the same words, the same semantic content, and the same meaning. So when I'm saying semantic content, I'm saying specifically
What's your
the
difference
letter
between
structure.
what's the difference for you between semantic content and meaning?
Yeah, so
There
the
is no
meaning is
distinction. He's
yeah.
confused. Semantic
No.
content
Yeah,
is
because my
meaning.
understanding is the semantic content is the meaning. So are we just
Exactly.
No,
So
all I'm
God is literally
referencing
confused
all
about
I'm
what he's talking
referencing
about.
is the semantic content is whether or not the words are
Right.
in order.
Right, so
Whether
we
or
have-
not it's like copy paste.
Okay, so we have the words being in order
Semantic
and the
content
meaning.
doesn't mean copy paste. Oh my God, you're
No,
confused.
Scott, just you know what he's trying to say, dude. Like, stop. You're playing
Look,
semantics.
semantic
Like,
Listen, you can
content-
you can
okay.
opposite. It
So
doesn't help.
he's trying to ask you if it makes a difference to you whether if the semantic content and the meaning are both preserved or not. That's what you need to answer.
Semantic content is the meaning.
That's
Okay,
not what
I
I'm
mean,
using.
okay. What I meant to say is
I'm-
the
all I'm
meaning.
saying
Okay,
is-
okay,
so
Scott.
confused.
Okay, is the meaning preserved and the words preserved?
When I say semantic
Of the one
content, I'm
harf?
just saying,
Yeah.
is it word for word, letter for letter?
Right.
Of the one harf? Yeah.
Okay, then how can it be word for word, letter for letter, but have distinction of meaning?
Because the distinction is going to be between other harfs. I said that one harf, right, is going to be preserved one word for
All
word.
right, I think
But
at this
other
point
harf-
it's just clear that like okay, Scott, look, it's just clear to me that you're just making stuff up. This is just your ad hoc explanation.
Yo,
so now, so that's why I want to bring this to the practical level. Okay, if Allah wants you to know in one version that Allah Himself was wondering, and in another version He wants you to know that Muhammad was the one that is wondering, then how can you know both by just reading one? Just answer that.
Yeah, like so.
So you
I,
wouldn't
like,
know, right?
No.
You wouldn't know both. You would only
and
know
that's not-
one.
Yeah, that's also because one is already going to be sufficient according to the Prophet.
No problem.
Can I get
Sufficient, but again, like I keep saying, you keep saying one is sufficient, but you're not clarifying sufficient for what. You're saying you must be meaning that one is sufficient for you to have salvation.
Part of the Quran.
No,
Sufficient,
that can't be true though. That literally doesn't make sense.
That can't be true.
No,
Yeah, this guy's so
what you're
confused.
saying because the whole Quran is both, right?
There be what you said.
Both is the whole Quran, right?
I just said there's going to be 7 Qur'ans.
Right, and all 7 of them are the whole Quran.
If you mean that, well, that's depends on what you mean, right? Because if you mean by the whole Quran that one of them is going to be all the 7.
Okay, so are the
Quran,
7 part of the Quran, or are the 7 the whole Quran?
Oh, I could say there's going to be 7 parts of the Quran, and they're both identified as Quran.
Okay, so if they're all the whole Quran, that means if I only read one of the 7,
parts.
I'm only reading part of the Quran.
I just said parts. You're confused.
Correct. They're all 7 parts.
whole.
So if I only read one, then I don't have the whole Quran, right?
Yeah, and the Prophet said one is going to be sufficient.
Okay,
No
like
problem.
I mean, there's nothing else to argue here.
Okay, good.
For all the Muslims who are listening, if you only read the Hafs version, you only read a part of the Quran. Like, what's the okay? If you don't have a problem with that, then what are we arguing about?
Okay, look.
I don't think most Muslims know that they're only reading 1/7 of the Quran, bro. Like, how are you okay with that? Like, what are you talking about?
Imagine. Wait. All these years of saying it's simple. We have one Quran. Today you ask him, do you have one Quran? 1 hour rant. Thank you, Habibi. Thank you for undoing your da'wah. Thank you.
I just got one question real quick. So, like, let's say hypothetically, right? I'm trapped on an island for my whole life, and all I got is the Quran that says Allah wondered, right?
Yeah,
Would it
then
be
that's gonna be
sufficient for me to,
sufficient. If you don't have epistemic access to the other ahruf, right, then having this one is going to be sufficient according to the prophets.
So it's okay for me to go.
He's just saying that according to his belief, it's okay to read part of the Quran. Okay, dude, if you're okay with that, then we don't have an argument against you. Do you understand that? Like you're conceding our argument, dude.
Okay, watch this. Skora, do we have one Quran?
So look, just 1 second.
Hold on,
if you
let me
don't have
finish.
argument, and you're not able to show it's going to be incompatible with my commitments, then you're just saying that the argument.
We're not
doesn't
saying
work
it's
against
incompatible with
my
your
religion.
commitment. We already know that you don't have a commitment. You have a commitment problem right now. You don't commit to anything. By the time you're saying to 1 billion Muslims around the world that they're only reading part of the Quran, you've already conceded our commitment. We don't care about yours.
It's not hard to track, like what's going on. I don't know why they're so uptight on it. It's so easy.
If one was sufficient, if one was sufficient, why 7 that you don't have epistemic why 6 that you don't have epistemic access to? And if you did have epistemic access to the other 6, wouldn't you have the fullness rather than having only access to a part? By proper part mereology as well, we'll just grant you for this and not go into the sifat of Allah, but just this directly.
They even can you future iterate the question? You're asking me, right? Why would God reveal 7 Qur'ans if I only have epistemic access to 1?
Well, yeah, you're saying you're going to take the position that only 1 was preserved. Now, from that 1 harf singular, Allah's uncreated speech, we now have 10 canonical readings that have derived, which is created recitations. Now, Ibn Taymiyyah's position and the scholars' position.
That's a blunder. That's a blunder.
No, it's not.
Right? Because
are you saying the qira'at are the uncreated speech of Allah?
Yeah, I can tell you how that's.
Are you saying the qira'at are the uncreated speech of Allah?
I can just tell you how that's a blunder again because
it's the mushaf, right? It's the paper and pen.
My position.
There's a distinction between the ahruf, right?
So arguing commitments, right? Oh, we believe that within the 10 qira'ats, the 7 ahruf, right? I mean, this one position.
No, they are not. No, they are not.
Hang on.
Sasa, hold on.
That's exactly what I was granting you. I don't think you heard what I said, right? I said you conceded to 1. 1 is preserved, right? And I said from that 1 preserved mode, we now have 10 canonical readings.
No,
I didn't say the 10 canonical readings don't have their origin from that.
Someone interrupted his thought, by the way.
That's actually like very confused, apostolic. I never said from this 1 qira'at there's gonna be 10. From the 1 ahruf there's gonna be 10 qira'ats. Never said this. You're very confused on what you're talking about. I said we can grant, right, that there's only 1 harf, and then still you wouldn't be able to charge the defeater because the Prophet said 1 is going to be sufficient. Now I could hold the position that within the 10 qira'at, the 7 ahruf are going to be embedded in within other is a Muslim position that they hold to, right? So they'll say that qira'ah number 3 is just going to be composed of harf 2, harf 3, and harf 7, for instance, and then qira'ah number 6 would be of harf 1, harf 2, and harf 4. right? That's an other position I could take, and then the 7 ahruf could be preserved within the 10 qira'ats.
Brother, so Sean, so if let's say the Warsh got lost completely, right, and then I never was able to find out,
Then having only one is also going to be sufficient.
I get
There's
you,
no
I get you, I get that that's your point, but what I'm saying is then, if I wanted to hypothetically make the argument that the Quran was not preserved, how could I prove that given the your standard, where basically anything goes, or that even one is enough?
Can you? I'm not understanding what you're
Yeah,
trying to
like what I'm saying is, it makes it makes the preservation an unfalsifiable claim at that point, right?
No, because you can just say that the preservation is going to be in terms of at least one of the harf, where it's going to be preserved. If you can show that there's no harf,
brother, let me try to go back again. Let me go back again, okay? According to you guys, hold on. According to you guys, Muhammad requested for 7 Qurans to be recited, okay? And so that would be what needs to be preserved.
Can you pull up the hadith?
You don't believe what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
I didn't say that I don't believe it. I believe that you're strong in your position. Because you just said that. Look at this guy interrupting me, right?
You're a scary hour.
7 of them should be preserved. I already said that according to our position, one of them is going to be sufficient according to the Prophet, and I say during the hadith.
Let's do this. So are you saying, because this will be the first time I ever heard a Muslim say this, Muhammad did not request there to be seven recitations?
To be preserved? No.
I mean, why would he request it to not be preserved, dude? Like, what would be the point of that?
Yeah, there are other reasons, right, why he requested 7 ahruf, but there's no hadith that said the Prophet requested 7 ahruf.
So wait, when the Quran self-refers, 2 seconds, when the Quran self-refers to itself, which harf is it referring to?
Yeah, it can be within the one that's going to be recited.
What? Wait, when the Quran talks about itself, it's
going to be within the harf that's going to be recited. So if I recite within the one,
so there's seven reference, or like 7 different
that is inaccurate.
Qurans being referenced to.
Can I respond, please?
Okay, good, very good, thank you.
Adam, you're a Muslim?
Yeah, bro,
makes us a big scream.
Go ahead, Adam.
Okay, so there's no. So
I was just gonna respond that it is.
So no one shows how it's going to be incompatible with my position. So again, there's no argument. Thank you very much for conceding.
Go ahead, Adam.
You still didn't get it. You're not tracking.
Okay. Just a moment before the next caller starts. So he said that basically Muhammad never asked for this. Actually, yes, he asked. He was literally bargaining with Angel Jibril how many ahrufs he will receive, and they finally set on 7 modes. So pay attention. He said also that basically 10 readings, 10 qira'ats, canonical readings today, they contain all 7 ahrufs. So pay attention here. He said each mode is self-sufficient, health-giving. So yes, you cannot say it's part. You must consider whole Quran, full revelation. Pay attention. Whether you utter Allah is all hearing and all knowing, or instead all powerful and all wise. Tell me where here today in 10 canonical readings you have allowance of these variants. Where you can today find in Varsh that is said that Allah is all hearing and all knowing, and for example, if in Hafs instead of that is all powerful or all wise. You cannot find it, which make his claim wrong.
Yeah, the argument they're just basically begging the question at this point. They're just saying it's not the full Quran, but it is because it is. That's all they're saying at this point.
It's over. It's finished.
I think we can agree on rent a Quran. So me and Destroyer, I can rent one akruf, and Destroyer can rent another akruf. So we can do rent a Quran, just like a car.
I mean, preservation just doesn't mean what it used to,
Now, if I hear somebody say, but the Quran is one, or we have one Quran, Squished.
Can I
Yeah,
respond
like,
now?
yeah, like you guys can't say that all seven. Hold on, you guys can't say that all seven make one Quran, but then if one is missing, then that's still one Quran, or that's still the whole Quran. That
First
doesn't
of
make
all,
sense.
I want to respond. First
Well,
of
he said,
all, yeah, I've
go
been
for it,
listening.
Adam.
All right. I'm just letting. Okay, can I respond now?
Go, Adam.
All right. So there is a misunderstanding with the whole being seven. What do you call prescribed Qurans? So I guess you have to go from there. You have to start from there. The fact that there is a misunderstanding with
Yeah,
that.
please do. Go ahead.
But when we say there's one Quran, what we're talking about is the completion of it all. Basically, the completion of it all of what we have today is one Quran. Basically,
Yeah, all seven.
it's
Right?
not the process. Not all seven. There isn't actually a seven Quran.
Adam, before you waste too much time, let's just understand that we're talking about the same thing. When I say the whole Quran, again, I have to bring up the example that Muslims say when one version says that Allah wonders and the other version says that Muhammad wonders, they say that both are true because that gives you the whole Quran.
Okay,
So
Allah
now,
wonders,
if one
Muhammad
of those
wonders.
was missing,
I have no idea.
so if
I
one
have
of
no
those,
idea what that is about.
so I know you don't, but let me just and I can show you more about it later. But the point is that if one of those was missing, then I wouldn't know the completion of who was actually wondering. I would only be getting half of the story. For you to say that that's okay or whatever, now that doesn't make any sense. Even though you can say that it is, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so basically there aren't seven Qurans. So you accept that, right?
No.
Oh my.
Okay, so
there are seven
listen,
Qurans.
that is a question.
That's
There's a
what's
reason
being
why
called
I
into
asked.
question here, and the only thing you guys are saying is there isn't because there's not. That's all you're saying.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
Adam, I'll make
We're
it
not
easy.
saying there isn't because
Adam,
there's
I'll make
not.
it easy.
If-
Adam, I'll make it easy, bro.
You can make anything easy for
I'll
me
make
if
it
I'm trying
easy.
to explain something.
Two
but
seconds,
okay.
bro. If I have harf one and I'm reading it next to you, okay, and you're reading harf 5, or you're reading the full Quran.
Look, you need to understand something, okay? If you go deep into things, you will confuse yourself. But if you
You're
talk about
confused, brother. You're confused.
No, I'm
you're,
not confused.
You're literally
Okay.
confused, and you're
Can I
making
talk
up
to one
definitions.
person? Can I have a conversation?
No,
with
all seven of us are one person, dude. So just don't worry about that.
I mean, you see, that's also another thing. Where do you get? Look, I have a question. Where do you get seven Qurans from?
Where are you getting seven?
I-
Where are you getting seven people from? There's just one of us here talking to you.
It's from the ahruf.
No, there isn't one person talking to me. There's destroyer
See,
talking
the
to me.
confusion
There's
is coming
Scary Owl
from the
talking to
fact
me.
that you think seven is seven. That's the confusion right now with you. So
Guys, can we get him to just stick within the commitments for a second? Are you saying, Adam, that 10 canonical readings do not exist in reality today?
I didn't say that. I didn't even go there.
Stay
I just
there
tried.
now.
I just tried
Let's
to.
not jump around. 1 second. Perfect. Okay. So you can affirm that 10 canonical readings exist.
I can't confirm and I can't deny it. It's just that that's not what I came up
Hold
on
on
here
a second.
for.
The
I
consensus
came up on here
Islamically
because
is
there's
that.
a conversation about the fact that there isn't one Quran due to being seven.
Hold on,
What do you call
bro. Respectfully, we're jumping around now. Can I get you to affirm what you are? Are you a Sunni Muslim? Number one.
Yeah, I am a Muslim. I have no idea what a Sunni Muslim is. If you're talking
he's
about
not
me
a
following the
Sunni. He's not a
Sunnah,
Sunni. He's not a
if
Sunni.
you're talking about what
He's a Quran only or something like that.
No, if you're talking about do I follow the Sunnah of the Prophet? Yes, I do. If that makes me a Sunni Muslim.
Are you Quran
yes,
only,
I am a
Adam,
Sunni Muslim.
or do you take?
No, he's
Sunni
Sunni.
hadith?
He's Sunni. Just ignore. He's Sunni. He just.
All right.
I am a Muslim, and I do follow the Sunnah of the Prophet. If that makes me a Sunnah.
Yes. Okay,
Sunni
bro.
Muslim,
You're whatever.
I accept
It's
it.
okay.
Then by those commitments alone, by what you've just verbalized, you have to be upon the consensus that 10 canonical readings exist. Okay.
No, I can't. I
I'm
can't
not
do
even
that.
going into the extra canonicals that exist, extra that Jay Smith has found and the rest. I'm just saying the 10 that are validated, they exist, bro. Now, between each of them, there's variance. From variant to variant, that's a distinction. Would you agree?
So you want to tell me that there are 10 Qurans that
Bro,
exist that I don't know
respectfully,
about?
can you
Yeah,
just
because
can you just
Adam, what he's saying is that if you are a Sunni Muslim, then you have to hold to what your scholars are holding to. You can't just make up your own religion.
yeah.
I mean, my scholars don't tell me I have 10 Qurans. So where are you getting 10
That's
Qurans from?
That's what he's calling in the question. He's saying they do. That's what you get that? He's saying they do.
I'm pretty sure I am a Sunni Muslim and I have never read any
Okay,
of
but
the
Destroyer, I'm
7
gonna
Qurans.
fuck your mom anal.
Hades,
There's only one
I'm gonna fuck your mom
Go
anally
kick that
dry.
guy. He's trying to
Let
ban
me
you.
make, let, me make,
Yeah, go ahead.
let me make it even more simple. In North Africa, they read the Warsh. Okay? In the rest of the world, they read the Hafs. These are two distinct mushafs. Paper
They're
and
not.
pen.
They're the
Qira'at.
same thing. They're the same thing, basically.
Hang on,
Yes.
brother. I want you to qualify that now, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm asking you. The
All right.
same thing in what sense? Are they distinct because they carry variant ayahs? For example, going from first person to third person, and so on and so forth, and in meaning. Would that count as a distinction now for you and a variant? What do you mean by the same? I'd like you to answer, please.
Basically, they carry the same message. They carry the same understanding. As for what is bonus into harfs and all that stuff, that is an entirely different subject that we have to get into. But in this
That's
subject,
exactly what's in question, bro. So here,
in
I want you to
this
stop
in
what
this
you just said
subject,
now.
okay.
Okay,
In
bro,
fact,
hang on.
if you read the prompt, you will
Brother,
read
with
the
all due
question that
respect,
says,
with all due respect, you've done a P and not P now.
"No,
I've
I
asked you
haven't
to
done anything. I
brother,
literally
brother,
am in the middle
allow
of
me to
talking and you're
substantiate
interrupting
how
me."
you have done so, please.
Now listen.
Now, brother, 1 second.
What do
please,
I have a question? What do
brother,
scholars
look, I don't
actually
want
say
to
about
pivot
the
away
Quran?
from the subject matter,
It's
bro.
not a
Hang on a
it's
second.
not a pivot. I'm trying to hold you accountable.
Brother,
You're
respect. I
going
don't want
away
to tell
from
the host to mute you. Will you just 1 second? I said to you, does a variant count for a distinction? Do 10 qira'at exist in reality? You said no, there's only one. Now you just admitted that the Hafs and Warsh are distinct and have variants. That's now admitting two distinct Qur'ans. Now I'm going to ask you again, in what sense are they the same? You said just in message. But you also conceded that they have variants between them, whether it goes from first person to third person. Now, do you understand the dilemma you're in?
I did so to hold you accountable, to make you understand that the prompt asks a question, but if it asks a question and it answers itself, it basically leaves no one coming up here to be verified as a scholar or basically to verify what is being asked. Because if the question is, what do scholars actually say about the Quran? A scholar would have to come up on here and say something about the Quran. But if the question is, what do scholars say about the Quran? And
Adam, but
under
look,
it,
I don't need to
stuff
look.
about,
I'm sorry,
what do you
but now
call
you're just
stolen
trying to like wiggle
stories,
your way. You're trying to wiggle your way out of.
I'm
We
not
have
trying to
already
wiggle,
had.
I'm literally
Stop.
trying
Just
to-
wait. Look, we've had already concession already from Muslims what scholars agreed upon. If you don't know what they say, that's not really our problem at this point.
No, I'm asking you. Are you asking me what do scholars say about the Quran, or are you confirming that this is what
Respectfully,
they
Adam,
say?
you collapsed yourself already. I mean, you affirmed the P and not P.
There isn't.
You've affirmed the contradiction.
There's only
belief
one
that you are
Quran, that is
upon,
for sure.
And then,
Yeah, Adam, but when
I
you
guess-
keep repeating that, right? But when we try to show you that practically there isn't, then you have nothing to say about it. So that's the problem that we're bringing
I
up.
mean,
You can
first
just
of all, I would
repeat it
have
a
to
million
be. I would
times.
have to be a scholar.
By the way,
I would have to be a scholar.
You can't
I would
affirm
have to
that
be a
it's
scholar too.
Bro, you cannot affirm that it's only the meaning because you believe that it's word for word, letter for letter, the word of God that came down. And you are rewarded for reciting it letter for letter. So you can't come suddenly and paraphrase and recite a paraphrase.
Yeah, like
I
let me
mean,
see. Let me
if-
see if I
if-
can get you engaged with this, Adam. So you do agree that in one version of the Quran it says Allah wonders, right?
I really would not agree with that. I don't think I can come up on a live anywhere and agree with something that I haven't done research on myself. So, look, I
you
always
need to
face this
learn
thing
from
where
it.
I'm being told what I believe, I'm being told what I follow, and I come up on a live, try to confirm with someone that this is not what I follow, and then they're like confirming for me what I follow, which is confusing because I'm pretty sure.
But
that
okay,
I
so
believe
you've never heard of
that
this
there's
then?
one
You've never
Quran.
heard about the difference between the
Yeah.
Hafs version and the Kumbul version, or no? No, we're not the Kumbul. What's the
I
version, guys?
wouldn't really
Warsh,
confirm with you. I
Kumbul,
would be
whatever.
confused about
Kanun
that
doesn't matter.
because I would be confused about that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you can't really have this argument, because what we're trying to show you and what the other Muslims before you have been saying is that in the Hafs version, there's Allah's trying to convey you one thing, and in the other version, he's trying to convey to you something else. And their explanation for that, is that when you put them both together, you get the full explanation. You get what I'm saying? So then our argument is so what I'm saying is if that's the case, then that means when you remove one, then you don't have the full explanation anymore.
In its what do you call in its logic and where you're coming from with it, I think I would agree with that. But at the same time, I wouldn't see it like that. I wouldn't see it as two things being brought together. I would see it as what do you call a continuation of one thing, which is this is from here and this is from here. Could be from this period, could be from that period, but the completion of it makes one basically.
Okay, so what you're saying right now, I can tell you're not really getting my example. So let me just pull it up here. 1 second. 1 second. Do you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how it says in the Hafs Quran, verse 37:12 says, "You wonder," talking to Muhammad. And in the Khalaf version,
I see both
hold
of
on,
them.
brother, hold
I see
on.
both
Yes,
of them.
and in the Khalaf,
Khalaf.
and in the Khalaf version, it says, "I wonder," meaning Allah Himself was wondering. Okay, so now explain to me how, if I remove one of those, that I will still know the full meaning of the Quran.
I would have to sit down and do clear
Okay, but
research
just based
on
off of
why
off
two
of face
things.
value, just off of face value right now, what would you say?
I would say what I'm looking at is two different things. I would say that.
Right. So our
But
argument is
but at the
because
same-
you're looking at two different things, that means there's two different Qurans. That's our argument.
Okay. Two different Quran based on this specifically or based on the entire Quran?
This is just one
Bro.
example of many. So this is just one of many.
Okay, then you would have to. Then you would
Adam,
have to
what is the
follow.
entire
Listen,
when you just said entire Quran, cash that out. What do you mean by entire Quran? I want to hold you accountable now.
when
And
you go
this
to
will
the
make you-
average, when you go to the average Muslim, wherever they're from, you tell them.
Yeah.
I don't care about
So
that.
Adam. So look. So
asking you.
Adam. The average Muslim is reading the Hafs, right? We can agree.
Yeah, the average Quran.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when they read the Hafs, they're
Sorry,
only
I mean
learning.
the average Muslim.
Yeah, they're only learning when they read the Hafs that Muhammad is wondering.
I mean, I would not really put myself in a position where I say God wonders because
Me neither. Which is why we would say this is a mistake, which was obviously shows corruption and not preservation, right?
But I would follow the what do you call it? I would follow the breadcrumbs to the creation of what someone is saying is one. For example, if you catch me running around saying something is something, you would have to catch me and question me on that and say, why do you say this is one? And you would have to follow that.
Host, I got a good one for him. When was the Hafs canonized as the one reading for the Ummah of today? Around about the 1930s to 50s, okay, in Egypt. This is what they class as the one you have now. Now, you are saying you have a dilemma. Sorry, you are saying you only want to read the Hafs. What gives you the notion that you can read
No,
the Hafs?
I didn't say I wanna. I didn't say I wanna read the Hafs. I said that the average
but you
Muslim
said
would not.
hang on, brother. You said the majority of Muslims, and the host said to you they read the Hafs. Now I'm saying to you, this was only canonized in this sense
it's not that
of
they
being the
want
one
to.
main reading for the Muslim Ummah in the 1930s to 50s. Okay, what makes you sure that the one you're reading now is the fullness of the Quran? Because you said the whole Quran. What do you mean by whole Quran?
Okay. I am basing my understanding of the Quran being one from what I have, which is the Hafs Quran. You understand?
Right. Yeah, but that's already wrong, Adam. So the Muslim narrative is
So basically, the Quran is not one. The Quran is
no. Let me tell you. The Muslims
Uh-huh.
who know about this topic about Ahruf and Qira'ah and all that, they would say that all 7 or all 10 make up the one.
All right, that 10 or 1. Okay, that specific 10 that you're talking about, I am not sure that translating something into something is not that. Basically,
No, this has nothing to do with translation because we have Arabic speakers.
These are 7 original. These are 7 original Qurans, not editions of another, not translation of another.
I don't see it
This
like
is not
that.
about how you see it, Adam. This is not about how you see it. Was the Quran revealed?
I mean,
was
the majority
Adam,
of Muslims don't see it like that. But
Adam, was the
whatever.
Quran revealed in seven modes?
I mean, yeah, I would, yeah.
Okay,
so it's 7
do you
original.
have, so do you have 7 Quran or do the 7 make one?
I don't think I have 7 Quran. I am
Perfect.
pretty sure
So the 7
creation-
make one then.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if this is like, okay, I'm wrong, so you're wrong. If this is that kind of thing, maybe you know it will never
We're just
end.
trying
Yeah.
to get to the truth, brother. This is not about making
You
you
think
wrong.
this? If we no, I am trying to get to the truth. You're trying to get to the truth. But if you're stuck to something that's the person you're asking is trying to explain to you and you're refuting it,
Well, because
then
we're not.
You
Because,
would keep going
because,
in
Adam, because
circle.
what you're saying is that you don't feel that it's that way, but we're trying to show you the proof
I didn't say.
to the otherwise. Okay. So
You
again,
showed me 2 things, and I said to those will be 2 things. But I said I extended my
okay. So
say,
at this
and
point,
said,
I think it would be better for you to say I don't know, and I'll have to figure it out. That might be better for you to say. Besides, because it sounds like you're trying to take a position which you can't actually prove.
the thing is, I'm not trying to take a position. I'm trying to like come up on here and try to, I guess, keep the focus on the prompt. Which, if you bring the prompt up again, you'll literally understand that you're asking a question, and below it you're basically putting answers.
Yeah,
which is
Adam.
like,
But again, we already have an agreement amongst everybody who was here what the scholars are saying, and you're coming in and you're saying, well, what do the scholars say? We already talked about it.
we don't agree with it because below your
You
your
don't
prompt,
agree
you're
with
saying,
it. Do you? Okay. Do you have a
No, I'm
scholar
saying
that?
we
Okay.
don't.
Okay,
Below
Adam.
the
So okay,
prompt-
Adam. So
below
do
the
you have
prompt,
a Adam?
scholars
So do
don't
you have
say
a
those
scholar?
things.
So do you have a scholar you would like to present?
I mean, I can present myself as
So
a
you
scholar.
don't
I can
have.
like use
Okay.
my.
So you don't have one. Okay. So then
I
you see
know.
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying I can. There are scholars. Yeah, there are Islamic scholars. But what I'm
Okay,
saying
but
is,
you don't have
bring,
one
bring the
right
prompt
now.
again.
Do you have
Bring
a
the
scholar?
prompt again.
It says scholar. What do scholars think about
Is
the
a scholar
Quran?
next to me?
Okay.
Is
Do you have a
scholar
scholar?
next to me? Is that what you're asking?
Okay. Who else wants to run a
No.
different argument? Because this is not making any sense.
Adam,
can I ask you
Yeah,
something?
man.
1 minute, brother. Just 1 minute, and I need to go to sleep. Adam, my friend, you lack knowledge. We are not like your Muslims friend. We will not catch you. Like it's not, clip moment, catch you moment.
What
You
are you
lack knowledge,
talking
my
about?
brother. So please try to learn something. It's not your opinion. It's opinion of your scholars. Just
I
read
haven't.
little bit,
I haven't
relax.
said it is my opinion. Can you bring the prompt again so that
Why
I
are you
address
so
something?
obsessed with the prompt, dude?
Because I'm trying to hold you accountable and make you realize that you're literally making an
look,
error.
brother. Okay, we already granted you that
You're
we're
making-
asking
you're making-
what the
you're
scholar
making an
said.
error.
No problem. No problem. Look. How about this? I lied about the prompt. Okay, are we good?
All right. So do we have nothing here then? So can you
Okay.
close the live?
Oh my God!
Exactly. Let's all laugh.
Listen, Adam,
Let's all
Adam,
laugh.
let's just take
What are you talking
let's
about?
just take it down another avenue for a second.
No, hold yourself accountable. If you're gonna say something
He
about
just wants to
something,
have
let
an
it be true.
emotional argument about why it's wrong for us to talk about
Emotions
this.
have
That's all it
nothing
is.
to do
That's all.
with the truth right in front
You're
of you.
being insufferable,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Listen, can you
Scary
stay
hour.
within your commitments to say that Allah does not have any partners in anything?
That's literally what you are accusing me of. You're saying I'm jumping from one thing to another.
Brother, this is a whole new thing now. I just want you to stay within your commitments. Your commitments are Allah does not have partners in anything, especially co-legislation,
It
right?
is
The Sharia.
it's like asking me an obvious thing when I'm literally here to address what the prompt says. That
No,
way
you're
I
not.
can
You're
have an
not. You're
understanding.
only here to highlight the prompt so that you can run. That's what you're doing.
No,
Like,
I
why,
don't have to.
why
I
are
can
you
be-
guys
you know,
talking about
I
this
can
when
get
the
food.
scholars aren't actually here, guys? Like, you can't talk
No,
about
I
it
didn't
without
say
the
that.
scholars being
No, I
present.
didn't say that. I said,
Oh my
why
God,
ask a
guys!
question?
Like, you should know we can't
Why
talk.
ask
Like,
a question?
don't you know that Arabic
Ibn
is
Taymiyyah is next to
intelligible? Like,
Can I-
guys, you know,
Carry on.
Arabic is intelligible, guys. So you can't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hello.
It's not about talking about.
Look,
That's
Adam, I
misquoting.
think this
You're
is way
misquoting me.
too advanced arena for you. I think it's best that you just look, bro, respectfully, just drop off and allow someone else to come up or engage in the argument.
I
I'm
will
trying to
do
put
that.
forth
I
to you.
will do that. But I guess.
Okay, just go off, brother. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just yeah.
Guys,
I was
God
going to
bless you all.
give a farewell speech.
Hello?
See you later. God bless you.
Yo, what you saying?
What's up, Ambro?
I'm good. Before I start the whole argument about the Quran thing, Destroyer, where's K? We haven't finished our argument, bro.
What?
Bro, I was having a good
He
conversation.
ran because your argument was so powerful. So he
What?
ran.
Why are you asking me where's K?
He's مش حبيبك هذا, he's your best friend.
He is a very, very dear brother. Yes, that's true.
MashaAllah, I'm very happy for you,
Do
man.
we
but
make part
like,
of a whole? What's happening here? How
no,
many
I
Qurans
was
do you
just-
have?
I don't know where he is, that's why, man. I wanted to finish that topic that he tried to...
He's been abrogated. Now what?
What topic was it? What topic was it? We'll see if we can continue on from here.
Well, he was trying to claim that the Sahaba are like IS.
Oh, okay, one of those arguments. Do you
Yeah,
want to
it was
engage
very-
in something different to the Qira'at and the Akhruf, or do you want to discuss the Akhruf and the Qira'at?
I mean, I guess we can talk about the Qur'at first, then we'll talk about something else.
All right.
Yeah, no drama. I'll let me talk.
But I want to speak to just one person that knows about this. I don't want everyone screaming.
We make part of a whole. It's fine.
MashaAllah. Well, perfect. MashaAllah. Okay, I need...
Each of one is sufficient, but we make part of it.
Well, is this like the...
I love it.
This is like a sixth Trinity way, is it? MashaAllah. Very good. Very
All right,
good.
I'm a borrow. Okay, so from what I'm seeing is that the 7 or the 10, I don't know how many you guys hold to, make the whole. Do you agree with that?
What do you mean by that?
So Muslims say that the 7 or the 10 Qira'at make the whole Quran.
The 10. Well, they all came from Allah.
Right. So
All
in other
comes
words,
from
because so in other words, what they're saying is that when you read all of them, then you get the whole Quran. Because some of them say, for example, like I have on the screen, the Hafs says in one verse that Muhammad wondered, and then in the Khalaf version, the same verse says that Allah wondered. And so when we say, look, how can these both be true? This is a clear distinction between the two, or a difference, or even a contradiction possibly. They say no, because actually you have to take both of them to get the full meaning of the whole Quran. That's what they say.
They both came from Allah, though.
Right. So you would agree with them, right? That you need both of them to get the full meaning, right?
What, say that again. Sorry, what you mean?
So
Okay, I can
is-
jump into. Go ahead.
So one is saying Muhammad wonders. Okay? The other is saying Allah wonders. So when we ask the Muslim, okay, well then which one is true? Which one of them was wondering? They say
They're both
both
true.
of them.
Yeah, they're both true.
They're both true. So that means they both were wondering, right? So that means in order for you to know that they were both wondering, you would have to read both, right?
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't really like, it doesn't do anything. Like it's still, they both came from Allah. I don't get your point.
Okay,
Bro,
watch
you
this.
saying
Watch
that-
this. Watch this. Do you have a better understanding of the Quran if you read both Qira'at?
Do I have a better understanding? Well, no, I'm gonna still have the same
Because I'm
understanding.
going to know only the Prophet wondered. You're going to know that the Prophet and Allah wondered. Am I missing information?
Are you missing information? Not really, no.
Emma bro, look. The host
It
is
wasn't.
being-
You weren't supposed to. Like you were supposed to agree. It's not a.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wait,
look,
wait,
is
wait,
there, is
wait,
there
wait,
a,
wait.
is there a
That was kinda
variant there in front of your eyes, bro? There's a variant there, right? And what he's providing you is only 2 of the mushafs, okay? So he's showing you a variant between the Hafs and the Khalaf. That's it. We're not talking about Warish. We're not talking about Al-Bazi, which is Ibn Kathir's, which he builds his tafsir on. When you go through all 10, there's multiple variants readings, right? Multiple. Now they're
Okay.
distinct. Are you saying that plurality originated in Allah?
What's pro? I don't know what the hell that word you just said.
That
Pro
the
what?
multiple versions, the multiple versions.
The multiple versions of the Quran, did they originate in Allah or they originated in Muhammad to the Sahabi when you, I don't know, recited them to them? Where does it come from? Where's the origin? Where's its source?
Well, I believe all the origin originally came from Allah, of course.
Okay, perfect. So then your Allah has, right, given down 7 divine modes with his uncreated speech. As you want after you believe that when Allah wills, he speaks in time. That speech is phonetically structured. It is letters and sounds. Jibrail is truly hearing your Lord speak. 7 divine modes now. You understand 7 divine modes are distinct. Is your position that the 7 are fully preserved in the 10 you have today?
Yes, they've all been mass transmitted, yes.
Great. So now when he's showing you this on the screen, it is showing you from your position, theologically, you just said the 7 are preserved in the 10. Perfect. So there's distinction between just 2 he's showing you now. Does that give you the fullness of the Quran if you only read 1 rather than reading all 10?
Does that give you... But that's just... It's an absurd question, though.
How?
Because if you lose 1, it doesn't remove that. Like it was still there by millions.
I know,
of people.
but Amro, let's go. We have to keep going back. So why did Allah reveal 7? Did He want you to know more than the 1, or did He not want you to know?
I mean, Allah revealed 7 because, like, of course, what do you mean? Like, you're asking me why God did something. How am I going to question that?
Yeah, well, I mean, what it seems like to me, just from appearances, is that He wanted you to know that in one version, Muhammad wonders, and He also wanted you to know that Allah also wonders. And so if you remove 1, then you don't know everything that Allah wanted you to know.
Yeah, but you can't just remove 1. The way you're saying, you can't.
Correct. I'm just asking if you did.
Yeah, but that's just, I'm sorry, but that's just an illogical question. You can't ask
Okay,
that.
so think about Amaro. The reason why we're asking this is because do you read all the Qurans or do you just read Hafs?
I read Hafs.
Okay, so that means you're only reading part of the Quran.
Not true.
How?
How am I reading part of the Quran? It's all still the Quran.
Because look at the thing. It says, the Hafs Quran says you wondered. So the only thing you're reading in your version is that Muhammad wonders. So you will never know that Allah was also wondering.
Okay.
Is there 2 distinct ayahs on the screen, yes or no, bro?
Let me run it classically, wait. Since you won't get it. Okay. Watch this. Do you have 7 ahruf? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Is each harf distinct to the other?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Is each harf the full Quran?
Is each harf the full Quran? They all go back to the Prophet, yes.
Okay. How many Qurans do you have?
We have 1 Quran in different variations.
Here we go. Is the Trinity 1 God or 3 gods?
Bomba clock. Where's the Trinity coming involved?
No, wait. I'm going to show you. It's a symmetry. Watch this. Is the Trinity 1 God or 3 gods?
The Trinity is 3 gods.
Okay, let's count. You have 3 persons, yes?
Indeed.
Each person is distinct to the other, yes?
Distinct? Are they?
Yes.
Why are they distinct? I thought they're all the same.
Bro.
Holy heaven.
Is the Father different? Is the Father distinct to the Son?
In person, not in essence.
In person.
Yeah, Habib, you're asking me something about your...
Bro, it's yes.
Okay,
They're
yes,
distinct.
okay,
yes,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay. Is each person fully God?
From what you believe, I think yes.
Okay. How many gods do you count?
You have 3 gods.
Boom! Here we go. Good. So now, what's the analogy? 3 persons, 7 wait, watch this. 3 persons, 7 ahruf. Each person is distinct, each harf is distinct. Each person is fully God, each harf is fully Quran. How many Qurans do you count?
I see what you're doing, you sneaky bugger. I see.
Here we go. So, how many gods, bro?
I see what you're doing.
Do it again. Press that button. Do it again. Press the button.
No, but that's different.
Nah, that's different. Tell me why it's different.
Because let me explain. Khalas, listen, Habibi, not Allahu Alam. Listen. So let's say the question you asked me, you said if I read Hafs only, I have part of the Quran, correct?
Okay, but I mean, you said no. You said you have the full Quran, but whatever. Yes, you have part. Yeah.
No, that's what Scary Hour said.
Yeah, that was my
No,
argument. Yeah.
but he just said that harf is the full Quran. But anyway, go ahead. Harf one, I mean.
Yes.
Anyway, go
Yeah.
ahead. It's part. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So if I only had Hafs Quran, that would be no issue.
But you'd have part of the Quran because
No.
watch this. Okay. Is the Quran in the preserved tablet in heaven?
Listen, what? Wait.
So, but wait, Marble, you're trying to. There's two different arguments here. One is to show that do you believe that the 7 are 1, or that there are 7, right? That's the
Yes, I
question
believe
first.
there's 7 ahruf. Yes, but I believe
Okay,
that.
but are those 7 one Quran?
Are the 7 one Quran? I mean, yes, they all come back to the Prophet.
Okay,
yes.
so that's why he's telling you about the Trinity now.
I get no. Yeah, I get what he's trying to say. Wallahi,
Okay,
don't
so
worry, we got it.
what's the symmetry breaker between that example?
So the thing that I'm trying to say is like, if I only have halves, it's okay.
I know, but
because
that's
I'm not
a
missing
separate
anything essential.
argument. But that's a separate argument now, Omar. But we're not even talking about that.
Yeah, forget the okay. I'm asking, is it the full Quran? Forget okay, not okay. Is it the fullness of the Quran? Meaning, if I hold in my right hand harf 1 and in my left hand harf 2, if I read just harf 1, did I read the fullness of the Quran or am I missing something?
I'm sorry, Wallah, you need to repeat that. You just
Okay. I have harf number 1 in my hand, and you have harf number 2 in your hand. I read harf number 1 from cover to cover. You read harf number 2 from cover to cover. Did I read the full Quran?
Yes.
Did you read the full Quran?
Yes.
Good. So you have 2 full Qurans, yet they are distinct, and you count to 1. Here we go back. We go back. So now why is the Trinity 3 gods then?
Yeah, Habibi, these are just different recitations, goddamn.
No.
Hang on. Stay with that. Are you saying that Allah was dependent on the dialect of the Bedouin at the time? Thus, He revealed 7?
What?
Hold on, you said they're dialects, right? So the uncreated speech of Allah, are you saying
I
it's
said
dependent now?
recitations.
It's just a question. I'm not asserting you believe this. I'm
Oh,
asking you to
okay.
qualify. You're saying they're dialects, right? Are you saying that your God
When did I say
eternally
dialects?
fixed? You just said it. Guys,
I said
did he not just say
recitations.
dialect? No, he said dialect.
Nah, he said recitations.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
But he probably means dialects in that as well. That's
No,
what
I
he's
do you
saying.
mean
don't. No, I
dialect?
don't. Why are you on about
You don't
that?
think that there's 7 dialects?
I said recitations. That's
I know,
what I said.
but in your understanding, there's not 7 dialects.
I don't know.
I don't want to straw man you, so we'll allow you to answer. Is it dialects in any sense?
You got me there, man. I don't know.
He knows there are. You know.
Okay, cool. No, that's all right. I won't press you on it there. No problem.
That's all you need to say. Allah.
Yeah. So I'm Marble. Let's just go back to let's reiterate what you said. So the 7 different ones are one Quran, right?
The 7. Yes, they're all differently recited. Like,
Right.
they all go back to the Prophet, but different recitations. But
Right.
they overlap each other, so they're still the Quran. Yes.
Right. So even though they're different, there's only one.
Basically, yes.
Okay. So
Like,
how's that different from the Trinity?
it's different because, like, yani, how can you compare? Like,
Yani, bro, he said Yani, it's over. Yani, wallah, it's finished.
no. Listen. It doesn't work because you're talking about different persons. We're talking about-
Is the origin and eternal content of the Quran that subsists within Allah's essence, as in His sifat, dhatiyah now, the essential attribute of speech, then when Allah wills, He speaks in time. This now becomes 7 modes of divine modes. So the origin, you're saying, is Allah, and the eternal content is Allah. Now the origin of the persons, how's that differ then? That's all we're trying to get you to have consistency here. Because we say there's one divine essence, right? 3 hypostases. That's all. We're trying to get you to be consistent here. If you're counting 1 while simultaneously counting 7, affirming they're distinct and saying that the origin and source is Allah alone and that suffices, then all the guests here are asking you and the host is be consistent. What now is the dilemma with the Christian verbalizing the same thing? That's all they're asking.
Okay. So what's the question?
Okay, okay, watch. Okay. I'll go step by step. Tell me, wait. Tell me where the symmetry breaks down. Okay, we have 7 ahruf. We have 3 persons. Is it symmetrical so far?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Each harf is distinct. Each person is distinct. Are we symmetrical so far?
Yes.
Okay. Each harf is the full Quran. Each person is fully God. Are we symmetrical so far?
Yes.
Okay, now watch this. How many Qurans do you count?
It's just 7 ahruf from the same Quran, man.
But we went step, bro. Like I literally went step by step with you. What's?
All right, and it's just 3 persons from the same divine essence. Now, what's the reductio, bro?
Listen.
You understand?
It's simple. It's just modes of recitation revealed by Allah for ease.
And bro, listen. It's simple. It's one divine essence, one divine mind, one divine operations, 3 persons. What's the reductio now?
Man, I don't know why is the Trinity getting involved. I don't debate Trinity.
Okay, so it's like so
I'm
it doesn't
trying to
violate
defend my
logic,
Quran
right?
now, man. I don't know why you're bringing.
What he's saying, look, Amarbo, what he's trying to tell you is that if you can agree that 7 things that are different can still be considered one thing, right? How does that not apply? How is that not the same argument that the Christians are making with the Trinity?
I'll be honest, like the whole Christian thing about Trinity.
I know, but you don't have
that's a whole another thing for me, bro.
No, but it's not though, because they're saying the same thing.
Yeah, so you can't go accuse Christians of being polytheists
I didn't accuse anything. When did I accuse you?
But when I ask you, do you believe the Trinity is 3 gods?
Because this is what you're saying. Amarbo, let me word it differently. So what you're saying is essentially that 7 Qurans can be counted as one Quran.
No, I'm saying 7 ahruf of all from the same Quran.
Okay,
yes.
but our argument is that an ahruf is a different Quran. That's what we're saying to you.
But my argument is that it's not a different Quran. It is
Okay,
the
now,
same
so
Quran.
then the question is, can either one of us prove our point, right? Who's right? Are we right or are you right? Right?
I'm right.
Okay, so how can you prove that the 7 ahruf are not 7 Qurans? How can you prove that?
Because you need to prove to me that distinction means that it's different Qurans.
Yeah, okay, so I got you. So would you say that the Qurans having different words with different meanings would make them different Qurans or no?
No.
Then what would?
It'd have to be a whole different, like, a different source with a different
vibe.
Like a whole different, like, message with a whole different contradictions.
Yeah, Marbo, but when you have different words and different meanings, it's a different message by definition.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, so if we took this to a logical
I don't know if
place.
you guys can hear me. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, if we took
I just want to ask him. You said I just want to get his definition of distinction. Can you just give me your definition of distinction, please? Because I'm going to show him something after this. What's your definition of distinction? What does he mean by this? In his paradigm, what does it mean?
What was that?
It was a dog. Don't worry, bro. It's not going to come in the house. Angels won't come in.
It's only keeping the angels away. Don't worry.
Don't worry, bro. Just focus.
You named him Qadr.
As a Muslim, do you mean as a Muslim the word distinction? Please elaborate for me.
Means like, difference between 2 things.
Perfect. So now I have 2 scholars. Here's my evidence. There is Shanqiti and Asqalani. There is a story in the Quran where it comes to Lut. When you Arabize it, it's Lut. In Hafs Quran, it says that God told Lut to take his whole family and leave his wife behind.
Yes.
In the Warsh, it says Allah told Lut to take himself, his family, and take his wife with him. Which one's correct?
Wait, I swear you just said the same thing, no?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
Wait, say it one sec. Say it one more time.
I'll say it one more time.
Take your wife or leave your wife.
Yes, correct. There you go. Simplified. In the Hafs Quran, the one that you read, it says that Allah told Lut to take himself and his family and exclude his wife, leave his wife behind.
Okay.
In the Warsh, it says Allah told Lut to take himself, his family, and take his wife. Which one's correct?
So one says leave, one says take.
Correct. Which one's the correct one? Which one is the preserved one?
They're both correct. No, because I know this story. I actually know this story.
You know this story? In which version do you know it?
No,
Leaving or taking?
No, because he tried to take her, then she rejected it, then she left
No,
it.
it
He left
doesn't
it.
say that. No.
No.
That is a bold-faced lie. That is a bold-faced
We're
lie.
talking about being commanded to leave. It doesn't matter that he, by his own choice, left her. The point is that he is commanded in one to take and commanded in the other to leave.
Wait, sorry, Destroyer.
Let me show him an easy one.
La ilaha illallah. No.
Inshallah, well done.
I don't like this guy, Jay. Wallah, I don't like him. Please. Not him. I like everyone else, but not him, please.
This is a new and improved Jay. Don't worry.
Oh no! This guy likes to swear.
This one's similar. This one's similar.
Okay, that's fine.
He's similar or better than the other ones. Don't worry.
No.
So, anyways, all right, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to others. You can tune me off. No problem.
Oh, you
right here's an
Benny
easy
J.
one. Okay, Quran 10, verse 16. This is an easy one instead of the lot one. In Hafs it says, "He would not have made it known to you." That's a negation. In the Kunbal it says, "He would have made it known to you." Just nice and easy. I will go to the store. I will not go to the store. There's an affirmation and negation. Both can be right at the same time. So there are separate qirats that have this stuff. So the first things first for these guys is that when he says a haruf, are the harufs in the qirats or not? What does 7 modes mean? Are they in your hafs? Those are all qirats. That's all you got to sit and say. So you've got all these different qirats, and between the qirats, you got differences in what it says. If all the qira'ats are right, then you have separate Qurans. You can say Quran number 1 is right. A haruf number 1 is right. A haruf number 2 is right. Mode number 1 is right. Mode number 2 is right. Whatever you want to call it. But then you have a distinction between them, because one says, I will go to the store. The other one will says, I will not go to the store. That's simple. So that means you got separate ones. That's it.
Okay, sorry, I'll answer this, but can I see your cricket file as well?
Cricket.
See my what?
Your
He's
cricket
trying to
file.
make fun of you because you have a file called cricket. Don't listen.
Oh,
to him,
and
Jay.
football. Oh, can I see the football one as well?
There's no cricket file. What is he talking about? Cricket.
At the top.
At the top, it does say cricket.
The bookmarks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That
He's
is
trying to be
when,
funny.
I
He's
can,
trying to be-
you know what? I know I can actually, guys. It's free online. You can see if you're a cricket fan, you can watch it online for free. That's what
Nah,
it is.
cricket is annoying, man. Football's the best, man. Sorry.
One day international.
Marble. So what do you say about what he's showing here?
Yeah, I mean, like they could both be true. What's wrong with that?
All right. So if I don't go to the store,
it literally
if you
cannot.
say, if you say I will go to the store at the same time, under the same circumstances, you say I will not go to the store. Are they both the same things? Are you relating the same thing? Are you saying
They could both be the same event, and you just said those things. Yeah.
Can you go to the store and not go to the store at the same time?
Yeah,
at
for
the same
100%.
moment.
100%.
So how do you
Same time? At the same
Amar,
time.
you
So now,
conceded. Amar, you
can you be
conceded.
in 2 places at
Or
the
this
same?
one.
Can you be in two places at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Amar, so
Mashallah.
look, Amar,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Amar,
ladies and
here, I'm
gentlemen,
gonna make it even. I'm gonna make
That's
it even more simple. I'm gonna
Hey.
make it even more simple. Can you exist and not exist in the same way and in the same sense?
How can you make it more simple than him saying you can be in 2 places at the same time?
Listen.
He's
I'm
already
gonna
said
give
it.
him. I'm gonna give him the
I'm honest
benefit of the
with
doubt.
you-
I'm gonna offer him the principle of charity. Can
Vote
you
by blood.
exist and
Vote
not
by blood.
exist?
Listen. I'll be honest with you. I'm just answering Jay as quick as I can because I
Amar,
just
okay.
can't talk to him.
I will ask you since you don't want to talk to him. Can you
Thanks.
exist and not exist?
Can I exist and not exist? No. You what? That's crazy.
Yes. Can you go to the store and not go to the store in the same sense?
Can I go to the store and not go to the store? Of course not.
Yes. Great.
See, I'm answering you because I would love to
Okay,
answer you.
perfect. So Quran,
Sorry, I'm not
so
sorry, sorry.
Quran 10:16, right? Says he would do something and he would not do something. This is called a proposition and it's negation, which means it's a logical contradiction. You cannot do something and not do something in the same way and in the same sense. Allah is saying he did something and did not do something in the same way and in the same sense. So you have an issue.
Wouldn't that just be a conditional statement, though?
Oh my!
He would do
statements are
something and
if-
he
Bro, this
would
is
not
dumb.
do
This
something
is
in the same way and in the same sense.
Destroyer,
How's that
destroyer.
conditional?
Conditional statement is if. So if if Allah wanted to have a son, yada yada, that's conditional.
Yeah.
If Muhammad, you're in doubt about the previous scriptures, go to the. That's a conditional statement. That's if.
Yeah, the question here,
Fa'in.
the question here, Amarbo,
This is
is
not-
which one did Allah say?
So the options are either you say it's a contradiction or you say no, both are right, both books are right. So
But
then,
then
you
you
would
have
say
two
that they're
Qurans.
separate Qurans. Then you've got two Qurans, which is a safer thing for you to say.
If you
Then
say
to sit
both
down
are
and say it's a
right, then you
contradiction,
have a
yeah.
logical contradiction.
Where
If
is
you
it
say two
again?
Qurans, you just have
I
a
want to look at the
theological
Arabic.
inconsistency.
Let me look at the Arabic. What is it?
All right. Anyway,
You want to look at
peace.
the Arabic?
Bless
Yeah,
you, host.
I'll
Thank
bring-
you for hosting.
Destroyer.
Bless the rest of the panel. Yes, Ernie.
Are you Muslim?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
We don't believe the Shahs don't believe in the Ahruf or the Qur'an.
Bro, he's not Muslim, man.
bless
He's
you,
been
bro.
doing this for so long. He's not.
He's trying to be like, hey, you got this problem too. It's not just us.
Oh, is he actually Muslim or no?
According to what I know.
Yeah, he is, guys. He is. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
he-
He wants to
he
see
is.
the Arabic. Here's the Arabic.
What's the verse?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get you, Big J. Hold on.
10:16 here. Chapter verse 10 verse 16. So this is Hafs. Okay, here's the Arabic. Okay, I'll zoom it a little bit closer so you can see the actual word. Okay, the difference. This in Hafs it says,
عليكم ولا أدراكم.
right? It
ولا
says he would. Yeah, can you tell us
Okay.
what it says in the Hafs in the translation?
Yeah, عليكم ولا أدراكم. Yeah.